Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Whiskey Bros podcast. As always, your host, Levi, TJ, and Chad.
What up?
Hello, fellas.
Man, you were noticing, Chad, that I have a different glass there than you guys.
Yeah, I was eyeballing that. It's much smaller than mine, Levi's
well,
glass.
listen, it's not intentional, and I'll be glad to switch with anybody.
No, I'm just going to fill it up way fuller than mine.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
My thing here is one of them broke, and that matched this, and one of them is dirty. So
Gotcha.
I'm down to two of those that match. So I need to do something about that.
All right.
Like do some laundry. So what's up, boys?
Not much. I mean, you've got a lot of stuff going on right now. Apparently, I mean, like I was telling you guys before we got started, I'm like muted off to the news of the world. I found out today that Trump was impeached.
Yeah, well,
And then-
hey,
Having a new baby will do that.
And then they're just like,
busy work, new
Yeah.
baby.
yeah. And then Star Wars is going on right now. Both as last podcast, Mandalorian, Disney Plus are two other things going on.
What is Mandalorian? Is that kind of like the
it's
Back to the Future?
It's a Star Wars show.
But it's original to
Original.
Disney
Oh, is that
Plus.
the one with that baby Yoda that I ever seen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's not Yoda, but he's like the same species.
Yeah, he's not Yoda. They don't know what species he is.
Oh,
And
yeah.
So they've
similar.
not said. There's a new one today, but I haven't seen
No,
it yet.
actually came out yesterday. I already watched it.
Oh, you did?
Spoiler
Is it good?
alert.
It came out Wednesday because they didn't want it to interfere with the release of the Star Wars movie.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So, I mean,
All
it was
right.
it was good.
Just go
The
with
show in general is pretty good. The production quality is pretty good, and I don't know if you know who John Favreau is, but John Favreau is the guy who's directing.
Well, I saw him. I saw his name on the credits, and I'm like, I know that name from
Yeah.
somewhere.
What has he done?
So he's done Buddy or the movie Elf. He's done
I'm in.
The Jungle Book, the new Lion King movie.
Well, what I think is more important is he's done like a bunch of the Marvel movies.
Yeah, almost all the Marvel movies
Yeah.
for the most
Wow.
part.
So that tells you. But I've told people that are
And he's
kind
into
of
Marvel
kind of
movies.
unsure about it that the movie is like, or the show is like pretty like violent. I mean,
Really?
to be like basically a PG-13 movie. I mean, or show, like he just goes into a room and just starts killing the fuck out of everybody, man.
Golly.
There was one scene. Was it the second episode with the Jawas, Levi?
I'm trying to remember back.
He leaves to go do something. He comes back in the Jawas. You remember them from New Hope?
Yeah.
They're like they've just dismantled his ship, and like, he doesn't even ask any questions. He just pulls his rifle off and just blows one away and starts shooting the rest of them
Golly.
and starts chasing them down. I'm like,
Now,
this
is that the
fucking
little hairy
great.
ones?
No,
or is that
it's-
the
it's
ones
the
that
little-
are like?
it's a-
No, that's Tuscan Raider.
Yeah,
The Jawas are the ones with the hood. All you see is their eyes.
Yeah.
Houdini.
Who sold
or whatever they say.
R2D2?
It
Yeah,
sounds
they
like,
say-
it sounds like
Yeah,
Houdini.
that's
but,
what they say. You got it
okay.
right.
But
All right. What are we
that's
drinking there?
Oh yeah, we're drinking Russell Reserve. This is the 10-year. When I bought it, I saw there's a 10-year and like a 6-year or something like
Yeah.
that.
It says
Kinda
it's
fuck-
bottled by the Wild Turkey Distillery.
Yeah,
It
Oh,
says.
okay.
but I was like, fuck that 6-year bullshit. We're getting something good. Actually, I bought this
Damn.
almost like 2 months ago, so I've kind of forgot about even how much it cost or anything.
I think it's like
you've
42
seen
or
it?
something like that.
Is that what it is?
That's a very
Or that might
specific
it,
guess.
might have been the 5 years.
It
something
wasn't
like that.
$1.
Well, it's in the 40s. I thought.
It wasn't too bad. I honestly cannot remember what it cost, but
90 proof.
more than 90 proof. So we're not responsible enough for anything more than 90 proof.
No.
More than 90 years, the combined tenure of master distillers Jimmy and his son Eddie Russell. They hand select barrels after at least 10 years of aging. Well, not that other bottle. Resulting in a bourbon to deliver a balance of rich, spicy vanilla flavors. The experience guarantees yours. Oh, wait, guarantees yours? Their experience guarantees yours.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
They guarantee you a good experience.
I was trying to
That's
translate
that was a
that.
weird sentence there.
Still kind of a little bit strange choice of wording.
Yeah.
Smells really delicious.
So anyhow, we're gonna have to start making sure we keep like a rag or paper towel. I tend to like spill a little bit of whiskey every time I pour
It's
it up here.
tradition. Yeah, I'll have to do that.
All right.
I like the smell.
Cheers, boys. Let's see how it is. That's not
Dude,
bad.
Dude, that's
That's pretty fucking good.
really damn good.
That's pretty fucking
That's
good.
very smooth. Like, and I'm not feeling it on the way down, or it's smooth start to finish.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
That's actually very good.
Yeah.
I'm pleasantly
it's
surprised by that.
balanced. What am I picking up
You
on
know,
notes wise?
I think I think what's good about it
I'm
is
not tasting anything sweet. You taste anything sweet with it?
I can taste that little bit of vanilla,
Yeah.
but it doesn't taste sweet to me at all.
It's not like vanilla,
Yeah,
like the proper 12 was vanilla. It's a different kind of vanilla.
Yeah,
it's like a
more
subtle.
subtle.
Yeah, that proper 12 had a lot in it. Well, I told you I bought that second bottle proper 12, and it was way less. So
Okay.
I guess they were still figuring it out. But
that's fucking tasty, dude.
What I like is when a lot of people say that a whiskey is smooth, a lot of times it doesn't have a lot of taste to me.
Right. This has a
ton of taste. Yeah, but it is still smooth at the same time.
It's one of the most flavorful whiskeys I've ever tasted.
It may be the most flavorful on this podcast.
Yeah.
Because generally when there's a lot of flavor, it's like all oak flavor or all
right.
But this is not.
Charcoal
this is lots of different flavors.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about this week? So they say like your taste buds are on your tongue, and you got various different ones. But when I swallow like a whiskey, and I almost feel like I taste it in my throat and chest, almost in a way. It's almost equivalent to taste the sensation I get. Do you experience that sometimes?
I mean, there's the aftertaste that's kind of lingering,
but it feels deeper than your tongue. It feels like you're tasting it somewhere different than your tongue, to me.
Well, I mean, most of your taste comes from your smell, so that's probably what you're doing. You're probably smelling it. You're still smelling it.
Yeah, like olfactory kind of senses.
Because your taste is actually a very little. Like your taste buds are really only getting you the sense of like something is salty or sweet or most of it comes from your sense of smell. So I'm sure that's what it is. It's probably that lingering.
Just coming in on your nose from the back.
Yeah.
They're coming in that back door, son.
I don't want to sound bullish on this, but I think this is going to be like top 3 on the podcast.
It's interesting. I was going to run through this year, since this is our final podcast of the year.
Yeah.
Final of the decade too, but final of the year. I was going to run through the whiskeys we've had this season and maybe see if anyone wants to comment on those as we hit them.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm good with that.
I'm gonna reserve this one. I kind of like to give it a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard to judge it this quickly.
Yeah.
So in episode 1, we started out this year with the TX whiskey, the Texas whiskey.
Yeah,
our only Texas whiskey that we've had.
I don't even know if I remember that much about that one.
It was okay,
which probably doesn't say a lot for it.
Out. Then episode 2, we came in with the Maker's Cask Strength.
Now I remember that one.
Stout.
That was bad.
Delicious, but too
strong for this podcast.
Too strong to be just sitting and drinking it while you're talking and not paying attention to how much you're drinking.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. We got fucked up.
We got smashed.
Then we came in episode 3. We did like a St. Patrick's Day, and we got the Jameson Caskmates IPA.
Oh, that was
an Irish whiskey.
Yeah,
I like
that was better than I expected it to be.
Because it was the Caskmates with the IPA back notes, which were delicious. Then we did episode 4. We did Jefferson's very small batch, which was terrible to me.
That was the worst one.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one. Yeah, that one.
Not the worst whiskey I've ever tasted, but it's the worst one we've done for the podcast, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Then episode 5, we did Lead Slingers.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's just moderate. Yeah.
It's
just your like a basic whiskey.
It's more like that. The bottle's cool and but yeah, it's.
What do you pay for that?
I think it's like $30 or something.
Yeah, it's right where you expect.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
It's middle of the road. Everything.
It's just there's not
the TX was kind of the same way. Okay. I feel like remember I've had 2 bottles of it. So
the Lead Slinger just doesn't have a lot of flavor. It's kind of I don't know.
Yeah,
watery. I guess would be the word for it.
I feel that way too. Yeah. Not interesting
like
in the slightest.
Yeah.
But story wise, I mean, like bottling, packaging, marketing. It's all very, very interesting.
I think because wasn't that Memorial Day or something? The reason I got
Yeah. Then episode 6, we did Crown Royal XO, our first Canadian whiskey on the podcast.
I've still thought about that one. I like it, but they added something to that.
Yeah, there's something because it was sweet.
It was like it had like a syrupy kind of something. There was an added flavor,
even on the glass. Like
you're allowed to do that on Canadian whiskey. You're not allowed to do that and call it a bourbon. So there's different rules for whatever you call it. Canadian whiskeys don't have rules like that. They can add that shit.
Yes, yeah. That was kind of my but I still liked it.
Yeah. I mean, it was good. But I mean, for something that had a screw top on it, that was not terrible.
I think it's probably be a good whiskey if you don't really like whiskey or you're not really
like an introductory kind of whiskey.
I would like to use Crown Royal mixed with ginger ale or Coke or something like that. Like it's a good airplane whiskey to mix with a Coke or something.
Right.
Yeah, Crown Royal is one of your better mixing whiskeys.
Right.
I mean, I still like Maker's Mark the best, but Crown Royal is. I don't like Crown Royal by itself.
No, I don't either.
But mixing it does pretty good.
I feel exactly the same way. Then episode 7, we didn't have a whiskey. We went Bloody Mary.
Oh, that was the morning
episode.
podcast.
Then episode 8, we had Guidance American Whiskey.
Now that's one of my favorite ones.
That's one of the best ones I've tried.
That was definitely.
I think that's the best whiskey I've tried on the podcast.
Now listen, this Guidance Whiskey is interesting in that it's. I've been following their social media, and it is its main guy, the owner, I guess, is he was a musician with one of these like black like soul groups from back in the day, and he's right in this area. So like in Rivergate, Rafferty's this week, they had him out to like sign people's bottles of Guidance Whiskey.
Oh shit,
so he's like a local guy.
Oh, that's cool.
Neat,
that's very cool.
Yeah,
we'll have to.
And then episode 9, we did the Flatboat bourbon, which was the exclusive to Liquor Barn from 1792's distillery, which was not as good as 1792.
Yeah, outside this year, it was just a touch above the Jeffersons. It was just
I think it was okay, but it wasn't what I expected. I had high hopes when I read 1792.
Yeah. 1792 is way better.
Way better.
Yeah.
Respect.
So, and then episode 10, we came in with a Sazerac rye, which is our first rye on the podcast, and that was surprisingly better than I even expected it to be. For me.
And it's always with rye. I think me and you just talked about this too. Just it's got more of a burn on the back side of it. And, and even that slow and low, you got me rye whiskey. I think you got it for my birthday or whatever. Right. It was kind of the same way. Okay. Like it had really a good flavor to it. It just kind of had that burn on the way.
I think a rye. It's either your thing or it's not.
Yeah, it's not typically my thing, but I really enjoy the Sazerac more than I have any other ryes. I think.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah.
And then last time we episode 11 we did Lexington bourbon, which I remember fondly, but it doesn't stand out drastically, and it was just the last episode. So that's that's interesting.
Yeah, because you had asked me after the podcast, what was that whiskey we drank on the last podcast?
Yeah,
and, I mean, it's good. I don't think it's great. I don't think it gets in that stratosphere. Now, price point, I paid like $35 for it. So I mean, it's
okay.
If you're comparing it to the 1792, I'd still take the 1792. But I mean, it's a solid whiskey option, I think.
So
a bourbon
this year,
option.
Your favorite would be
the Guidance for sure.
Same.
Sorry, I was in the middle of a drink. I agree. This Russell's trying to beat it though.
I'll tell you, I've had 3 drinks of this, and I don't really want to judge it, but I think this might be my favorite of the season right here. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it, but this is really surprisingly delicious.
This is surprising. Yeah,
it is really good.
Man, I don't know. Maybe by the end of the podcast,
I'd like to have Guidance like right beside it.
Yeah,
because it's been a little while, but this is giving it for sure a run for its money.
That's definitely 1 and 2 right there.
And you paid how much for this one?
I really can't remember. Now I remember the Guidance was higher. It was 50. like
because I saw it because I almost bought it, but I was just like, I can't do it, and then I ended up going with
this might have been right there with it. It might have been 50. Somewhere in that area. I don't.
Let me go ahead and run through season 1 because we didn't do a wrap up from season 1 because we kind of ended it mid abruptly. We were figuring things out. Season 1, we started our podcast off with Buffalo Trace, which was
fantastic.
That's a good way
to start.
Which, by the way, that's actually what I bought instead of the Guidance. So I bought the smaller $35 bottle of the Buffalo Trace, and I loved every. I'm
looking at an empty bottle right over there, and I'll tell you, it's
damn good.
Very delicious whiskey. And
is.
It's also well balanced. It's probably not as flavorful as this Russell.
Yeah, that's my. I think I've had several bottles of Buffalo Trace, and after the last one, I kind of decided I probably wasn't going to buy it anymore, just because it does lack some flavor. It's very smooth and very good.
I love it.
But things like 1792 and stuff like that,
price point,
and they just taste better to me.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. But I probably, for me, I put 1792 and Buffalo Trace probably on equal footing because I enjoy them both similarly, but they're different.
Yeah,
and they're same price point. And then we came into episode 2 of first season with Four Roses single barrel.
Yeah. And it was strong, but it didn't have a good flavor to me.
Yeah, it's a little rough.
Yeah,
but it's a single barrel. I mean, that's kind of what you expect.
More raw, uncut kind of deal.
Then we did Bowman Brothers small batch, which I remember not much of. I don't remember much of that.
Wait, was that?
That's the other Buffalo Trace based whiskey, wasn't it?
No, the other Buffalo Trace was an Eagle Reserve.
Oh, that's right. You're
Eagle
right.
Eagle
Rare. Yeah.
So episode 4 was Eagle Rare.
And that was good.
I liked it better than Buffalo Trace.
Yeah. And then
But it costs more though, don't it?
Episode 5, we did 1792 small batch, which we've talked about quite a bit as being one of our favorites from season 1.
I think it's the best value whiskey. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't know if you can beat the price point on that.
Oh yeah,
taste best bang for your buck. Bang for your buck.
And the packaging is beautiful. It's one of my favorite packaged whiskeys.
Yeah,
as far as just looking at the way that looks, it's a beautifully packaged whiskey. It looks attractive on the shelf when it's full.
It looks like a sexy cologne bottle is what it looks like. I mean,
don't say that. That makes it sound gross.
But no, it does. It does look like
just throw it on my neck and just wear it around.
You know? I mean, I'd come after you then, son.
If you pulled the labels off of it, though, it would look like somebody's bottle that they buy just to put whiskey in.
Yeah,
like a decanter.
It's like a decanter. Like it's not obnoxious looking. Like Crown Royal is kind of obnoxious. It's kind of in your face with all the shit. This one's not. It's a gentleman's bottle.
It's a sexy gentleman's bottle. And then episode 6, we finished the first season with Stillhouse.
Oh, and that was surprisingly good.
Yeah, much better than I expected.
To come out of a paint thinner can.
Yeah. And I still like it because the thing that made it different was it said it was distilled in coffee barrels, like coffee bean barrels,
really,
black coffee. That. So it has like a bit of a coffee taste on the back end of it, which is
that's
different.
Interesting.
And I've had it 4 or 5 times since then. I mean, they're cheap. It's like it's $30, but between it, and it's just cool having the paint thinner can. That's a kind of a niche thing, but it's kind of cool in a way.
Yeah, I know. I would think you would expect it to taste like paint thinner, but it's actually
because
the way
better. When I first looked at it, I was like, "That's a cool thing to take on like a hike." It looks like a flask you can just kind of carry out with you, and the lid stays on it when you take it off.
I was expecting to open the can and sniff it and be drunk. That's what I was expecting.
That's true.
That's great.
But this is damn good. I mean, it really is.
I brought some ice up here because I've been enjoying whiskey with ice in it lately, but I don't know if I want to.
Honestly, I think I'm giving this over the guidance.
I think so too.
If it's cheaper, it for sure gets it for me.
I don't think it is. I don't. It's right there at it. But I want to say it might have been like 55 or something like that.
You might be right. I'm trying to remember what the flavor of the guidance was because the thing that stood out about the guidance was how smooth it was. Like throwback, remarkably smooth. I don't know if that was the same episode or not, but it's still. Like this is probably the smoothest and the most flavorful, which is not a combination you'd expect to have.
This is a good whiskey.
It is.
I'm going to buy this whiskey.
I will too.
I'm going to absolutely own some of this whiskey.
Yeah. I wish I could remember all about because I bought it a while ago and then I bought it for the last podcast. And then I forgot that you already said that you bought something for the last podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, I may have drank it already.
No. You brought it.
You brought it for the last podcast. Yeah, because I bought it and then I was like, I think Levi said he had something, and then
I did buy another whiskey for the podcast, and I'm glad. Yeah, I did, but I'm glad that I didn't bring it to the podcast because it was shit. And I'm just gonna full disclaimer is that new Bellmead bourbon won the
Greenbrier.
The Greenbrier.
Oh, I almost bought that.
Shit, man, don't buy it. Don't buy it. It's worse than the Jeffersons.
Oh no!
And that's why I was kind of like, man,
which one? In there like 3 different kinds.
Well, this is
Bellmead was there before theirs was aged. They were taking some and marketing. Bellmead was the stuff when they first got. I mean, Nelson's Greenbrier was their first release, their full actual release that they've done. So, I tasted it when it was still clear before it had been aged, and it wasn't that good, but I just expected that was because.
Oh, I'm glad I was close to buying it. I mean, I was close to buying it for this.
It's $32, and I think that's what I end up. I looked at guidance and bought that one, and then I tried it, and I was just like, man, am I glad I didn't bring this? Like I had used it as a mixer, and it was even hard to tolerate then.
Really,
I was very disappointed in it.
That's surprising.
Which sucks because it's a local.
The packaging is beautiful.
It is. It looks great. The whole bottle looks great. The way it's packaged, I mean, it's clean.
Yeah, it's got that old school label on it.
It's just funky. It has a weird bite at the front end and the back end.
Now, are you sure you're just not so used to bourbons that like a Tennessee whiskey's just like? Have you tried Jack Daniels in a while?
Well, I didn't like it from the jump, so I don't know.
Okay,
but I mean, I think I've slowly, as far like bourbon whiskey, I think bourbon has become the go-to for me.
Yeah, I'm mostly not interested in like George Dickel's or Jack Daniels or anything unless Jack Daniels for a mixer, whatever, fine. But generally speaking, I want a bourbon.
Now I tell you another thing I tried that I didn't like either.
We really are the Bourbon Boys podcast.
Yeah. I
Urban
tried.
boys.
or Bergen Bros.
So I'd read something that Winston Churchill's like choice whiskey or scotch was what is it? Johnny Walker's Red Label, and so I bought a bottle of that and tried it. I don't know. There's something about like copper distilled kind of whiskey or whatever,
I
like
hadn't
the
had that in
Irish
so long.
copper distilled. It just has like I miss the oakiness or the wood barrel taste that you get out of a bourbon or an American whiskey that you don't get from.
But whenever
whiskey
people say
blend.
that, though, it's all kind of, because it's fucking Winston Churchill. Like, how much whiskey was getting passed around back in that day?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
what was his sample? Size. It's not.
Right.
It's not like things were just being shipped all over the world like they are now.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well,
It's hard to get too wrapped up in like, well, this person likes this.
Well, I mean, I was actually just reading.
It's a cool part of the story, though. Winston Churchill was a cool guy and everything.
Well, I was just reading a lot about him and like his life story and how what all he did through World War II and stuff like that. I got into that story. I watched the Band of Brothers and then somehow got back onto Winston Churchill and just kind of watched.
Oh gosh, were you crying when you started watching it, or when you started reading it?
What?
After finishing Band of Brothers, the end of Band of Brothers like gets like everybody, even the toughest men. Like when you're watching them playing baseball and they're telling like what happened to them,
the
and
old guys and telling their stories.
Yeah. You're like, you're
It's a
seeing
tearjerker at the end.
You're like, man, I watch Band of Brothers. I'm like, I will never be as manly as these guys.
No,
like,
yeah,
these
that's
guys,
exactly what I was
these guys
thinking.
are fucking it, man. Like they're like real live superheroes.
Oh, it is intense. I watched the Netflix documentary about World War II where they recolorized some of that old footage and they did the whole documentary series. I got deep in it since our last podcast, and dude, that stuff is intense. I never I learned about World War II, but I didn't remember some of the stuff that I learned about it in here. Just I don't know, and seeing the footage. And like hearing people talk about like even the beaches storming Normandy Beach and all that, I think it's insane.
Well, when we were on that Frozen Head hike and we were up there freezing our balls off in that thing, I kept thinking about the Battle of the Bulge and them dudes.
Right. Oh my God.
I'm like, dude, you know how much colder they were than I am right now?
I mean, they're just sitting in these little foxholes in the ground that they dug out, and they're like basically freezing to death. All of a sudden,
with no coats, no anything.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And just like, like they didn't have any winter gear because they're like, hey, Sarge, where's the winter gear? We don't have any. And there's like, well, good luck. And I'm like, well, can we start a fire? No, because then they'll know where you're at. And one of the guys started a fire. Next thing you know, they're getting rained down by mortar shells.
And
dudes' legs get blown off.
That's where the Germans posed that attack across the terrain they didn't think they would and whether they didn't think they would and everything like that. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they wouldn't accept any backup. And then even when it was like forced on them, they was still to like at the end said they didn't need it.
Yeah. I'll tell you the most insane thing about that whole deal that I learned that I never knew was the episode where they did the atom bomb, the Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Yeah.
It was they showed where people's shadows were frozen.
Yeah.
Do you see this?
Yeah.
I've seen it in history.
Well, because it burnt the wall, but the people's bodies like stopped that one place.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, I guess
like
just
an outline.
the shadow of their body, because it wasn't like their body laying against it.
No,
it was like
right.
Because it was so bright, I guess, that it burnt the ground. But yeah, so people were just like doing normal stuff, and their fucking shadows were frozen on the ground.
Yeah.
Right.
Or frozen on the wall. Yeah.
That's fucked up. Well, you've seen that scene in Terminator 2. They say that's a pretty realistic depiction of like
where the skins hanging off and everything.
Well, it's like all them. They're like playing on the playground, and you seen Terminator 2? Is everybody like? Is it?
Yeah, T2 Judgment Day. Right?
Yeah, where they're just like going through their normal life, and all of a sudden it's just like bright flash, and like then everybody's like on fire. Like people are just on fire.
I remember her grabbing that chain link fence and like shaking it.
Crazy,
and,
right?
Her skin like melting.
It's like a modern day Pompeii or something, man. Like it's fucking
Mount
insane.
Vesuvius.
Yeah, it's bad.
Is that what volcano that was?
Yeah,
it's a fucked up thing.
It's a good story. That was something we learned in Greek history and mythology class. We're talking about the Mount Vesuvius.
I still like that one mummified dude in Pompeii that was jerking off.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
Are you serious?
Look this shit up. He was jerking
dang.
off, dude. Now he's got pictures of him. He's immortalized jerking off.
That's the way.
So next time you decide you're gonna rub one out, just know that there could be people hundreds of years from now looking at you.
Dude, I'm proud of that. I don't care. I hope they catch me mid ejaculate.
Well, the question of the
how did they know he was erect? I mean, how was he? I mean, he could just been taking a piss or something.
Well, I mean, he's laying down holding his dick, so I don't. I mean,
what if he's scratching it? I don't know.
I mean, he's making a fist. You can see it. My thing that I want to know though is did he get caught in the middle jerking off, or did he realize he's about to die and just decided
one last thing?
I got to get this done. Like I'm not going out like this. I just want to know what his mindset was.
God, dude.
Shouldn't be judging this poor bastard.
Yeah,
Dude got burned up by a volcano.
He was in like a sarcophagus kind of deal, or what was it? I mean,
I guess they just unearthed him. I don't.
Okay.
yeah,
I don't.
no one
know.
was in a sarcophagus because it was just like ash and everything just covered them immediately. I can't imagine that. They didn't know it erupted. It just sort of like just swept over them immediately.
Yeah, it's like Dante's Peak. It just all of a sudden, boom, exploded, and
Oh, so he was in the middle of
Yeah.
jerking off then.
Yeah.
There's no way he decided.
So he's kind of the person who's like, the world's in it. Hey, babe, you interested? And she's like, no, hard pass. I'm getting out of here. And he's just like, all right, well, I'm gonna
you think
take care of
you think
myself.
I'm dying with a full load? Think
Yeah.
again.
Like again, motherfucker. I thought of that before, like in an airplane. Like if they were to come over and be like, guys, we're gonna have to crash land. We're probably not gonna make it. I'd be like, I'd look for the hottest stewardess on there and be like, hey, do you want to?
I really feel like I wouldn't be in the mood.
Yeah, that's me.
I really-
I'd
really
be
feel like
I think you'd be like, come on, man, don't let me down.
I think
if
so to
if you're
speak.
getting a boner during this, I have to like
What if it's a
question
fear
where you're
boner?
at.
A
Huh?
fear boner.
A
Yeah.
fear boner.
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
I think that is a real thing. You know, it was on that the league.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
are you telling me that there's a
But I
bunch of
think it is a
dudes with
real
like
thing.
hard dicks running through like a haunted house or whatever, you know, in a maze, like, hey, what is that? Something poked me. You know, is that
I
what's
don't
happening
know,
in
man.
a fucking haunted house maze?
Well, haunted
kinda-
house is more like jump scare. It's
Yeah.
not like you're like heart rate, like
You're
you're
not
just.
really feared.
But I guess if you had a lot of anxiety
I
and
kind of like
nervousness,
gothic
Hey,
chicks. So
If that were true, they need to absolutely do that in like a scary movie. Like all of a sudden, like guys walking through a house and it's oh damn, and
I got my fear boner.
a fear boner.
fear boner. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know, but I thought that was crazy.
I've
I've
never experienced a fear boner. I think I can say that pretty
No,
confidently.
I haven't either.
I'm not scared very often. Like, I don't know. I haven't been scared in a year. Like afraid, really?
Turn you on like a real good horror movie.
Well,
and
I don't know if a horror movie could do it for me anymore.
you don't think so?
I think I'm past that. I think I'm past that horror movie being able to scare me.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how much you get in your own head with
Yeah.
it. I think any
agree with
horror
you on that,
movie,
yeah.
if you put up like a wall and you decide like I'm not really going to let myself.
Well, I'm not deliberately doing that, but I don't know. I hadn't felt that kind of same fear, and I was very susceptible to it. I remember being newlywed from my first marriage, our first night in the house together, and hearing all these strange noises because we had never spent the night in that house before.
Right.
And, I'm a grown ass man, and I remember being like a little bit afraid.
Yeah. Well, I said the
Yeah.
same thing as you. I'm like, nothing can really scare me more. Like I would kind of even like horror movies. And then me and my wife went and saw Paranormal Activity in the theater and freaked me the fuck out.
Right.
And like, I was like nervous as shit. Like I didn't even want to get up and pee in the middle of the night. I was so scared.
Dang, dude.
Like, I don't know why I got in my own head about it so
Amanda,
much.
Amanda didn't like it either. She was like, I'm gonna leave the lights on. Like
Sleep
in the
with lights
bathroom.
on? Oh,
Dude, I got
Yeah.
so in my own head about it. Now remember, you remember the movie, but like the week before we watched it, we come home and I went upstairs and just for some reason, don't know why, the attic door was standing wide open.
God.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty
dang.
If that would have happened the night we come home from seeing that movie,
You'd get a
I would
hotel.
have lost my fucking shit, dude. I would have died, man.
I actually watched a horror movie last week. Actually, I watched It Too.
I haven't seen It One yet.
It's worth seeing. The first one's scarier between the two. The second one, like I don't know. You've seen the original two,
Mhm.
right? So I mean, it's not anything new to you. The way it's presented and stuff like that.
They made a second original one.
Yeah,
Well,
it's two
I knew-
part or part one, part two.
The original one was a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah, but
and it was two
one-
parts.
two parts.
Okay, one
It was-
movie with two
so-
parts.
Right.
Okay.
So it was like
Right.
4 hours long.
This one they broke up in two parts. Part
Okay.
one, chapter one, chapter
got
two.
you.
I read the book. It
How was the book?
fucked up, man. Like it wasn't scary to me at all.
It's fucked up.
Well, yeah, it's super fucked up. Like shit. Like
Well,
because when they said they were making a new It movie and it was going to be R-rated, I'm like, it still is not going to be as bad as the book.
Right.
Like if they made the book just by what happens on, like, you couldn't put that in a theater. Like,
Yeah,
you
really?
couldn't do it. It's that fucked up. But see, the thing that I thought was messed up about it being scary, because people said this was like the scariest book they ever read, but it starts out with the adults, and then it goes back to like them
kids.
remembering their childhood. Well, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, you obviously get out of this alive. You're remembering the fucking
Spo-
story.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
no one
like,
dies.
yeah, because
Yeah.
you're the one remembering it. So,
Right.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, one guy's like, we hadn't heard from him yet. This is not looking well for him.
Yeah.
Well,
He doesn't seem to be
I'll tell
around
you
in the present.
The second one is the kids growing up; they're adults,
Right.
And it has a lot of flashbacks in it and stuff like that. And I give full credit, props to the kid actors who were in the first part, or the part one of the
Yeah.
newer It series. They did an incredible job.
The book is pretty
Um,
much like that. It starts off kind of, the first half of the book is you kind of catch up with the adults, and they remember their experiences
Right.
in Derry. And then
and then in this one, they had, as adults, had forgotten a lot of their memories, and
Yeah.
when they came back, all
That's-
started to flood their
right,
memories.
that's the way the book
Okay.
is.
But the second one was actually had some funny parts to it, and it had some good moral points to it. Like for like the story, like when I end up finishing the movie, what I came away with was that fear is only as much as you put into it. So if and that's basically what finished the movie, was like, if you're afraid of something, you feed into it, it's going to be more scary to you. But if you don't let it get to you, then you're not going to be afraid anymore. So, I mean, it's a real simple concept, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was true. And like the characters were finding out stuff about themselves, and, becoming more like, one guy was afraid to tell a girl that he loved her and stuff like that. And he overcame that fear, and, just is all about overcoming fear. And it was like pretty cool to see that in the movie. But Bill Hader is in the movie, and him, and as an adult, he was fucking hilarious in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, he was just like, "Oh my god, it's a fucking clown!" I mean, and he's like, "Y'all remember him?" Like, "Whoa," and all of a sudden the clown pops up. He's like, "Oh fuck, it's the clown!" Like, I mean,
is he
I'm
the one?
I'm overcomplicating.
I'm trying to remember his name in his book. Is he the one that has the inhaler and the mom?
Richie.
Yeah, the mom that's like real
No.
overprotective.
Eddie is the one who's got the inhaler with the mom.
Eddie is the one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the different characters.
Did I ever tell you, Chad, about meeting his dad, Bill Hader's dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said you met him at a bar.
I was in like a random dive bar in some city, and it was and the guy, I don't know how we got to, he told me his name. It was like Bill Hader, and I go, like the guy from Saturday Night Live, and he goes, "That's my son. I'm Bill Hader Sr." And he showed me pictures of them together and everything, and I was like, "Holy shit!"
It's crazy. Random thing,
I know.
but it's cool.
Random dive bar. That's fun. I'll watch the It movies. I mean, maybe at some point.
To me, I know your oldest one is getting into some horror movies. I think both of them would be good horror movies for her to see but it is a little bit more on less like, hey, there's just a serial killer kind of person who's like kill people. It's definitely feeds more into
Yeah, she watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre like
stuff.
3 times this
the original one.
October. No,
No,
the
the-
one with Jessica Alba.
Jessica Biel.
But
Jessica Biel. Sorry,
in that one,
that was damn good.
It was
though.
pretty good.
but I mean, it seemed to be a little more fucked up than the old one, though,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
it?
was.
Probably. I think the pacing of the original would be tough for a kid nowadays.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
pacing of those
very-
old 70s movies was a little slow.
Well, yeah, like remember the old Friday the 13th? Like basically nothing happens.
Yeah.
And then
First half
all of
of
a
it.
sudden, like everyone just getting killed, just
Right.
one after another.
And we didn't give a shit about that back in the day. It was like, you're
No.
okay with that.
Suspe- yeah, the
like
suspense
the
was-
Omen series was a lot. It was a damn slow movie too.
is.
Amityville Horror, all those were slow paced movies back in the day.
I kind of liked how they did. But see, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the old one, if you watch it, like there's honestly not a ton of violence, but at the same time, it's like one of the most, everybody remembers it as one of the most violent
Yeah.
movies just because of the way it was. Remember when
Right.
he just, there's no sound, like Leatherface just comes out and hits that kid in the head with a hammer.
yeah.
And it's like the most
Oh,
like
yeah.
gruesome sound, man. And like he just falls down and starts spasming out. Like there's no music, there's
Yeah.
no anything. And it's like, oh, it just like turns your stomach. Like it just makes you
Yeah.
like, I guess there's something about that that's more realistic
More realistic.
than if he hit him and blood splattered all over the wall.
Right.
Like,
Right.
just
I like that
something-
fantastic stuff, but it's more realistic.
Yeah.
The other way, more scary in a dark way.
in a way, I don't know. My imagination gets the best of me. Like for me, everybody's got like the one movie that kind of just like scared them as a kid. I mean, you all have that like one movie that
as a
just kinda,
kid,
I mean, like the first like scary movie that just kind of stuck with you. Like, man, it's scary, man.
I mean, I remember the Ring being really, really fucking scary, and I was old enough. I was in like high school or whatever when the Ring came out.
That was
but it
pretty
was damn scary.
Yeah, that definitely was. For me, the first movie that kind of scared me at an early age was The Poltergeist.
Okay.
And there were multiple things in that. Even now, looking back, like there's a girl sitting in the kitchen, and at first they came in, all the chairs were up on the table, and then they come back, and all the chairs were down, like kind of like small freaky stuff. But then they set her on the ground with a football helmet, and then she slides across the living room floor. Like I'd be like,
Poltergeist was great with like just that
simple stuff,
Yeah, like if your movie has to rely on jump scares and blood to be scary, like you don't really know how to.
Right. You don't understand human psyche.
That's what I want to know. Like I think horror movies should be split up in half. Like I don't need a bunch of loud noises thrown at me with like bullshit. Yeah. Like make something actually scary. Like when you throw some really loud noise on somebody and they jump, well, of course they fucking jump. Like it wouldn't matter.
It startles you.
It could be a comedy if you do that. Like boo. Yeah. I mean, like oh, good job. It's like if somebody jumps out behind a desk and like says boo and you jump, like that doesn't make them this great like prankster.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you can't just be like, "Ha, pussy." I mean, that's not gonna. I mean, no, it would scare anybody.
That's how we were as kids. If you flinch, you're scared. But like flinching is good. It's self-preservation, son.
Yeah, it's reaction. I mean, if I didn't react, I'd be concerned.
I've thought about that a lot. You watch movies where people just seem to kind of like stand in danger. Like something happens and they kind of just freeze up and look at it.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if they've been conditioned from people snapping in their face.
Yeah.
And not wanting to look foolish by like running away. Because when somebody does something scary and a dude like takes off or like kind of runs, everybody laughs their balls off and calls him a pussy.
Well, they do that. They do that in MMA when there's two guys like standing. They'll try to make each other like
flinch,
take the back step or flinch. And I'm like, I don't necessarily think flinching in that scenario is a bad thing. I think it signifies your fast twitch muscles are active and you're ready to go.
Right.
Like, I don't think so either.
Now, if you run out of the stadium and into the street and they never see you again,
duck and cover or something,
that's a different story.
It's probably it's in MMA though. I'm sure it's more trying to condition you to stop flinching and then in turn take the punch. You're not trying to make them look foolish as much as you're trying to.
Right, but I'm saying at the face-offs, like the weigh-ins when they face off, a guy try to make them jump, and then like they act like if they flinch, they're scared. I don't think scared, it's just ready, fucking ready, son.
Yeah. Well, I think in the face-off, if you just tell yourself like you're just gonna take the hit, like if they actually punch you, you're just gonna get punched, and
right, I think so too.
Then they're fucked, and
I
mean, I guess you're kind of fucked too because you don't get to fight after that, but they'll probably find you somebody to fight.
Yeah.
If your person you're going to fight got disqualified, you'd probably be good.
I don't know.
I was going to touch base on one thing. Y'all mentioned like the Baby Yoda thing. So there's like all these Amazon pre-orders for this like Baby Yoda plush toy that you can get, and I'm really thinking about buying one and just throwing it up in like a safe place,
just a little bit.
In a safe place just to store it, because I think that shit's going to be worth a lot of money.
I want to see how it goes. Yeah,
it's not a bad idea.
I've told people that are like kind of like wanting to know like what this Mandalorian thing's all about. Like honestly, it's like
I don't know what time
like
it said.
20%. It's after Jedi. It's after Return of the Jedi.
Okay, so it's not
a long time after, isn't it?
No, not a long time. But I mean, it's after though. Like the Empire's down, everything's kind of fucked up. It's not like where the new Star Wars are.
Okay, so it's in between.
Yeah, but like it's not long after it, because you got stormtroopers that are still like they're in their armor because they don't really know what else to do.
Yeah, well, I guess that makes sense because like these people are like ignorant to the like when the Yoda used the Force and stuff like what the like they're like
like everybody in the original series, the Force was like this. People didn't know about
they think it's a myth. Or
I guess all through Star Wars,
it's like
people
they think it's like a fable. They're like that's because even Han Solo is like this is bullshit.
Right.
So.
But the Mandalorian is honestly like 20% Star Wars and like 80% Western.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's actually not bad.
It's almost like there's an overarching story, but it's mostly episode to episode, and it's mostly the Mandalorian who's a bounty hunter, just rolling into whatever contract or situation.
He's basically like a vigilante
and dealing with that.
Does he look like Boba Fett?
Yeah.
I figured.
Yeah,
honestly, I thought the show was about Boba Fett.
I did too at first.
I think a lot of people thought that, but it's not.
That's the traditional
Well,
bounty hunter look.
Well, it's a
Well,
race of people that are all bounty hunters. Like that. That's kind of their trade,
That's
is
funny.
being known as hunters.
They're all Mandalorians.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian is like because I was telling
So
my wife
Boba
about it.
Fett is a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Well, but he's not traditionally. See, I'm trying to remember. I haven't looked it up. Basically, I've got all this from playing the Knights of the Old Republic video game because there was a Mandalorian in it. Like because the leader of the Mandalorians, he's Mandalore. He's the main guy. But I think at one point they were a race of people, but then it sort of like turned into a religion.
Yeah.
And then it turned into.
That's a little bit like the Jews.
I guess you could say that. Yeah, kind of like that. And so
That's fair.
But they're kind of this.
It's like a.
I don't think
It's like guild.
In the part of the like a guild.
Yeah.
This show they're all bounty hunters, but I don't think that's how they always were though. I think they were like an army.
Yeah.
Like a.
Yeah, it's like a broken down, like, armada or whatever, where their people lost, but they're the remnants of the people who's left.
And so all their helmets look similar. Now I know Boba Fett and Jango Fett, they had Mandalorian armor, but I don't know if they necessarily follow the code.
Yeah, they were kind of rogue.
Yeah, I think they kind of just did I don't think they really give a fuck. I think I think it was more like these people have really good shit. But Boba Fett may have been like part of the Mandalorian code is you have to wear your helmet like all the time. Like you can't take it off,
show your face or identity.
in which we know from the prequel movies that Jango Fett didn't give a fuck about taking his helmet off.
Yeah.
But now Boba Fett never took his off in any of the movies. So maybe he was following the code. I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So anyhow, if you slightly like Star Wars and you like Westerns,
you'll like that.
You'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely give it a shot.
That's good.
Fair enough. I'm exactly in that camp. I slightly like Star
it's-
Wars and I like Westerns.
You'll like it.
Less about the sci-fi shit and more about real people who live in the same world as all the Star Wars shit.
Right.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, and it's always good to see shows like that where the people aren't like kings and queens and have all this, like, well, let me just like when people are like, I don't have enough money for a ship. I don't have enough money for a gun. Like it's kind of interesting to see that dynamic.
That's what made Rogue One so good.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, same thing. But then you got like the main series where they're just everything's handed to them. Like, oh, we'll just jump in an X-wing. We'll just do this.
Okay.
Like, you don't have that.
Yeah, everything falls right in their lap. So
Yeah.
So I got a story for you boys.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
This has to do with one of my kids. So I have a son, and he's only 6. So I'm gonna preface it by saying that, which is young for this. I think.
Oh no.
How mad is he going to be at you later for telling the story?
Nah, probably not too pissed. But listen. So one of my daughters comes to me and says, hey, he's in there watching Naked and Afraid, which I'm, not whatever.
Okay.
Naked and Afraid, no big deal. It's a survival show. They blur out everything. I didn't really think about how he wound up there. I was like, oh, cool. It's a good show. Like the next day, I'm helping him spell something in his YouTube search terms, and I noticed the history of his YouTube search terms.
Oh my God.
And in there is 3 separate entries, and they're like
naked boobs.
They're like mixed in with so there's other stuff that he would typically search for. Like there's megalodons in there and Granny, which is the video game.
I'll see it.
So there's this type stuff in there, and then in between, one of them spelled incorrectly is naked girl and girls naked and girls going to school naked is what this boy is searching for. I'm like, oh my God, you're 6. As a parent, I'm like,
I feel bad laughing, but it's funny.
I don't want to come down on my son for being interested and curious about the female anatomy because, if he checks my incognito search history, it's going to be something in the same wheelhouse.
But you think 6 is about right though for just kind of like being like, what is going on underneath there?
Yeah.
Like what's sticking out there? Like what's that? What does that look like underneath there?
Yeah. So we were together. Like we broke away from the rest of the herd, and we're like in the bathroom or something, in a public bathroom the next day, because I didn't really address it right then because I was thinking about it. I was like, I don't know what to do here. So I just brought it up. I was like, hey man, I saw you were looking for naked girls on YouTube. And he seemed real embarrassed, like, oh, I didn't know Dad was gonna know about this. and I said, hey man, you're a little bit young to be looking up things like that. Maybe just don't be searching for those kind of terms. And he just looked at me and said, yes, sir. And we didn't talk anything more about it. So, I don't know. I don't want to be like, hey, this is terrible. Because it's not terrible.
CJ, we got off easy.
Yeah, we did. We got no boys.
I've got daughters too, and I don't, whatever. But this is the
as
only
long
son.
as you're not seeing like there's something opposite on the girl search or whatever. If you go look at the girl search or whatever, it's like, God,
man, say Mandingo, Mandingo dick.
Oh God, no.
We don't have anything to relate it to though, because when we were 6 years old, there wasn't no internet. There was no option for that.
But I'll tell you, I remember. I was kind of like, I was raised in the church, and I thought like, this porn and all this stuff is not good for me. At least it would disappoint my parents and everything. But I was so curious about what the female anatomy kind of looked like, that I remember in 7th grade, I had a buddy of mine that I knew he had porn, but I didn't want to look at his porn magazines. But I asked him, I said, hey man, I said, can you just bring me something to let me see what a woman's vagina looks like? Can you bring me something? And he was like,
but not porn.
Yeah, but like, I'm not interested in like you giving me a whole porno mag, but just like so I can know what it looks like. And he was like, he was like, I guess thinking back, this is a pretty good friend because he didn't make fun of me. He was like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. And he brings me to school like something cut out of like clear the ad section of the back of a porno. And it was just like a woman from it was basically just like her bottom half of her. Like it didn't have tits or anything in it. And the thing I remember immediately, I was like, dear God, what is all this hair? I had no clue that women grew hair down there, because women you think of at that age, you just think of them as hairless. Men have beards, men have hair growing off their chest. Every woman you've ever seen
look like Bob Ross downstairs.
There's just hair on their head and nothing else. You never see hair anywhere else. So when I seen a goddamn bush, I was like, this changes everything for me.
So did you just hand that back and you just feel like, all right, I need to see what's under that?
No, I was like,
I got the outside.
I had to think about it for a while, man. And little did I know, most porn I was going to see in the future weren't going to include that hairy portion. This was just whatever he must have picked his least desirable clip out of the back. It was like,
there you go.
I can end with it.
Like his baseball. I hand TJ my right fielder. There you go. There you go. I get this out of here.
So anyways, you guys remember the first time you seen porn?
No, not really.
No.
I'll tell you, you and I weren't friends in middle school, but I remember knowing that you had an Easy Rider magazine, which was, they weren't porn, but it was like topless.
Is that what it was?
Or it was the one with the motorcycles and the
it was some car magazine that was going around school.
Yeah. I remember a teacher going through your bag, and we all collectively knew that you had that magazine in your bag.
Yeah.
And somehow she was going through your bag to look for your homework that you said you lost or didn't
have.
My
backpack was all like so full of shit. And so she was like, it's probably in here somewhere because I had something I was supposed to do. So she just tore my bag open and started pulling shit out.
You and I weren't like super close at the time. I knew you.
And so everybody's like, he is fucked because I had a porn in there that somebody had gave me, a porn magazine. The teacher's like ripping through there, and literally like she gets through there and she gets a call over the thing.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, and they said her name and they said, we need you to come to the office, and she left. I told that teacher that story.
Really?
Yes. I saw her years later, and I told her that story about how close she come to finding my porn in class. Yeah, she laughed. She thought it was funny.
Well, I'll tell you what,
she was great.
We weren't super close, but I remember you when they called over the intercom and she started talking to them, and you kind of like moved your bag real quick. I remember you doing this. This is exactly what you did. You clapped your hands together. And you went, and pointed up at the ceiling like to God, saying, "You man."
I did. I got saved by God for that. I was about to get fucked, son. I was about to get fucked so hard.
He goes, "You the man."
You have no idea how cool I was in school, Levi. Rolling around 13 years old with a topless girl car magazine.
It was the greatest thing that ever happened. Man.
Yeah,
That was
almost
awesome.
got busted. So close.
How many times have you done that since then?
I don't zero. I hope. I'm ashamed I did it one time.
And then he saw Tebow years later, and he's like, "That motherfucker stole my thing." You know,
Tim
Shit,
Tebow?
Tebow would have been a baby
Tebow
then.
just
How
take
much
a
older
knee.
am I than Tebow?
How old is Tim Tebow?
32, 33.
He's like
probably.
your age.
Oh, okay.
basically?
He wouldn't have been a baby. He'd been in like
Yeah,
kindergarten.
I would say he's a little older than I am.
Okay.
When I was
feel
doing
like when I was graduating high school, I was already hearing about him playing college and stuff.
That's hilarious. Fair enough. I did something else. Since this is the end of the decade we're coming up on, I went through and took down a few things that happened in the past decade and figured I'd mention them and see if anything wants to comment on.
Okay. Hit us with it.
All right. So I'm gonna pull this out so I can read it better. So in 2010, iPhone 4 was launched.
Oh, I got it.
And the first iPad
I didn't get an iPad until later.
in 2010.
Yeah.
I feel like I read some of these at some point.
But yeah, I had my first iPhone was the 3G,
Okay.
and I was about to buy the first iPhone, like because
Wow.
I saw somebody's and I was like, that is fucking the coolest thing I've ever seen, and then somebody was like, just wait, they're about to come out with the next one,
Really?
and so I was like, all right, and so I got the 3G. It actually released when I was on my honeymoon.
What year was this?
08.
Okay.
And so when we got back from the airport from our honeymoon, we went by and picked up my iPhone on the way back. And then but then the 4 come out, and the 4 was like because back then you got a new phone every 2 years. So 2010 was that, and the 4 was just such a huge step up.
Yeah.
It was back then
Yeah.
like when your
4
2
was a big
years
deal,
was
I
up.
remember.
But even before that, even we had flip phones. After
Yeah.
2 years, your next phone was a crazy
way
uptick
better. Way better.
of your old phone. And I remember the 4 came out. Remember the antenna gate? That was the 4. Yeah, if you put your finger right in the right spot on the phone, it would like kind of short out the antennas and it would kill your service.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, and they were giving so people were freaking the fuck out, and Apple give away free. They called them bumpers. It was basically a case that had no front or back. It just kind of went around the outside of it.
Huh.
And it would prevent you from doing that.
Yeah, it was basically the internet being the internet. Like it's honestly no big deal at all. You just had to be aware
People
of it.
freaked
But
out.
it's whatever. Well, and then Steve Jobs or Jobs or however you say it didn't make it any better by telling people they were holding it wrong. Yeah, like, oh, you're holding it wrong. And then of course then you said the iPad come out, and you know the iPad you can flip it like any way.
Right.
It's like you can hold it any way you want, and it's like unlike the fucking iPhone that you have to hold it. So yeah, he kind of buried himself with like that. But
Buried himself. That feels like a
That's harsh, Chad. That's
insensitive
harsh.
thing to say. At this
too
point.
soon. Too soon. I'm sorry.
And then
you call him
2011
Steve Jobs. How dare you?
Yeah.
Jobs. I know. Job from the Bible. 2011. This is one that hit you guys. Twitch was launched in 2011.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I did not know
I
Twitch
didn't-
was
I
that
didn't know
old.
either. Yeah,
So it's,
I thought it was more new. Like,
but I mean,
I was
yeah.
like 2015 or something like
how
that.
big is it now from just a decade?
Well, it's huge now,
Yeah.
but I know a lot
I've
of
even seen
a lot
of
of-
White House billboard. It said something about Twitch the other day. By the way,
really.
yeah, it was about
Was it like a streamer, like made an ad for
streamer
themselves?
about like making crafts or something like that.
Yeah, Twitch does everything now. Yeah,
That's crazy.
there's people I've seen. There's a guy that I watched. I haven't watched the stream, but he builds AK-47s, and he started streaming himself building them on Twitch.
That's crazy.
He builds some of the best AKs in the world.
I mean,
Jim
it does,
Fuller.
does everything. People do have like their own cooking show on there. They're like, "Hey, welcome. This is my kitchen. I'm cooking stuff with doing whatever guitar
Should we be
lessons."
cross streaming our podcast there.
Probably. You probably
It'd be
get
better than YouTube.
a
honestly.
better live audience than YouTube. I would
Yeah.
say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
for-
look into
yeah,
that.
for real.
In 2011, also Spotify came to the United States from wherever it was at previously. I didn't look that
Oh,
deep into this.
I didn't know that. I didn't know Spotify was anywhere else.
Foreign. Yeah, I didn't know.
This is all new
In
information.
2012, the first Avengers movie premiered,
Okay.
which was a big deal.
That was a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's about right.
Which
Oh,
I was
God, Avengers
I was
was so
initially
good.
pissed about the Avengers.
Wow.
because it excluded Spider-Man and
well, they didn't have the rights to Spider-Man.
I know why that's why I was pissed about it. I was
But
like,
Spider-Man wasn't like an OG Avenger anyways. Like that didn't bother me.
Right. Now, X-Men wasn't Wolverine eventually part of
I mean,
the Avengers?
everybody was an Avenger at some point,
Right.
you know, to like be in there. But no, he wasn't.
So the Avengers were Marvel and kind of like the same thing. Justice League was DC, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Justice League was kind of like all of DC's like top dog. So is Superman, Batman, all them. Avengers.
Well, no, that's bullshit too, because the Justice League had the Wonder Twins in it at some point.
But I mean, I'm saying though.
Wonder Twins.
Yeah, they were the worst.
But I'm saying DC, like they had all their A team in Justice League. Marvel didn't really do that. They kind of like the Avengers was kind of their own people, other than the Hulk. Well, I mean, everybody was their own individual story, but they didn't just like shoehorn Spider-Man and all of their other people. You know, like Fantastic Four was still Fantastic Four. They didn't shoehorn them into Avengers.
Yeah,
it was kind of its own story.
And to be honest with you, before the movies came out, like I didn't give two shits about Captain America.
Oh, I didn't either.
I could care less.
I was a comic book nerd.
I thought he looked like a dillweed. I was like, man, I'm not about him at all.
I was the same way. I'm like Captain, because when I was a kid, I mean, I'm like, he has no superpowers. He's fucking Captain America. Like, how lame is? Like,
but he's like, isn't he like a
he's supposed to be
engineer?
He's supposed to be like genetically
like a super soldier.
He's like a professional athlete, just a little bit better.
He's peak of humanity.
He's like
so there's no so if he was in the Olympics, he would win gold and everything.
Okay,
yeah,
but he wouldn't be like ridiculous. Like he wouldn't. So he would win bench press, but he wouldn't just pick up.
He'd beat the shit out. He'd beat the shit out of Batman, but I mean, he's not gonna beat Superman with whoop him.
Right,
but he's the best human.
Right.
But
in everything.
The best of human potential.
So he would win bench press and he would win like sprint.
Okay.
But he wouldn't he wouldn't outrun the flag. He wouldn't do anything superhuman.
Okay.
Right. Other than throwing his shield defies physics, but we don't.
Yeah.
Because he throws it and it like bounces off shit and then comes back to him like that's But they don't really
him. That's the shield.
They don't really address that. You just kind of believe it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's cool.
It just works because his brain can see it. I guess I don't know.
I still don't even understand how a boomerang works. So I mean, I'm not gonna defy the actual shield.
Crikey.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. The rule one about a boomerang is you don't shape it like a shield. You shape it like a boomerang.
Right.
That's true.
Rule two is you don't let it touch anything because as soon as you do that, it fucks everything up.
Yeah,
so Captain America doesn't make any sense.
Rule three, you don't talk about
or Captain America's shield. Yeah. But anyhow, Captain America. But you're right though. Captain America was cool as fuck in the movies though.
Yeah, he's way cooler in the movie.
Yeah. I think he was that cool in the comics. I just never gave him a chance.
Yeah, me neither. I just saw an A on his forehead and I was like, hey, that stands for asshole.
Captain America. Yeah.
Because he's
motherfucker uses the standard system over the metric system.
Yeah, well, because he has that Dudley do it. I'm America.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi
ho,
that's a good voice you have there.
Is that Dudley Do Right?
No,
I don't know what that is, but that's a great.
But it's just like I'm America. I said like
it's like Borat.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like a tourist guy. Like he's like, look at me. He's almost like a tourist is the way I almost think of him as.
Yeah.
But you know what's hilarious is in the movies they make fun of that. Remember he has to do those PSAs.
Right. Yeah.
So like in Spider-Man and stuff, they have to they go in detention. They have to watch a movie. Like you would have to do. They have to watch a movie. It's fucking Captain America. He's like, so you found yourself in detention.
Yeah.
It's like superhero detention.
No, it's just kid detention. But Captain America is a big public figure, so he's basically doing a PSA to the kids, and he does a bunch of PSAs.
And that just makes me hate his character more. I'm just like, what a.
But they're making fun of it.
But you think it's against his will. Like you think he wants to do it.
Well, even in the movies though, he's like the extreme conservative morality person who's just like, it's what's in the best interest of the people, no matter what the circumstances. He's very soft on everything he takes a stance on.
No, I would disagree. I think he's very hard on everything. Like everything has to be right. Like
I mean, no, I'm saying it has to fall in line with the right morality thing. Like he's very hard on that stance. But that makes him seem soft sometimes because it's like we got to do the right thing. Well, hey, listen, I understand what you're saying, but if we kill this dude, a bunch of other people don't die. He's like, well, maybe we don't have to kill him.
Right.
Yeah.
It takes the Batman
But see,
approach.
what made his character so good, the evolution of it is when you get to the Civil War and see what TJ hadn't seen it, so you don't know. The Civil War come about in the comics and in the movies is that the people decided that there needed to be a superhero registry.
Okay.
So the public wouldn't know the identity of these superheroes, but the government would.
Okay.
Because these people need to be kept in check. And Captain America was like, "Fuck that, we're not doing that." Like that's not
really?
that's yeah. So like he's basically like very like,
He's
but
a
if
libertarian.
if you think about the Constitution, I mean he's really following like Fourth Amendment rights, right? And so then like Tony Stark, he's the antithesis. Of course, he's open with his identity.
Don't tread on me, motherfucker.
Yeah, and so Captain America, like we were saying, is so hard on his values. Like he's leading this whole thing and they're turning on him. And he was like, "Fuck y'all, we're not doing this. Like I'll go rogue on this whole motherfucker." And he did.
Yeah.
Badass.
Dang.
Yeah.
Which actually,
Captain America's fucking cool as shit, dude.
But Tony Stark, to his defense on that, was just like, I mean, why not? I mean, we're fucking superheroes. I mean, who cares?
I equated it a lot to the, of course, that's just me, but just like gun registry
stuff,
and gun stuff like that. Like, but basically what they're saying is government needs supreme control, and Captain America's like, nope, fuck that. These people need to be able to be their own people, which is what America is
on
about.
That standpoint. Yeah, for sure.
And so I don't know.
This couldn't be a better segue into the next thing for the decade, which was
let's go.
Which was in
we've nerd talked too long.
2013, Edward Snowden leaked NSA info, and
what a fucking patriot, man.
I know.
What a bad.
I don't know anything about that. I just know there's a movie about it, and I don't know anything else.
Yeah. Well, you know all the stuff that we know today.
I'm gonna take a leak, and you fill him in on that.
Yeah, with how much the United States government was able to actually spy and know all of our private information without a warrant, without anything. They're able to just constantly be there. We all had suspicion they were capable of that, but no one knew for sure until Edward Snowden leaked the data that, like, hey, they are 100% monitoring everything.
Right.
And
whatever happened to that dude? I mean,
he fled the country. He was trying to go to South America or something, but he was trying to take this weird route, and he ended up, as far as he could get was Russia before he started being like, they were going to ground his plane. So he's still in Russia, but
okay,
he's still hiding out there, from the U.S. government.
Gotcha. So I mean, so what are the charges against him? I mean,
espionage, like being a traitor. Like he had access to private information from the private government information because he had a unique set of skills with his background, and he had access to all this data across the network and private data. And when he made that public to WikiLeaks and everything,
what all information was included that really landed him in any trouble?
It was just what the government was doing to its private citizens. It was that they were spying on every single human being, from the Bush administration through the Obama administration, all of them had signed off on this.
So how's the government going to get on? I mean, I understand it's private information, but because they broke
because he had access to something that was
confidential,
and he was sharing that with the media. I mean, but
they were breaking
their breach
him
as a traitor.
But the government was breaching our confidentiality.
Oh, I agree with you on that. But the way they see it is, it was our safety. It was our national security because we had, 9/11 had happened. And
even though they were using that to spy on each other and gain political power over other candidates.
They were saying, like, we need to know what every person's doing. And if you're not doing anything wrong, you have nothing to hide. And that's kind of the background. And when he leaked exactly how much power, how much oversight they had, he became a traitor of the national government. So, and there's people that did less than what he did that were prosecuted for being traitors. So
I kind of feel like this guy needs to have like shirts like Hugo Chavez.
This guy needs to have his face added to Mount Rushmore is what he needs to have.
Yeah.
I mean,
but that makes me want to watch the movie, despite the fact that Ben Affleck plays.
Go ahead and start by just listening to him tell it himself on Rogan's podcast with him. Rogan did a podcast with him this year
before all that broke out.
Dude, this year. It's one of two podcasts Rogan's ever done
just a couple months ago
that weren't live in studio. He had He had him over Skype or over.
Okay.
It's like 3 hours long, and it ain't near as long as like you want it to be.
No, it's
really?
Like it starts wrapping up, and you're like, we are not done. Like we need him on again.
I need to go.
He's
listen to
well
that for sure.
spoken, and I don't guess, at the time I think I bought into kind of the media coverage of him that he was like some. I kind of bought into like
a traitor kind of.
well. I believe
That's surprising. I didn't. I thought he was a badass from the beginning. Dude threw his life away.
I believe that he exposed something we needed to know about, but I also didn't quite. I think I kind of. They try to portray him as not what he was, and I kind of bought into that story. Like he was a troublemaker from the start. But hearing him tell the story, man, I'm compelled to like. Dude is a patriot, absolutely.
Has the news died down about this guy, or is it still very much?
Oh no, you don't hear any news about him right now.
No, not that much.
Trump related now.
So
and he's hiding out in Russia. He didn't do anything.
So even if he wasn't hiding out in Russia, I mean, do they have any jurisdiction to just nab him?
Oh
they would
yeah,
grab him up and for sure.
Yeah, he said on that podcast that he would come back to America today if he could get the trial, like a regular trial, but he won't get that. They won't give him that. They'll give him what is that, military or some kind of military trial.
He won't have a jury. He won't have it of his own peers like you're supposed to have for crimes.
Right. If he could get a jury of his own peers and regular trial.
And why is that?
Because of the way espionage and traitors and things like that is classified differently. So
they have a different set of rules and regulations for traitors
when it comes to that.
Well, like military has their own
military tribunal and things like that.
Right. So like if you're in the military, you create a crime, you don't have a regular trial. You have a military trial. I'm sure there's a word for it.
That seems like bullshit, that process.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know enough about it to comment on why they do it their way, but
he just wants the actual American people to hear his side of the story, why he did it. Because he debated with it for a long time, and his only regret is that he didn't come out sooner. Yeah.
Right. He said that he was like kind of ready to come out at the end of the Bush era. And then Obama was so inspiring. He was like, all right, well, this guy's going to make it right. And he kind of didn't. But then he was like, the second time he got elected is like, okay, the second term is when you really get to do it. And it was like, he just wasn't doing it. Like wasn't nothing happening.
Yeah.
So then he just decided to take it into his own hands.
Right. Yeah.
And do what he had to do.
I need to read more on this.
Yeah, you need to listen to that podcast for sure. And then 2016, Donald Trump is elected. That's a big deal.
Oh yeah, that's a very big deal. People are still mad about it.
Yep.
I didn't vote.
He just recently got impeached 2 days ago.
For all the listeners out there, I was not going to vote in that. That hate me, love me, whatever. I did not want to vote in that election.
Well,
I was
tough.
adamant about
Donald
it.
Trump and
I didn't like
and
either
Hillary
option.
Clinton.
So
I didn't like either option. I loathed the one option, but the other, like, I think I probably, this may be more controversial. Don't talk about politics on a fucking podcast, but maybe you do. I probably would have
talk
voted
about it our way.
I probably would have voted for Trump just because he was a businessman and outside of politics and stuff like that, and he's well renowned for running businesses efficiently.
Yeah.
But so I like that aspect. But when he started talking about the Bible and how cringy that was, the Bible, and then
there was a lot of cringy shit about Trump,
I mean,
for sure.
that kind of stuff right there. I was just like, man, I can't get on board with this. I'm just not doing it. But I'm very curious to see how this next thing goes with the impeachment thing coming down. I really want to look back on the history books and kind of see how the impeachment thing went down with Bill Clinton and how that he continued on to do a second term with that. Like, what was the timeline?
Well,
when Bill
he just
Clinton
didn't
got
get
impeached?
Clinton didn't get impeached in Congress. So I mean, it's going to be the exact same thing happened with Trump.
Okay.
I mean, he's getting.
Well, listen, the thing that blew my mind about this, forget about that. They want to act like they had this 6-hour debate talking about whether or not he breached the Constitution. It's 100% politics. Don't mistake that this is not politics. You look at it, it was like 99% of the Democrats voted to impeach him and 99% of the Republicans voted not to impeach him.
Right.
It has nothing to do with whether he violated the Constitution.
Well,
it's only to do with your party line.
And the thing was, like, when they voted to impeach Clinton, it was like over these things, lying, blah, blah, blah. Like Trump's impeachment is over abuse of power. But like, it's such like how? There's like no reason. Like it's obvious, like TJ said, it's obvious politics.
Smear
like
campaign.
Well,
not
or
as
like what?
well,
no,
kind of. But
I think
but they're
Donald Trump's. I don't think he's innocent in this for any. I mean, he definitely was trying to get a political advantage in the next election through the Ukrainians. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. But,
right.
But
which he's technically not wrong. All he's got to do is
but the
legalize
thing- the
marijuana,
thing is,
and he's good, man.
Yeah, for sure.
He'll win.
He's not going to do that, but he would. You're right. But like TJ's saying though, like they can't point to a single thing. Like they're trying to point to this phone call, but there's nothing you can do. Like they can't look at it and be like, you did this wrong, like they did with Clinton. Like you lied. You did, you know, like they're obviously trying to get him out because they yeah, you killed that pretty hard there, Levi.
Killed the mic.
He turned his mic off. So yeah, and see what gets me the most about this whole thing is the way like the Democrats say they're trying to unite the country, which the country being united is very needs to happen right now. But this shit isn't doing it, man, because all you're doing is pissing off all the Republicans, and you're pissing off people that are even in the middle because you're like, I don't know what you think you're going to accomplish by this impeachment. Like they're trying to make him look bad, but all he's done is went up in the polls since this. Like he is ridiculously favored among every candidate in the Democratic side of the election for president. Like his poll, he's like 10% ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Like of the person closest to him, which I think is like Joe Biden is like the closest person.
Yeah.
Like what that the thing that gets like, there's a lot of people that don't like Trump, and I understand that 100%. But like, why do they got to treat him like he literally like raped them? Right. Like people, like as soon as you say his name, like they're so fucking mad, man.
To it, yeah.
Like just let the motherfucker run his presidency and then vote somebody else the next time. Like, what are you doing by being a fucking asshole? And I'm like they're saying that Trump is leading in the polls because of shit like this, because when people are pissed off, when people are trying to tell you how you need to be, like, if you like this guy, if you like what he's saying, that makes you a racist and a bigot and blah, blah, blah. And everybody's like, well, fuck you. I'm going to vote for him because fuck you.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know tons of people that are that kind of stuff. Just the fact that they make the other side uncomfortable makes them happy. They just love that.
And I got to say, like, it's getting me a little bit.
Right.
Like, it's the kind of thing, like I'm the kind of guy, like I'll like when kids are like over at the house, like you love to give them like candy or shit like that. Like, like kids come over to the house, like, can we have popsicles? Motherfucker, yeah, you can have popsicles. Y'all can have all the popsicles because y'all ain't my kids and y'all are at my house. Like, y'all can have them all. But when one kid starts acting like an asshole, you're like, I will burn on a stake before I give you anything.
Yep.
Like when they're like throwing a fit, like, I want a popsicle. Like, you ain't getting shit.
I want a grape, Chad.
Yeah.
I want grape.
Y'all don't have, like, oh, we don't have any grape. We got cherry and we got like, you know what? You're not getting fucking shit. Like, that's what I think about. Like when everybody's like losing their shit over Trump, it's like, you know what? I kind of want to vote for him.
just to kind of
just
stir the pot a little.
Because to see them, like, to see all them people die twice over having him elected again is almost worth it, man.
Funny.
It's almost worth doing it again.
That's funny. I mean, he doesn't strike me though as being trustworthy. I'm fairly confident that he's lying all the time.
That's the thing that gets me. Like, well, he's not trustworthy. No president's trustworthy.
Yeah, you're right.
They didn't make it. Like they're all pieces of shit.
Well, that's the most like Barack Obama seemed if you just heard him talk, he seemed like a very trustworthy, like likable guy.
Barack Obama seems like one of the coolest motherfuckers you could ever hang out with.
The problem was that reality didn't match kind of everything he said. But but
that's the thing. People that are like,
I feel like that's every president, because when there's a Republican in office, there's Democrats run the House and everything else. Nothing ever gets passed, and it's vice versa when the opposite happens. It's a perpetual cycle of nothing getting achieved. It's empty promises.
But that's good. The system is designed to be gridlock, and that's good because that means for something to actually change, everyone has to be like, this needs to change.
Yeah, one person can't come in and do
is, by the way, like no one wants to give Trump credit for, but he is like fucking doing what you said, Levi, him being a businessman, he has went to work on all these fucking trade deals of like NAFTA and all this bullshit, all this shit with the trade war with China. Democrats don't want to say it, but they're all voting with him and fixing this shit because it was fucked and nobody wants to stand up and do it. And he did it. Once again, I'm definitely not pro on the Trump train. I mean, he banned bump stocks. Like, fuck you. Like he like, that's bullshit. Don't do that. We need, Levi. You need a beer?
No, I'm good.
Now you looked at it.
Yeah,
well, you killed that. You killed that whiskey like you did.
Thirsty.
You get a Coors Banquet down here, then.
Yeah,
son.
I'll take that.
Do you want a water? I got some water.
Water first. Yeah.
There you go.
You can drink out of the canteen here.
All right, thank you, sir.
Attaboy. Clean canteen.
I just thought.
Always keep the canteen.
Or there you go.
There you go.
Oh,
Drink it out of your fucking Gatson cup.
Attaboy. No, I don't feel represented by Donald Trump, but I don't feel represented by. I've not felt truly represented by a candidate in a long time, and
I'm never going to feel represented by a candidate.
Yeah, and I don't
Never.
feel confident that either side because they're so polarized. There's,
the only way I'm going to feel represented is if someone that's like just an online personality that I really resonate with gets elected due to just popularity. That's served almost no time in politics.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And I don't know. That's why I almost don't even give a fuck. Like I voted in every election, but it's like it's hard to give a fuck when you don't feel represented by either party.
Oh yeah,
I'm that way, and I think it drives my parents crazy because like they're. I mean, I really don't care because like ultimately. Like I'm just trying to enjoy my life. I was blessed to be in the United States of America, and I get all these privileges to live in this state. I mean, and nothing really changes from president to president in my eyes. I mean, it's pretty much been the same my entire life. I mean, would you all agree with that? I mean,
oh yeah.
I mean, minimal.
Bush fucked us with the Patriot Act. I will say that. Like he straight. There are like a handful of things that's like that was bad. Patriot Act was. That's probably top things in our life that kind of
I don't know shit about that. To be honest with you,
basically, it gives the government the ability to wiretap you, spy on you. Just
okay, gotcha.
Right? Yeah. What Snowden was, which they
and then Obama continued it. He knew about it,
even campaigning against it.
Yeah, he said he was going to stop it, but didn't. So. Everyone's guilty. There's blood on everybody's hands when it comes to this,
right? And then Trump's not sitting here going like, "Nah, that's bullshit." And like people, he's continuing it too.
People
and every
respect say if they subscribe to this, if you're not doing anything wrong, then why should you care?
Fuck that.
But I don't feel that way at all. I feel like
those people are short-sighted and
yeah.
I'm not gonna say small-minded, but they're short-sighted.
Right. I mean that. And anonymity and privacy and everything like that is what keeps me free in some regards. I've read enough George Orwell novels to know like stuff. Everybody starts giving up their freedom, and then eventually it's abused. That's part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fucking sad and scary. Honestly,
the thing that gets me with this going back to this Trump impeachment, the thing that I think that drives me the most crazy about the whole thing is I wish that they would have put even half or less, a third as much effort into investigating Obama and Hillary over the Benghazi incident as they have over Trump making a fucking phone call.
Right.
Like that shit was so fucked up. And it was so obviously fucked up.
Anytime Donald Trump does anything, it is triggering everybody
to
do everything. I mean,
it does.
It's an emotional thing.
And that's the thing. Like, I don't think they're wrong for like when they've been so critical of Trump, and I think that's great. I think that's the media's purpose.
Yeah.
I just wish they would have thrown that toward Obama and just some of that shit that he was doing.
Right.
Like, yeah, your job as the media is to be critical of the president and the government and everything that's going on. That's literally what freedom of the press is about.
Yeah. I do think they go a little bit ridiculous. Like everything has to relate back to Trump. Like some stuff.
Oh yeah, they definitely
involve goddamn Trump.
Right. They definitely get ridiculous in some ways. But I'm just saying, like Obama just got a pass on so much shady shit,
right,
man.
Right.
Like the Edward Snowden, like he literally campaigned against amnesty for whistleblowers,
Right.
and then went after Snowden as hard as he could go after.
Right. Total contradiction.
And the other person, what's the WikiLeaks guy?
Yeah.
Went
Assange.
after Julian Assange
Assange.
went after him hard. Like he just totally like 180'd on all of his shit because he didn't know. When he got sworn in, he immediately went to a table and signed a document to close down Guantanamo Bay, and fucking nothing ever came of it. That motherfucker's still open. Like after that,
crazy.
it was like I don't really want to talk about that anymore.
They were like, all right, we know you signed that document. Let's
Yeah,
you into this room
let's
and
give you
tell
the real
the,
thing.
Tell you the scoop here, buddy.
And then it's like Snowden talked about, like nobody elected president is capable of making these decisions.
Well, you know what? It's
because you got people advising the president that's been doing it for 20 fucking years, and you got a guy on day one that don't know shit.
Yeah, no doubt. And it's hard. Imagine, like I have Ring doorbells on two doorbells here, on two entrance ways, and I can legitimately say an argument that this helps me. One, know who's coming and going to the house, has motion sensors, so I know who's coming up. I can keep everybody safer more effectively because I have more data to use.
Right.
If my kids were then to say, like, this violates our privacy, you see when we come and go and all this, like, I would be like, yeah, you're my kid and I know best. I need this data so I can do it.
Right.
I'm not going to give up that data. And I think in that scenario, my household, I think I'm completely right. And I think they're using that same kind of thought process behind wiretapping and everything. But the difference is they're supposed to serve us. They're not our parents raising us. It's a massive difference. They serve us. We elect them. We pay them.
Right.
You don't goddamn spy on me. I'll call you if I need you. That's the way I feel about it.
Yeah. That's literally the way it's supposed to work.
Yeah. So
yeah, let's move on to something happier.
Yeah.
We've been bitching for a while now.
Yeah. So 2011, the planking craze took over.
2011, did we not back up?
We kind of jumping around. I used two different websites. So
when was the Harlem Shake?
It came somewhere there. I didn't write that down because I didn't think that was big enough. But the planking craze. Remember how crazy that was? People were just laying down still.
Yeah, and then people were dying because they were like planking on like a balcony and then falling over and dying.
That's terrible.
What about parkour? Or is that the 2000s?
Parkour is just
No.
generally still going on probably. In 2012, this is crazy. The Gangnam Style became the first
Gangnam Style
YouTube video to get 1 billion views. The video for that.
Is it still the most popular? It was the most popular for a while.
For a while, I don't know if it still is.
Well, what's the number one now?
I don't know.
I'd like to know that.
I'll tell you. I remember
bet Google knows.
I remember when.
I
know Avril Lavigne had the most popular YouTube video at one point, which was strange.
Really? I still want to see the video where that lady's pointing at the cat that you guys talk about the memes being based off of.
Well, those were two separate things.
What's the most popular YouTube video?
Yeah. But the mashup. I want to see the mashup of it.
According to Wikipedia,
Despacito.
Oh, Despacito. Because it got to be a meme.
The most viewed video on YouTube with over 6.5 billion views as of
God,
2019.
6.5 billion views.
Desposado? What is that?
It's a song.
It's a song
featuring Justin Bieber.
And I don't even think I've ever heard the song.
Yeah.
But I know the meme. That's
I don't even know the meme.
I know the song, but that's the number one.
Because what
Why is that number one?
because of the meme and because
What's the meme?
the meme would be like whatever what's a first world problem you might have? I ran out of whiskey. Like I come home from a hard days of work and only had half a glass of whiskey. Alexa, play Desperado.
Okay.
That's the meme.
Okay.
Starbucks didn't have the thing to keep me from burning my hands.
They were right. Alexa, play Desperado. That was the thing. It was always Alexa, play.
Starbucks is out of cold brew.
Yeah, Alexa, play Desperado.
I love their freaking
because
nitro.
it's like
it's out sometimes. You go there and they don't have it.
Have you ever had the nitro though?
Yeah.
Nitro's got that nitrous oxide giving it that. It tastes like you're drinking a beer midday.
Yeah.
It's great. So in 2013, what does the Fox say?
The Nation. That song is so funny to me. That song still cracks me.
What does the Fox say?
It's
I didn't like I was so because at that point I had like I was kind of like Levi's now. I had a young kid and like I was kind of out of the loop and I'm like, what is this? What is a Fox say thing? And like I heard it and I'm like, is this a real song? Like what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah.
And now that
It's a
I'm
good
older,
song,
now
though.
I kind of get it. Like,
Yeah, they were clever in how they did that.
but when you have babies, you have kids, you're just like, I don't understand what the fuck's going on in the
Now
world
I
right
love
now.
that song, but I hate the Baby Shark fucking song.
Oh, it's totally
Dude,
different.
I remember Baby Shark from when I was a
Fucking
kid. That is
terrible.
not a new song.
Really?
Yes. I remember my sister coming home teaching me.
It's so annoying.
Was it not that popular back then or something?
I
It didn't
think-
sweep the nation.
Well, no, it just, I mean, I guess like
It
she
was
just,
regionally.
she just come, but I remember her like, because I would sing it with her. But I mean, she was doing the Baby Shark and she would do her fingers and like she was teaching me the things. And like, I'm older than her, but I was
Yeah.
like, it's kind of fun. And so I would do it with her. And
They're selling toys about it and everything right now for Christmas time.
I'll tell you what I
I'm
like
this is
is
stupid.
that someone did one that was Baby Trump, and it was his voice singing it though, but they cropped it up.
That'd be
It
pretty
was-
good.
it was
That'd be pretty damn funny.
Baby Trump. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. It's pretty funny.
That's pretty good.
I love any of those videos. Where
I
they
love that video
cut
you sent me
their-
where he was just saying China over
Oh,
and
it
over
was
again.
just somebody
Awesome.
cut out
So
like
fucking awesome.
1,000 times when he said the word China, and it's just hilarious.
China. Think
I
about
love
China. I mean, just over. That's all he says the entire time, and it is awesome.
How about this one? 2014, the Ice Bucket Challenge swept the nation.
Yeah.
oh, you got me on that ice
Yep,
bucket
yep.
challenge.
Yeah.
Gosh, that video came up on my Amazon thing not that long ago.
It was pretty cool.
It fucking sucked in that ice bucket challenge. That
Yeah.
fucking sucked balls.
Hey, there's like a host of prank things where people did the ice bucket challenge to people unknowingly,
Oh boy,
where they're in a hot shower and then they pour the ice bucket over top onto the person who's in a
Freaked
hot
them
shower
out.
and freaks
That's
them out, like seizing up and falling down, pulling the shower curtain down and stuff.
the best part of
Pretty
that ice
crazy.
bucket challenge was watching all the people that didn't realize how fucking heavy water was.
Yeah,
So they were trying to dump like something and they ended up dropping the whole damn bucket
Yeah.
on their
Yeah.
head and fucking
Yeah.
people up.
I did mine. I was
Yeah.
in an ice bath, eating ice cream, and then dumped ice on my.
Yeah, you tried to one up like everybody.
Of course,
With that shit.
Got to. 2015, same-sex marriage became illegal across the nation, which is
Yeah, good for them.
massively
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
so totally cool.
As a kid though, I wouldn't even imagine that, growing up.
Well, the fact, I mean, it
I
almost
think I never really
it-
thought about it that much.
like in reflection or whatever, it almost seems kind of like disrespectful in such a huge way to just, I mean, let people do what they want to do. I mean,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like,
It always
life,
it always
you know?
pissed me off when people are like so pro Second Amendment and then so pro like anti gay marriage.
Right,
Like, so
right.
you want to be able to do what you want to do and have the government
not
leave you
want-
alone.
right.
You don't want the government telling you what kind of gun you can or cannot own, but you don't want the government telling you who you can have sex with.
Yeah.
Like, are
Right.
you okay with that? Like,
yeah.
that's such a weird,
Yeah.
like a
I was
weird
having a
dynamic.
conversation with my daughter about this, and I was like, a lot of people argue about the sanctity of marriage, like, because she was like, why would they even be opposed to it? And I was like, well, a lot of people used to argue that that marriage wouldn't mean as much if you just allowed anybody to marry anybody, is kind of their argument. And I said, both the secular world and the church world are both have like over 50% divorce rates. I said the sanctity of marriage is essentially fucked already. Like, it doesn't matter.
Well,
Like,
in defense, here we go. This is like in my DNA to like try to
play devil's advocate.
try to play devil's advocate. But to rewind time a little bit here, back then being gay was so wrong and bad and embarrassing, and gay people kept it such a secret. The only people that were like known to be gay were the like child molesters, like bad people, like people that did a lot of fucked up shit. And so a lot of people equated being gay with being
Mentally disturbed. In some way.
being really, really fucked up. Like being like that's where the whole like you can't be gay and be a leader of the Boy Scouts, because they just assume like this person is going to molest like every child on this thing, which is we know now it's
Way fucked up.
completely silly,
Yeah.
completely silly. But back then they didn't know a gay person that wasn't doing something like
Well,
that.
it was a combination of the people not being as open and out about it,
Right.
and us
Right,
not
but
being as
because-
understanding,
Right, because they
and-
weren't they were
How much?
regular gay people were too embarrassed because,
I'm gonna
because
stir
of
up some
society.
shit on this. How much did the Catholic Church play into this?
Probably a lot. Well, and not just Catholic Church, any church. Probably a lot of it. Played a
Well, I
lot
guess they're more notable
because they teach that like you're supposed to be accepting of everybody unless
Right.
They're
You're talking
this
about
and this.
the,
and
the
this.
Spotlight.
priest touching people is what you're trying to reference.
Yeah.
though,
It was
but-
boy on, but it was
Yeah,
always
I don't know
boy
how
on
that
boy.
played into it.
Well,
but
that part wouldn't
certainly
have,
that's
because-
disgusting and terrible,
Because
but
the Catholic Church kept that internal, so
Right.
that wouldn't have played any part in it. But
Yeah.
the church in general, both Catholic and Protestant, was like you're not supposed to associate with gay people, even though you can associate with Joe Bachelor, who's fucking
Yeah.
a different girl every weekend.
right.
So I don't really understand that. But
Yeah.
anyhow, moving on.
That's definitely. I totally agree with you on that. Okay, what was that? 2016 Harambe.
Harambe, yeah, I got shot.
Rest
Yeah,
in
he
peace,
rests in peace.
Harambe.
Yeah.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Dicks out for Harambe. He died in 2016, and then I have 2017 was our solar eclipse. Which was
Yep.
a big deal.
Oh,
Yep.
dude, yeah,
Yep.
we had the best fucking day doing that. I took off work and like we had all the family over at the house and we just had a good time with like the kids and everybody. It was like our own little holiday.
So that was a good thing.
If I think I've told y'all this, but the center, like the dead center of the eclipse, was seriously like 20 yards from my backyard.
Crazy, dude.
Like we were right in the fucking center of that
That's
eclipse.
amazing.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I was in Denver Airport letting people borrow my glasses, and we were only at 90%.
I tried to get y'all
there.
assholes to come over, and neither of y'all did.
Well,
I was in
working
Denver.
for
Both-
I was working for a shitty company at the time.
Yeah.
And,
All right. Well, I'll catch y'all
I,
on next
I
eclipse.
barely was allowed to even
That
go
comes
outside
through my
and even look at
backyard.
it, unless I was going to weed eat. That's where I was fucking at.
I was weed eating.
Bullshit.
You had to work the whole day. You couldn't even go outside and look at it.
Well, that's how they were like.
Does it-
Hey, get back to work.
does it make you even-
That's kind of like the mentality that was there. Yeah.
Does it make you even more mad to know now that you could have been hanging out with me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me mad. I should
Yeah.
have not gone. to
Y'all both
Denver. I
should have
been right there with you.
We had a fucking awesome time. We grilled hamburgers.
Should have been with my kids.
My kids.
too.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah, we had everybody's kids was over. It was great.
All right, shut the fuck up. We're moving on. So the top 10 songs of the decade
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
Okay.
about Billboard. Now this is Billboard saying top selling songs. This is not like favoritism thing.
Taylor Swift has to be in there somewhere.
Taylor Swift is probably like three
She's
or
not in there at all.
What?
Really?
Number
None there
one.
at all?
Hold on. Can we make any should we be able? Let's make a couple guesses.
okay. Yeah,
A couple guesses.
let's
see if
make
y'all hit
guesses.
anything.
The fact that Taylor Swift isn't on there puts me out. Well, shit. Now I've drank enough to know.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran. Yeah, he's definitely in there.
the wedding song.
The Shape of You.
Shape of You is number 3. Yeah.
But what about his other song? Is he on there twice?
No, just on there once.
Kanye's got to have at least one on there.
Kanye's not on there.
What?
This is what Billboard said was top
That's
selling.
not bad. Okay.
Kesha.
Kesha's not on there.
Hold on.
Bieber?
Adele.
Oh, Adele's definitely
Adele
on
and
there.
Bieber are both make appearances on here.
Now,
What's-
which Adele song is?
Oh, it's got to be the big one, the main one.
Hello.
No, not Hello. What's
No,
what's
before
the
that.
Oh,
The main
Rolling
one.
in the Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Rolling
Okay.
Deep.
That's number 10.
Number 10.
Damn. All
Yeah.
right.
So Rolling in the Deep, number 10.
What's Bieber?
By
I don't-
Adele. Number 9, Despacito, which is Louis Ponzi featuring Bieber. That's
Okay.
the Bieber one.
Okay.
Okay.
Despacito.
I've seriously, that's like the most. I don't think I've ever heard this song.
Is there? I'm
You
thinking.
never
it's-
heard Despacito?
No.
That's
It's just
Bieber does
okay.
the chorus, and it's like Spanish people have
I
that.
still want to guess on this, but you're talking about
Yeah, hold on.
2010 to 2019.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me how many more of these artists should I know?
You'll know some of them. Let me just run through them because it's not gonna blow you away. Number 8 is Somebody That I Used to Know.
Oh, yeah.
Gautier.
Gautier, yeah,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Number 7 is Old Town Road by Lil Nas
Oh,
X
I
and
should have
Billy
thought
Ray
that.
Cyrus.
I should know these. You're fucking me up. You should be letting us guess these.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
these aren't. You wouldn't
I'm getting
necessarily
upset
pick
now.
these
Old
to
Town
be-
Road, yes. I should have guessed
You would
that.
have thought that was top 10 for the whole decade.
Yes.
even though it just
I would not.
Oh,
have.
yes.
would
I
not
would
have.
have.
Okay.
I would have thought that. That is such a fucking huge song.
okay. Number 6 is We Found Love by Rihanna.
I don't know what that is.
Number 5 is Girls Like You from Maroon 5.
Okay, now we're in top 5 now.
Yeah. Now we're number 4.
All right, hold on. Give us hints.
I don't know this song very well. Closer by the Chainsmokers. So we'll.
I don't know what that is at all.
That's the one.
How's it go?
That's the one. Shit. It's got Halsey in it. In the
All
song,
right.
I'm pretty sure.
We're
Moving on.
too old. All right. Number 3, you already guessed. Shape of You by Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
So the top 2 is.
it's not "Take Me to Church" song, is it? That's
no,
not.
no, that's a good song, but no, it's not in here. Party Rock Anthem by LMFAO.
What?
What the?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know the song, but how's
Man.
that number 2?
I don't know.
Dude, I wouldn't even known that was in this decade.
And you're not going to pick number one to be number one, but Uptown Funk from Bruno Mars.
I absolutely would have picked that. God
Okay.
damn it, TJ. I could have picked this shit.
Okay, well, you
I should have known Uptown
should have
Funk.
known it.
If
Uptown Funk.
we would have done this at the beginning of the podcast instead of later in the podcast,
Oh, the alcohol botched you up.
dude, it so fucks my memory up.
Okay. What are you looking up, Levi?
I'm bad at this
The
shit.
closer song, because you both know it probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look it up.
The chain smokers.
You do stupid things when you're drunk.
No, that's true. I do, dude. It's so like whenever you
It's
do
got
that,
Halsey in it.
guess a song. Like I can't do that shit.
I know this.
Oh, I do know this.
I know it breaks your heart. Moved to the city in a broke down car.
Give us the chorus.
4 years off the corner of the
Oh, yeah.
mattress
I know
that
this
you
one.
stole from your roommate back in Boulder.
My girls love this song. Yeah.
I definitely know this song. Yeah, I like this song, but I had no idea it was this popular though. I'm that old.
We're
Where I'm
getting
like,
old.
this is that song that's on my Spotify that I enjoy.
But you don't know. Yeah, that's about it.
That I
All
don't know who sings it.
Here's
Don't know
one
anything
other
about
decade thing I'm going to do. I'm just going to read y'all the whole list. Coming in 2010, coming into 2010 versus coming into 2020, who was the champion of these weight classes? We're only going to do weight classes
UFC
in the
or-
UFC.
it. So we're talking about MMA.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, there's no way. Like whoever's coming in is shit.
Well,
All
I'm
right,
just
go
going
ahead.
to tell you the difference though. And this is just the weight classes that
we get to
exist.
guess, though?
You're gonna have to roll through
2010.
these because I definitely have no opinion.
Yeah, I'm just going to run through them.
Okay.
There wasn't as many weight classes in 2010 though, so it won't take long.
So what class? Give me 1 second.
Okay. Heavyweight.
For 2010? Is it where we're starting off?
Yeah.
Is it junior? Is junior?
No. It's fucking Randy Couture.
No, not in 2010.
Well, you're close because Randy Couture lost his title to this guy,
Steve
Brock
Carwin?
Lesnar.
Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar was 2010.
In 2010?
Yeah, Brock
Dude,
Lesnar
we're
was
old as fuck,
2010.
dude. I was thinking Lesnar was
who's the
way
other guy?
before.
Steve Carwin?
Well, Shane Carwin
Shane
never
Carwin,
won it,
yeah,
but he
that's right.
beat Brock in that first round, but he
Right.
lost in the second round.
That's right.
so.
That's right.
Dude, I got to reset my brain then.
So-
I was thinking that was like,
Not as long
So
ago.
Brock had the
Way
title
before
in
that.
2010, and Stipe has it now in 2020, coming
Okay.
in 2020. And in the light heavyweight division,
A light heavyweight. Ooh,
It's
back
ne-
in 2010.
it's now John Jones,
Okay.
20
Light heavy. Lyoto Machida.
Lyoto Machida, exactly
Bam!
right.
Fuck yeah.
Exactly right. Middleweight is now Israel, the last style bender, Adesanya.
Middleweight. A GSP?
No,
Or
middleweight.
middleweight.
GSP did win the middleweight title, but it was in his
God.
return, but not originally. He didn't have it.
I
Mid-
couldn't.
mid-
I have
middleweight.
No idea.
Yeah, you know this one. Of course, you know this one.
Anderson Silva.
Middleweight.
Anderson Silva.
Oh, God damn it.
Anderson Silva.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Anderson Silva.
All right. Welterweight is now Kamaru Usman.
And it was
GSP.
GSP.
GSP,
Had to
right?
be.
Yeah. I was waiting on that one.
All
I
right.
knew that one.
And this is the last one because it was the only other weight class that existed in UFC. Back
Lightweight.
then. Lightweight. Khabib Nurmagomedov has it now, and who had it back then?
BJ?
BJ, yeah.
Ken.
BJ, that's
Exactly right.
what I was going to say. It had to be BJ.
It had to be BJ. So,
Nice.
Okay, so I knew two of them.
So,
I
yeah.
should have known three of
so
them.
here was your rundown.
Actually, I knew Brock Lesnar. I just thought that was earlier. Some reason I thought that was earlier.
Lesnar was like, but
but
Yeah,
it was
like
such a
2000
short window.
2008,
I thought for
like-
sure he wouldn't still be holding
he
on to
won
it
his
then.
title from Randy Couture. He defended it against.
Fuck, I was so close. I was
uh,
thinking it was Randy Couture that had it then. I really did.
He defended it against what's the guy that
Dude, but if you said I thought Brock Lesnar took it from Randy Couture in like 2004. Like
oh really?
I thought it was that long
No,
ago.
I was-
I'm fucked
I was
up.
thinking Lesnar like 2012.
It might have been
like
29. 2009 when he took it from him, but he carried it into 2010. So
okay.
See,
Yeah,
I thought
I remember
I
going
thought-
to Buffalo Wild Wings with you guys to watch where Lesnar was going to defend his title and ended up losing it and all that stuff too.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it seems like not that long ago. But
I remember
really
Levi,
long ago.
you and I watching Brock Lesnar versus
Overeem.
Alistair Overeem on. I can tell you exactly when it was because it was the day before New Year's Eve or something. Like whatever it was. The next day we ran a 5K.
Yeah,
and you were smart and quit drinking early, and I just kept pounding the beers. We
you
ran a
still,
5K
you still
together
finished
the next day.
before me. I was terrible in that.
I feel like that's got to be the best way to get over a hangover. It's just to fucking run it out.
We woke up early the next morning, ran a 5K, and then I did a polar plunge where I dove into a cold pool.
Jesus.
One of my worst experiences was when me and you got fucking lit on Fireball and then hiking it out the next day. I sweating cinnamon in my fucking pores the entire way back. It was awful. I mean, if throwing up all over the place wasn't bad enough, I mean,
I still tell that story. That was one of the funniest fucking nights.
Dude, it really was.
Yeah, we brought 20-ounce bottles of Fireball whiskey that were supposed to last us for two nights. We were going to cut it in half, and for whatever reason, we just got going and couldn't stop and drank the whole 20-ounce container.
It was just me and you that finished them, right?
Yeah, I did not kept mine.
Yeah, but then Chad claims that I grabbed his and was trying to drink some of his.
You were doing that. Mine. That's right. You did drink some of mine. That's right.
The thing that was the most shitty about that is not that we got so drunk that I pissed myself and fell over and threw up everywhere. The shittiest thing is the next night, Chad had to drink alone.
Yeah, because y'all were too hungover.
No, but hey, this asshole right here, him and Michael ate them fucking potatoes without us, man.
That would be me and Michael.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
It's you asshole.
Yeah, they're the ones
that ate drunk to remember.
No, yeah, it was me. I was one
you
pissed.
Got shafted on the potatoes.
We got fucking shafted. Yeah, because we were.
That was new Chris.
Hold on. Tell the story though. There was another group of people that were like ready to go.
Yes.
They brought steak and potatoes and shit.
Yeah. And they introduced us to Cards Against Humanity.
And they had such a great meal that they couldn't even finish it all.
Leftover potatoes.
And they give the fucking scraps.
Well, they didn't exactly.
No, they left it.
They sort of left it laying there, and after they turned into their tents, Michael and I looked at each other. We just scooped up their tinfoil and eat their goddamn scraps
like a couple of hobos,
like a fucking raccoons.
I don't know if it makes y'all worse for eating it or me worse for being mad about it.
I know you were jealous because we eat their scraps.
I was definitely jealous.
Like here I'm on my mountain house and y'all are eating baked potatoes. Fucking assholes.
I stayed in touch with those people too, like the guy and the girl.
I'm kind of hungry now, so this probably makes me even more mad about it.
I know it's funny.
Yeah, so I know you talked about pizzas, but man, Waffle House sounds good.
Well, hey, I
love Waffle House.
How much time do we have left?
Where are we at?
We're
an
hour and 40 minutes into this thing.
Okay, we got time to do my thing then.
Yeah,
I think you boys are going to enjoy this. Now, this wasn't something that I wanted to keep from y'all, but I had to I just got to explain to you what we're doing.
I'm excited about it so much so.
Well, the fact that I've never prepared anything for the entirety of this podcast, and I've prepared this because I thought it would be so much fun. Okay, there's a website called tiermaker.com, right? And so you can put in things in a tier list. It's basically
tier
tier. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I was saying like things that make you cry, like a chicken.
No, not like that. So what we're gonna do is we're going to give the Whiskey Bros tier list of fast food restaurants.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Now here,
I love this already.
Oh, I know. I knew y'all would both love this.
I love ranking shit. My wife hates it. Like, hey, what do you think on a scale of 1 to 5? Fuck that. I'm not doing it. Me, I'm just like,
oh, I know.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Go. I knew it. Like, this was all up our alley. Like,
Chad typically doesn't like ranking things either, though.
No, but this is going to be fun. So what we're going to do is what we're going to keep in mind, though, is this is the Whiskey Bros tier list. This is an individual tier list.
Okay.
So what it's going to be ranked at the end is the average of what everyone decides that it is. Now, when I say a fast food restaurant and bring it up, I don't want anybody to say like, oh, this is an A ranking. This is a B ranking. Like, first off, I think we should plead the case of the positives. Bleh, the positives and the negatives of this place. Okay. And we're gonna rank everything other than quality of food, obviously, menu selection, general restaurant, things like that. So we're going to talk about everything, and at the end of each one, we're going to say our ranking, and then we're going to average it.
Okay.
Of what it is, and then I think at the end, then we can post this.
Okay.
And be like, this is the Whiskey Bros pick for this.
So A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3,
this
4?
This is A through F.
Is it bad that I'm excited to be judgmental about something?
Oh yeah, you're going to get the chance to be judgmental. But now I could have made my own, but I'm way too fucking lazy for this. So I picked a pre-made one.
Okay.
So there's things on here that I have never eaten, and I want to get them out of the way quickly. So if somebody has eaten this and the other people hasn't, then they're the sole pick for this. and we can talk about it. So let me just go through some that I don't know that if y'all have had or I've had, and we're just gonna get them out of the way.
All right.
It's apparently El Pollo Loco.
That sounds like a generic Mexican chain restaurant.
Yeah.
But,
all right.
No,
All right. So if you haven't had that, I'm
I've
gonna
seen it, but I've never eaten.
I'm gonna get that out of the way. Let's see. Raisin Cane's chicken fingers.
never had
I've
it.
seen that as
I've
well.
seen it, but I've never had it. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna kick that out of here. Boston Market. I had that when I was a kid, but I don't feel like I can.
I can't give you an opinion.
I can't give you an opinion.
Okay, there used to be one close to here, and we used to eat it. I guess Cinnabon restaurant. I've had Cinnabon buns.
I've had it at the mall, but I've not.
I mean, that's what,
okay.
that's
well, then
what
that counts.
Cinnabon
Then
is. They have them in gas stations. They have
Well,
them in malls.
all right.
Yeah,
So
then you got it then.
so-
And
But I don't know how you can compare that across restaurants because all they do is desserts. All
yeah,
those
I don't know
pastries.
that that's fair. Like there's Auntie Annie pretzels.
Yeah, that's not a restaurant.
Auntie Anne's, though,
Auntie
at least
Anne's,
you
sorry.
can get hot dog wrapped pretzel,
Right.
at least. But
Well, I'll kick them out
Or you
if
can do
y'all want to
sweet or
kick them
cinnamon.
out.
I
Yeah,
had
let's kick 'em out.
Cinnabon just
All
a
right.
couple weeks ago, but I'm still gonna
Pretzels, Cinnabon.
Yeah, take that out. That's
There's another pretzel place that I can't even read.
if you can't go to a place and have what I would call a decent lunch or meal, then it's just a snack place. I consider those
I ate
snack
Cinnabon
places.
at the Opryland Hotel a couple weeks ago.
Right.
With
Well, I
the
mean,
kids.
but Cinnabon's like a dessert or a
But
snack.
yeah,
It's
we
not like a meal
we didn't
place.
get a fucking taco or anything.
Right.
This I don't recognize this at all, so I'm going to go ahead and kick this out.
Okay.
All right.
I don't. Okay, so that's the main things I wanted to. I think everything else, either I've had or I know one of you guys have had.
Okay.
So all right, let's kick this motherfucker. Oh well, there's Dunkin' Donuts. There's Dunkin' Donuts and Krispy Kreme. I feel like we should leave those in, right?
I
those
think
not
we
worth
should kick
leaving
them
in?
out, but I think we should decide who we like better.
Yeah,
and then
I'm good with
move
that.
on.
I'm
and
good with that.
and I'll just tell you right now that I think
Okay, don't tell us right now. We'll get to those in a minute.
Okay.
All right. So I think there's someone in alphabetical order, but let's start with Arby's.
Okay.
All right. So let's go ahead and discuss pros and cons of Arby's here.
TJ, you go first.
I think. Okay, go ahead, TJ. What you got?
Well, I think the curly fries first and foremost are what sets them apart from everybody else because there's nowhere else that has.
Not the roast beef, the curly fries.
Well, I think both do, but I mean, can you think of another restaurant that has
Curly fries first and foremost.
as unique a fry?
It's a
experience as that,
signature
you know?
part of Arby's. It is.
I'll
I agree with that.
actually say I generally don't order curly fries, but I do at Arby's.
Okay.
I think you're onto something there.
Well,
yeah.
What's me? There's no other option at Arby's. It's curly fries.
Well,
I
then
mean,
you can get the potato cakes. is
Yeah,
the
I've seen
other
that, but
option,
that's
it's-
bullshit.
I've never had those.
Yeah, they're not as good as curly fries.
Yeah.
And their roast beef is pretty damn tasty, man.
Dude, I
I'm
fucking
not.
love the roast beef.
I think. I mean, they're so unique in compared to they're like
It's
if I go to the deli and order roast beef, it's not the same as what you get at Arby's. Arby's roast beef is something unique and special and delicious, and
I agree. And their Arby's sauce is pretty good.
I think the whole meal is great, but I do think I generally don't feel good physically when I eat Arby's.
I agree with you. Arby's
It's
is
so
Well,
heavy.
I'll say what makes you feel bad is the curly fries. If you skip out on the curly fries and you just go like a roast beef sandwich,
yeah, it's
Okay.
great.
or you go in their stuff, it feels pretty like you kind of feel like you just ate a sandwich. Like
Okay.
it's pretty.
I want to throw out something about Arby's that I truly enjoy, and it's been something that's been the past like 3 years. Is their buffalo chicken sliders are fucking amazing.
Really never had that.
It comes on like a King's Hawaiian little roll with like a little piece of buffalo chicken and some ranch on it. It's fucking awesome.
But
It's worth it.
I'll say though, I've only once had Arby's breakfast, but it was fucking garbage.
They have breakfast.
Was it really? I never even knew they had it.
You're,
Nah, it's like
you're
Wendy's.
best to
It's
keep
like
thinking
Wendy's.
that way.
Wendy's.
Well, Wendy's actually doesn't have breakfast. Arby's does have breakfast,
Okay.
and
Wendy's
it was
does it a few
fucking garbage, dude.
Chad was the only guy I knew when we were growing up. We'd go to Arby's, and I never once seen him order roast beef though.
Yeah, I ordered their chicken a lot,
Oh really?
but their chicken sandwich is fucking
Actually
really
pretty
good though.
Yeah.
And
Their chicken
th-
tenders are good.
and I love me some horsey sauce, man.
I'm with you. Hey, if you get a ham and cheese sandwich from Arby's, horsey sauce all the way.
Is horsey sauce different from?
Horseradish.
It's
all it is.
horseradish
They
sauce.
just cut it
They
short,
just call
yeah.
it. They just call it horsey sauce.
But
So,
are we supposed to give a ranking to this?
Well, to move this along, because we got several to go through here. I'm going to throw a hard B on Arby's.
I'm with you.
What do y'all give?
I'm with that. Now, if you classified it on frequency, I go to the place. It's probably more like a C.
No.
But as far as
Well,
like its overall genuine quality of the food and the experience, a B.
I think frequency
A B.
you go to, because I feel like when you go into an Arby's, it's fairly typical for a good fast food restaurant.
Yeah,
you're not walking in there feeling like you're a king or anything, but you don't feel like you're.
I mean, it's up
you're
class.
in a
It's up
fucking
class from.
crackdown either.
I mean, it's up class from like McDonald's or something like that,
Right.
in my opinion. But
Yeah, I like to do that big Montana.
Dana,
son.
fuck
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'll give it a B. I'm
yeah,
good
B.
with that.
I'm good
All
with
right,
that.
so we're three Bs.
Three
in this
Bs.
stuff.
To be honest with you, on a scale or a tier, I like numbers better, but I'll go with a B.
Yeah, well, we're just A through F. So if you
Okay.
want to convert that to numbers, that's what you can do.
Okay.
All right, all right. Next
it's a 7.
next in line, Jack in the Box.
Fuck the place at 4.
No, I just said we talk about it first.
here-
we
Alright,
rank it last.
Can I go first on this one?
Yes, talk about it
Nope.
first.
It has it's kind of like a transgender person that doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
I think that's a fair enough. I mean, I see what he's saying here. I mean, it's highly offensive, but it's still fair enough. I mean, they don't know what they want to be. They got a little bit of everything,
Right.
Yeah, right.
and they don't do any of it well.
In the words of Ron Swanson, don't half-ass a whole bunch of things.
Yeah,
Whole-ass one thing.
Yeah.
And that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
Arby's whole-ass one thing, and they're good at it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, you're right there.
You're spot
That's-
on right there. But I'll tell you, when I first had Jack in the Box,
Was it
there-
really
there-
offensive? I wasn't trying to be offensive.
Oh, it's all
What
good.
you're saying?
It's
What
just
you said? You
it's
said
confused.
transgender people are a lot of everything and not good at anything. That's the offensive part.
Oh, well, I guess that does seem that way. I wasn't trying to say that. I was just trying to say, like, it's
a bit
confusing.
confusing.
I
on
know
the
what you were
surface.
trying to say,
Yeah.
but I think that the fact that we called out that's not what you're actually trying to say.
For those of you not
That's
listening to the audio, that was Chad that said that.
What? That was not me.
I when I first had Jack in the Box, the Bacon Ultimate, I remember thinking like, this is
Oh.
great because
That was before
It
the
was-
Baconator from Wendy's was ever
Well,
existed.
the Bacon Ultimate had all the things I wanted in a sandwich as a young teenage, early 20s,
Which was
man.
meat, cheese, and bacon.
meat, cheese, and bacon,
And mayonnaise.
and nothing of the things I didn't, which
Oh,
was
God.
vegetables and things like that.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I loved it. But then as time went on, I started loving it a lot less. It's like I had better food
But
and
dude,
realized how terrible
I
it
will
was.
say though, but that's when we were young and you could eat chips for a meal and
Yeah.
feel 100%.
Yeah, right.
And I felt like garbage after I ate that sandwich.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But now looking back, I'm like, exactly right. They did a lot of things subpar and nothing exceptional. And so
It's a
and
D.
So
The only thing stop giving we give the rankings at the end. We talk about it first.
It's the end.
We
Get
give
to the
rankings at the
fucking end. It's a
when
D.
when I was thinking of doing this, I'm like, the only thing I'm going to have to do is talk Levi into stop giving rankings as soon as I say the name. Because I'm like, as soon as I say a name, he's going to be like A, B, F. Like, we gotta have the conversation first.
Hey, we should go ahead and start talking about things that happened in 2020 because we'll get to the end of this list.
Oh yeah, it's going to take a little bit.
no,
But he's the only one that said
I got
anything
you.
about Jack in the
I
Box.
apologize.
we both did. So it's
I'll
just
say,
you.
I'll say the only thing that Jack in the Box has, like the tacos are kind of good when you're drunk. I'll
See,
say
I haven't
that,
had those.
and they're fucking cheap as shit.
No, who orders tacos from a burger place?
People that are drunk.
So
Fair.
this is
Yeah.
this is a drunk man's food.
I still think there's better options.
I agree.
Okay, so everybody said their piece. I'm giving Jack in the Box a hard F. Like it's not even.
I'm okay with that. F.
I go D.
You go D. Well,
Well,
Where you
I'll
at?
go D because like I've never had anything that I was just totally disappointed in. You know, I can't give it F. I mean, F is just like, man, it sucked across the board.
I've been disappointed in everything, but I finished my meal every time. So
right.
that's the
Yeah.
way
So
I
D.
say D.
I got you.
okay. Well then, I'm still saying F, but that averages out to a D. So
Okay.
there we go. All right. A&W. It seems to be a very.
I've not ate there enough to really have a strong opinion of it. The fact that it has to be a Parasite restaurant to most other things is a clear indication that
It's never Solo.
it's never good enough to
It
be
is
its own
solo when you go
restaurant.
up into Canada. It's an independent restaurant when you go up into Canada. When
If
you're
we-
down here, it's always attached to
I
something.
mean, I feel like getting a root beer float out of like a real glass, like a chilled glass
That's
thing.
pretty
Like
cool.
that's pretty fucking
I'd
good.
rather do it from Steak and Shake.
they have root beer floats there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got everything floats there.
Yeah,
And I
you
think
know,
they're on this list.
I'll say I don't think there's anything that A&W
Yeah.
does that somebody else doesn't do better, with the exception of root beer on tap.
Yeah.
But they don't do anything bad either. I don't know. That's why. I'm thinking A&W is like a good C.
I go C. I'm perfectly comfortable
D.
with C. It doesn't
D?
piss me off. It doesn't
But
make me
averages
happy.
out to a C. between
Average
the
out
two.
to a C, but you're on record as a D. All right, Burger King.
Okay. I love a Whopper. I love a Whopper.
Really?
I love a Whopper. I don't eat them often, but when I eat a Whopper, I'm rarely disappointed in how a Whopper tastes. Growing up, it was the first onion rings that I actually enjoyed, because I didn't like onions, but I loved a Burger King onion ring. But now I like onion
minced
rings
up.
from kind of everywhere. But
Isn't it minced up in the
their
middle?
onion rings are different from everywhere else. Their fries are unique. That charbroiled flavor that they have is something that's really unique to them. And I think a Whopper is a great tasting burger, and I'm happy with it.
So how would you rank that as far as like fast food burgers? Where's Burger King rank for you?
Compared to the others,
Yeah.
It's not at the top. It's not at the top. But growing up, I think it was pretty close.
It seems like a fake, like.
It does feel a little bit inauthentic, that charbroiled. It feels like it's added.
And what I'll say about Burger King is I've never went in there and I thought like ordered and I thought, well, these people are good and friendly.
Right.
Like Burger King seems to be run by just a bunch of fucking like people that hate their job, like assholes.
So
I love a Whopper.
My perception of Burger King is it's more about the marketing than the substance.
That's fair.
I feel like it's okay. And where the price point is for it and stuff like that, it's just okay. I'm not going to go on about it. I think Whopper's a damn good burger.
Yeah, you get hungover, get a Whopper, it'll make you right.
But I think chicken fries are salty pieces of shit. I don't
I've
think
never
they're worth
had
the
those.
worth
I think
the
a
money.
lot of their shit is that way.
They have
I don't know.
they have tacos now.
Yeah, which
Do
to me is desperation. If you're failing at one thing, it's desperado. But Chad, you tell me when it's okay.
No, we're good. See, we're into the talking now.
I'm
So go ahead.
Giving it a C myself.
I see.
You're giving it a C.
I'm
You
giving
were
it-
really talking it up there.
Well, I think a Whopper's great, but I don't think overall Burger King's great.
So
I think
you think the Whopper?
The Whopper's probably a B.
So what you would say is the Whopper's a B, but the rest of the
Restaurant
restaurant is like a
is a
D.
C. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's a C for me.
I'm kind of on D level of Burger King. I'm
So
really
you're
not a
going- you're
Burger
going
King
D?
I'll go
person.
C.
Are
But-
you going C?
No, yeah, y'all two went
So
C.
C.
I went D.
I'll tell you what makes it a C for me is they have an A1 steakhouse burger combo that comes up seasonally, and I like A1 sauce on a burger, and
See-
it's really good with the onion rings and stuff
see,
like
I
that. It's
think
like
that-
a steakhouse burger that's
but
pretty
every
good.
time I've got it, I've been like more hype going into it, and then when I get it, I'm like, this kind of fucking sucked. Like,
So you're just
I'm-
disappointed. You're overall
generally
feeling-
I'm disappointed in Burger King. Other than, like you said, the Whopper. I do enjoy a Whopper, but
Yeah.
the rest of it disappoints
It's
me.
just mid-level.
But
for
anyhow,
me.
y'all are two C's. I'm a D.
And-
so-
and I don't
so
go to
Burger
Burger
King's getting
King
a C.
often. I really don't. Even though it's been a newer option in White House, I really don't
Have
go
y'all
there.
tried the Impossible?
No,
No,
I give two shits about that.
I'm not interested.
no,
Me neither.
I don't care.
I'd be curious to see how it tastes, but not enough.
It's
to
the same
pay
thing
for
as
one.
Burger King doing that fucking ice cream with a bacon in it. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. They're constantly trying to do that bullshit. And no one cares.
Like Levi said, heavy on marketing and less on substance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's right.
That's fair.
I knew Levi's
Well,
going
and know
to
that-
Levi's going to be the authority on all this anyways.
Even as a kid, like Burger King had Nickelodeon exclusive rights to Nickelodeon based toys. So like the Rugrats movie came out, they had Rugrat watches you can get and stuff like
Yeah, I
that.
ate a lot of Burger King during those
and
days.
a ton of stuff where like, man, all the cool toys were at Nickelodeon or were at Burger King. And McDonald's was struggling, but then McDonald's signed a deal with Disney and started getting all the Disney shit, and it became a lot better.
You know who else had a lot of Nickelodeon stuff?
Here goes.
Who's that?
Segue.
Somebody's not on this list, so fuck that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Never
like,
mind.
he was looking.
I was going to say Pizza Hut, but
Yeah, you're
that's,
right.
That's
You're right.
not on this list. So
All right, who we got next?
Checkers.
Ooh,
It's all about the French fries at Checkers. There's
Yeah.
They're
Shoe-
doing
shoestring
nothing
fries.
that stands out except for they have the seasoned fries that are so good. They were the only piece of merchandise sold in stores from there.
Dude,
They-
I only know one Checkers. I think I've went there twice ever. Every time being like, this is this old timey hamburger drive-in kind of place. And every time I went through there, I'm like, this is fucking garbage. Like
Yeah.
this is
I was
This
gonna
is
say
terrible.
best
Those fries are
D
good,
for
though.
me. I mean, I'm sorry jumping
saying
into it.
straight up F. Fuck Checkers.
I think
It is a fucking
'cause-
biggest
'cause-
disappointment
Because to me,
ever.
if there's a Steak and Shake and a Checkers, granted they're similar but different, I'm choosing Steak and Shake.
I mean, I
every
think
time.
I think we should we haven't talked about it yet. I think we should consider price in all these, which price has been pretty well the same.
Yeah.
But fuck Checkers,
I
man.
don't
Like
know
you
what
can
the
go through
price is.
anybody's drive-through and get something better than what the fuck they've got.
I can't even remember
Like,
the last time I had
what are you
Checkers.
doing? Like,
And
what's your point?
Checkers is the same as Rallies in some market for people. that
I
listen.
get
So
that.
Rallies
I
and
get that.
Checkers is the same.
Oh, I don't even know what
I got
Rally's
Same
is.
restaurant.
It's the same restaurant, just different name. It's kind of like Carl's Jr. versus Hardee's.
Versus Hardee's, yeah, same thing.
Okay.
But I'm okay with
You're
that.
going F. I go D because I think their fries bring them up to a D. Their fries
dude,
are fucking good.
be honest with you,
Those
I
seasoned
can't-
fries. You don't know those fries?
No,
I mean, I've eaten them, but I mean,
They're really good.
I don't
it's
remember.
just-
I think I'm kind of.
your
think
fries have got to be fucking good for it to be worth
But
having a shitty hamburger.
I think I'm gonna lean towards Chad, and the only reason why I'm thinking F is just because it's been so long since I had them, and it's literally not that memorable.
Okay, so we'll go F.
Are you going F? Or are you
I'll
going
go
D?
F.
All right, so Checkers gets an F. Checkers our first F.
Damn.
All right, next up, Chick-fil-A.
Oh shit. Son.
Well, okay, so to me, I'm going to be an unfavorable opinion on this.
Unfavorable opinion?
I mean, to me,
All right,
like,
you give yours-
okay,
you give your spill and I'm giving mine.
First and foremost, nobody does chicken better than Chick-fil-A.
You're saying it. You're calling Chick-fil-A best chicken.
Best chicken. The peanut oil, whatever it is, makes a whole lot of difference. The Chick-fil-A sauce, the sauce options that they have, is extremely exceptional. The drive out mess crowdedness is for a reason because it's legit. And even the fucking waffle fries are fucking great. Sweet tea,
It's pretty favorable
good.
so far.
breakfast is fucking good,
I don't hear a controversial thing yet.
but
I'm
it's-
with you so far.
it's only chicken. And that's all I got to say.
But didn't you just criticize like other people for like
It's a one trick
fucking the
pony.
thing up?
Yeah, stay in your lane. You're talking about Jack in the Box doing too much.
Well, right, but you can also pigeonhole yourself by doing one thing and only one thing. And there's nothing wrong with like whole ass in one thing, but you got to be in the mood for it. You know.
But I think that's what you do anyways, though, right? Like you're in the mood for a good chicken sandwich.
Well, I guess
you
it's true.
You don't go to Hardee's. Like you go to
Right.
you go to fucking Chick-fil-A.
Well, I guess it's true.
Here's the thing.
That's a fair point.
Here's my thing about Chick-fil-A. When I go to Chick-fil-A, I walk in the door. They treat me better than 90% of my family.
their customer service. I would agree with that. The customer service
My
is
pleasure.
outstanding.
I read a tweet once that said, "Whoever designed the Chick-fil-A the Chick-fil-A drive-through should be president of the United States," and I wholeheartedly
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah,
And if it's 2 or 3 people, they should co-president the country.
you're right.
Well,
These
you know,
people should run the fucking country. for a
What they
fact.
need to do, even in the Hendersonville area, which is local to us, is create a separate turning lane for Chick-fil-A lane for people.
Oh, the
turning
city
in.
of Hendersonville needs to
Yes.
fix the fucking road
Yeah.
to accommodate
To
for
accommodate for
Chick-fil-A. You're
Chick-fil-A.
right, because Chick-fil-A's done all they can do.
Yeah.
They
Now-
it's amazing how crowded it will be, yet how fast you can still get through it.
Oh yeah, that's what because people were like, "Fuck this line." I'm like, "No, you're fine. You're fine.
It's
Just
a
pull
play
in.
line,
Just
yeah.
pull in.
Well,
You're gonna get your shit like really quick."
So here's the unfavorable opinion I have of Chick-fil-A. For a place that does chicken only, for almost everything they have, they don't have bone-in chicken wings.
No.
which to me is almost a mistake. And then two,
You don't like bone-in chicken wings, do you?
I mean, if they're good, but they're hard places to find. They're fucking good.
We
I don't
go
even
to-
like
we go to
Buffalo Wild Wings.
and you go boneless.
The two best places I've had chicken wings bone in, and I prefer it bone in, is
Okay, I didn't know
Bricks
this.
or Sam's Sports Grill.
See, I didn't know this about
That-
you. I
that-
thought
that's
you were a
two.
boneless guy. I didn't know it was just your
No,
preference of the places I've been.
it's the preference.
See, I'm-
Because I feel sometimes because look, if you go to Zaxby's,
'Cause I'm a
and we'll
bone-in
probably
guy.
get to
yeah,
that at some point.
Zaxby's on here. We're gonna get to that.
But Zaxby's has boneless and bone-in. The bone-in is more expensive than the boneless, but when I get more food for my money if I go boneless because I'm going to get more chicken.
Okay.
So
Yeah, let's not
also
talk
gotta
too
work
much
for it.
about other restaurants
anyways-
because we're gonna get. To
But
that.
anyways, with Chick-fil-A, the thing is like for as awesome as they are at chicken, I kind of feel like they should have more chicken options than what they do. Because bone-in wings is one thing. They don't have spicy chicken tenders, and Popeyes and some of your other chicken restaurants that are like that have that option. And I feel like that's an easy correction to make, to have like spicy chicken chicken tenders or something like that.
So I disagree with you. I'll say their chicken sandwiches are delicious. They have the chicken nuggets that are delicious.
They have a spicy chicken
they
sandwich.
Have
Yeah, right. They
With
do
the-
have that,
with
which I
the-
order that every
and
time.
they have
Yeah.
the grilled chicken, which is also delicious. I've gone so far as to go through the drive-through, get grilled chicken, take it home, and make a salad out of it because I wanted the taste of that grilled chicken. Their salads, talking about salads that they have there on site, are freaking delicious.
I have not had a salad from there, but
their
I bet it's fucking
breakfast
good.
food, when you
They're-
get the little mini bites or
Oh,
or anything like that,
I was
are
gonna-
out of this world.
I was going to say that. Interject here. Chick-fil-A has the best breakfast. That's it. Like
Really?
that's it.
Yeah.
They have the
Yeah.
best breakfast
Wholehearted-
biscuits.
Disagree.
Disagree.
Wholeheartedly disagree.
But
Really?
I don't think there's a thing that they do.
It's all
that they
chicken.
do poor.
No, their bacon and egg sandwich. Bacon and egg sandwich from Chick-fil-A is better than anybody else's bacon and egg biscuit.
Disagree.
I haven't had that, but
Oh, it's
their
fucking
their
great.
lemonade even is great. They serve you there. I mean, there's not a thing that they do that they do poorly. So
Well,
I would rather
I
I would rather someone do I would rather them limit what they do and do everything well than I would like to see them venture out in territories they're uncomfortable with.
I'll say name me
But I'm
a
saying they
public
shouldn't be
place.
uncomfortable because their spicy chicken sandwich is fucking delicious.
Name me a
Just make
public
it
pla-
in a different form. I love their cool wrap. Their
Hold
cool
on,
wrap's great
hold on.
too.
Name me
but
a public place you would rather take a shit than Chick-fil-A.
a public place, a hotel, because you referenced it to me and it's been great ever since.
Yeah, hotel
You just
does.
fucked yourself.
Hotel does beat that, but
I don't generally
like
I try to
their
avoid taking
bathrooms are
poops
made.
in a restaurants. Period. But yeah, they are clean bathrooms. Don't they give you like mouthwash and shit in there too?
Yes, they
Yeah.
give you mouthwash.
Well,
You have
and
everything.
I say
in
I'm
there.
being controversial, and I'm not too controversial because when it comes down to the grade,
Shit, sorry for
which
breaking
is
the mic.
where we're all kind of getting to, I'm pretty sure y'all's is like resounding A for
But-
sure. But to me, it's like
When you sit down there to eat, there's somebody that's entire job is to walk around and make sure you have enough sauce, enough ketchup, enough things.
right. But have you ever been into a and maybe it's just like maybe they need to start building the Chick-fil-A's bigger, because there's been sometimes where I go in and there's nowhere to fucking sit and it's just a fucking madhouse. I feel like I'm
Yeah.
sitting in the line at a fucking
Yeah, I
Ross
mean,
store.
that is
and I
what
don't
it
know what to
is.
do.
There-
And it's nothing against them. They're so successful that it's almost become an inconvenience to eat at Chick-fil-A.
You
So it's almost like they're too successful for their own good.
Yeah.
You could put a Chick-fil-A across the street from a Chick-fil-A and they'd both be.
Right.
You're exactly
packed.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
you're exactly right.
It's not almost a detriment, but as far as if we're just grading strictly on food quality, it would be an A for me. That it's just
We're not doing it on strictly food quality. Though. We're doing it as a whole.
and customer
experience.
service. You're right. I mean, when it's there, it's great. But sometimes I just feel like it's going to a mall to shop at sometimes, and it's just like, man, like I gotta wait in this line, and usually they churn it out pretty quick. But sometimes it's just like, man,
They turn out
so
amazingly quick.
so
though.
crowded.
I think
So fucking
their playground could be better for kids.
For sure that too.
And I think they could be a little bit less harsh against gays. Other than that, A plus.
There's zero harsh against gay.
It's
All right, hold on.
it's an A
Hold
minus.
on,
It's
that's
sort of a joke.
okay. That's like I said. That's ridiculous. Like
It's an A. You know why I get, but you don't know why I get an A minus for me? As chicken wings or all the other shit I said, they're closed on fucking Sundays.
Oh,
A minus.
That does suck. That actually
Because every time I want Chick-fil-A, it's on a Sunday.
yeah, that does
7
hurt.
days a week.
Yeah.
That
Make it
does hurt.
happen.
Sunday.
I say A.
For the love of God, open on Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still giving Chick-fil-A an A.
What do you give it?
It's an A, but but it's an A minus.
All right,
Very small detractors.
All right, A, our first A. All right, setting up right now, we have 1A, which is Chick-fil-A, 1B, which is Arby's, C is A&W and Burger King, D is Jack in the Box, and F is Checkers.
Okay.
We're moving on. All right, next one, Chipotle.
Chipotle's good. Chipotle's good.
What? Okay, I've eaten Chipotle one time in my life.
Yeah.
And I really, really loved it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I paid for it. Isn't a Chipotle
It's-
meal about
it-
$8?
It's high. Now I paid like $10 for like a combo.
Now I'm sure I drink water because that's what I do. And I don't think I got like the chips or anything like that. But I remember what I got was extremely fucking good. I thought Chipotle was like Mexican Firehouse.
there's a reason why that store's not open in Hendersonville anymore. It's because
I didn't know there ever was
Yeah, I
one.
didn't know
here.
there
yeah,
was one
it was in the
Chipotle
strip. It
either.
was in the strip mall. It was right across from Sam's Sports Grill when it first opened in that strip mall. There was
Really?
a Chipotle directly across. It did not land, and the reason why is because the
remember
price was
that.
too damn high.
I remember I liked it. I mean, like I said, I only went there once, but I really liked it.
Yeah, Chipotle's good. I mean, it's higher quality ingredients than like a Salsaritas or something like that, which
Right.
would be comparable.
Well,
to
I was
or a-
comparing
or
it
a
to
Glucose
Moe's.
burrito. But Blue Coast is pretty
I don't.
decent.
Yeah, Blue
too.
Coast. is
Yeah, Blue
good.
Coast.
You also have.
And see, none of those are on here. Moe's or Blue Coast, neither one are
yeah,
on this
Moe's
list.
in
Moe's
that,
should be
in
on
that
there.
same wheelhouse. But I think Chipotle
Because I think
does-
Moe's whips the shit out of Blue Coast burrito.
Yeah, Moe's is delicious, and I just had it just last week.
I've
so
never
I'm-
had
I'm-
it, so I
I'm
can't
familiar
say.
with it.
Moe's,
I've
It-
seen it several times, but I've never had it.
It's real great, but Chipotle I feel like has a little broader options and everything like that. So it's good.
I
It's
love
great
the
for what it
concept
is.
because it's basically Subway with Mexican food,
yeah.
which is a great. I love the concept. of it.
Moe's is more Subway with Mexican food than Chipotle is.
Really,
Yeah, you would like it.
I love salsaritas when we had it.
I think
I
that
did.
Moe's gives you more value if that's what you're looking for. Because Moe's you're going to have they're going to automatically give you the chips, and then you have a salsa bar, so you don't have to like ask for the side of salsa.
Right.
Whereas at like at a
Blue
Chipotle
Coast.
or Blue Coast, you're going to have to
My
order
problem,
the side.
my problem with Blue Coast and Chipotle though was always the price because I like when I went with me and my daughters the last time that I went to Chipotle, like I feel like when we walked out it was like easily $40.
Yeah.
Well, I just bought it for myself, but I feel like Chipotle is basically a smaller menu, much higher quality Blue Coast.
And like it
Right? Am I right? Yeah.
It tastes great, and the service when I went there was honestly not that great. It was just okay. But it's kind of like one of those self-serve things. So when you get it, I mean, there really is no coming to your table or doing anything like that.
Which is why I think these people put it in the fast food category.
Right.
Even
Right.
though I feel like if you're going to put Chipotle in here, you should put like Firehouse and some places like
Yeah.
that in here.
Right.
And they haven't.
Oh,
Well,
Firehouse.
they got some other things.
Firehouse will get an A from me. Just go ahead and tell you.
Well,
Yeah, for me too. It's
where
not
you
on
at?
here.
It's not for me. It's just
Firehouse?
Firehouse.
We're
Yeah,
going to
and-
make our own for Firehouse.
yeah.
here real
We'll
quick.
get there.
No,
before-
Firehouse is not on this list.
Well,
so-
for me, I don't like their cold cut sandwiches near as much as their hot sandwiches.
Well, but still. I mean, if
You'd
you
be
like,
able to do both. And Subway sucks at making.
Well, who's a better sub restaurant than Firehouse?
well, we got a lot of sub restaurants.
Jersey Mike's?
We're getting here.
Jersey Mike's.
That's on here. We're
I
getting
like
to that. So wait, where are we at in Chipotle? I'm giving Chipotle an A. I fucking love. I think it was.
No,
I've only went there
C.
once.
It's C for me.
See where you at, TJ?
C for cost.
Oh man, I give it a B. I mean, I think it's a great
So a
restaurant.
B average.
I think that would average to a B then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I give it a B.
Okay.
I feel comfortable with that.
right.
I think C selling it short.
All right, B. And I can start
I-
grouping these into categories better, so we're not jumping.
I need to get bang for my buck, and I don't feel
So
like
we
I'm getting
can
it.
not keep talking around stuff. But anyhow, next in line is Jimmy John's.
But before we go, Jimmy John's, I just want to defend Chipotle on that. I don't think you're going to pay less at an Arby's than you would at a Chipotle.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, because I'm getting out of Arby's about $7 or $8. So
I feel like
yeah.
I'm getting more food at Arby's.
And I feel like I'm getting way better quality.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm giving
I-
Chipotle an A. I
well,
feel like my
there-
quality of food
Yeah.
for price was
I
on
get that.
fucking up there.
Yeah,
But
if it's
if-
only about
if I'm paying-
quantity, then
But
that's
I'm
not the
saying
only criterion.
if I'm paying $35 for a family meal versus where I could
But you're
maybe
gonna
go.
pay that much at almost every restaurant.
No, I can go
nowadays.
fucking
You go to-
I can go to O'Charlie's
go
and
to-
get
Well, Charlie's the
Like,
exception.
Jesus, Old Charlie's would be a fucking D for me though. I mean, fuck
well,
Old Charlie's.
chicken tenders are great though.
Yeah, but chicken tenders, Jesus.
But
If that's your shining light is chicken tenders,
Yeah,
Okay.
but
what are you at a
but-
restaurant?
But I'm saying Old Charlie's can't necessarily compare because it's a different scenario. But like,
Oh, we ain't
I
even
don't
got to
think-
Taco Bell then.
I don't think Wendy's you're gonna.
No.
I don't even think Wendy's you're gonna get out much cheaper than you would at a Chipotle or something like that. I don't think. You know, all
Probably
of them
not.
are-
A Baconator's
all of them are
what?
grouped together.
$8?
I'll get out for $15 less at a Wendy's.
I mean, what he's saying is important. I mean,
I
price.
know that, but as speed of service, that factors into it too.
Oh,
for me.
sure.
yeah, and that's the point of this. You're factoring in everything.
Everything.
You're factoring in everything. Like I said, I still, for me myself, Chipotle is an A. I mean, I'm all right with waiting. I'm all right with paying a little bit more because I think your quality of food really ramps up from everything else. But like I said, this is not the Chad list. This is the Whiskey Bros
We got a
list.
comment, fellas. I see a comment on that.
Who is that?
Who is that?
Some asshole.
It's Chris Rebello or
Oh shit.
What's up, Chris?
he said he's hungry. Damn it, he missed what started this. But
Oh
he's
yeah,
hungry.
yeah. That's gonna
I don't
happen.
blame him on that.
So anyhow, hold on. Moving on, Jimmy John's. Now, full disclosure, I've never had Jimmy John's.
I've had
so,
it once.
so this is on y'all too.
Yeah, Jimmy
At
John's
a
is
former employee, I ate it twice. It's just okay.
Jimmy John's is a good.
They
sub
make good
restaurant.
hot sandwiches. I like better.
Their bread tastes delicious. Their meats are fine. I think it's above a Subway, but I don't think it's to a Firehouse level. I give them a solid.
Firehouse
you think
is
it's
not on
above? You
here.
think it's above Subway?
Oh yeah, I think it's well above Subway.
I think for hot sandwiches, not for cold sandwiches. If you want a cold cut sandwich, Subway's still better.
I think across the board, I think they're better than Subway, and I like Subway. I'm not shitting on Subway. I just think they're a delicious tasting sandwich. They're really where they're shining like Jimmy John's is though, is where they kind of
delivery
is their delivery service and their speed of operation.
Yeah,
So
that's where they market this stuff at.
But I give them a C.
I'm a C.
All right,
I think they're
C
good
then.
average sub place.
Yeah,
Like I said, I don't count because I don't know, and that's the way we're going to do any of these if you haven't had any of them.
I got you.
Dairy Queen.
Oh, their fucking flamethrower burger is one of the best fast food burgers you can get to me. Their flame broiled burger, to me, it has more of a charbroil than your Burger King that you.
I'm straight up going to defend some because I've heard for a long time, like you get good, blizzards are amazing, stuff like. Dude, their hot food is not fucking bad.
It's good.
Like it's pretty. Like I would give it better than whatever we had. Burger King, A&W. Like their chicken is pretty good. Their burgers are pretty good. Like I'm not going there for that reason, but they got good ice cream.
Yeah,
actually, they have excellent ice cream.
Oh yeah,
and they have
their fries are okay.
Food is pretty fucking good, man. Now their restaurants can generally be. Not the best place, but it's not the worst place.
I'm with you. And I don't like getting like a little number and then putting it at my table. And then I'm just kind of like, are you coming to me, not coming to me? It's kind of weird.
We haven't been watching our comments. Chris, you comment on Dairy Queen if you got it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So for me, I'll tell you this: ice cream, absolutely. Their blizzards and things like that are a staple, and they've been great for years. Value for like a kid's meal, they get a lot of food plus a dessert and everything for the cost. I think it's high in that demand, but I rank them low when it comes to their hot food. I think low, the taste of their burger,
really,
I think I'm very disappointed in the taste of their burger almost every time I've ever had it. I think the first time I had a flamethrower, I was like, this is kind of good. It's better than I expected because I didn't expect much, but now my expectations been a little higher. I've not been a big fan. Now, for far as salads, I think they're the closest restaurant to where I live right here. So
I've never had a salad.
We've had it at Fairly.
Yeah, me neither.
I think their salads are okay for what they are. I think there's nothing close to me that's
I didn't
got
even
a
know
better
they had
salad.
salad.
Have you ever been disappointed with your meal at Dairy Queen?
Yeah, I've been disappointed almost every time I've ever eaten it.
Really?
Unless it's ice cream. Their
Really?
French fries and their ice cream is great, but I don't like the taste of their burgers.
I love their burgers. I think they're one of the best on the market.
I don't think they're one of the best, but I've been.
When I say one of the best, I would say like top five, and maybe five is where they're at.
I'm always
but
good with it.
I'll tell you, I'll give it a C, and that's specifically for ice cream and ice cream cakes. Otherwise, it'd be getting a D for me if it weren't for that stuff.
I'm a B on Dairy Queen.
Straight B. Yeah.
So
that's
all right,
for sure.
we're one away then. All right, so B for Dairy Queen.
But I love their Heath Blizzard, just for the record.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. Like I feel like their ice cream has to put them
in a different
like that deserves like another level up.
Sure.
Just
but I'm surprised by that. I love their flamethrower burger. I think it's one me one of the best fast food burgers. Now I don't go there a lot, just in general, because like everything else they have on the menu, I have to be in the mood for. And I'm not a burger person by nature. I know, like you said, like Desert Island, like a burger is like one of the first things like you want when you get off of it. But
I feel like I should have been not going in order from here on out because of just like categorizing.
No, it's fine.
But let's. I'm just going to jump ship here. Let's go to Sonic.
Okay.
Because Sonic, they have good ice cream too, right? I mean, I don't think they're definitely not on the. You're not going to be at a Blizzard in a fast food place. You're going to have to be a.
Yeah. Culver's is the only thing touching a Blizzard.
Yeah.
So Culver's is not on here.
So
it should be.
That
Culver's
should be. Yeah, it's good
across the board.
But to me,
Once again,
I like a Dairy Queen better than a Culver's, and it's not. It's nothing. It's about. I say better, but it's about even to me.
I think Culver's burgers are too not like if I'd give a Dairy Queen burger a D, I'd give a Culver's burger a B or an A.
Dude, I've only eaten Culver's once.
To me, it's too greasy.
And I got the burger and the milkshake and all that thing, and I couldn't taste the milkshake because there was such a grease coating on my tongue.
Exactly.
It just the milkshake just fucking beat it up, and I could not have.
Yeah.
This is not about Culver's. We're not talking about Culver's.
No,
we're
anyways.
talking about Sonic.
But,
But-
Culver, I love a Culver's. They're thin patties. You get a double on that bad boy. Get that burger, that butter bun.
I don't
Their
know.
concrete mixer. I think a concrete mixer is actually better than a Blizzard.
I will give you that.
And
I will give you that.
Their burger
I will
is
give you
better
that.
Like I
than
said,
their
Culver's not on here. Their establishment was great. Their whole everything was great. But dude, I felt like shit after I eat that. I don't. Culver's would be
again, bitch.
Their burger's too greasy.
Maybe.
Maybe
try
I was kind of the same camp. Their burgers are too greasy for me.
I like a greasy burger.
But I agree with you wholeheartedly about the concrete mixture. It is
That's
fucking
delicious.
great.
Yeah.
The consistency and everything with it is fantastic. Now for Sonic,
anyhow. Sonic, where are we at on Sonic?
Their blast is actually nothing to snub your nose at in
Yeah.
comparison
It's
to a
good.
Blizzard. It's
It's
good.
good.
Like a cookie dough blast, fucking amazing. But their half price slushes after 8 o'clock or whatever, like you being able to go after 8 and get half price milkshakes or slushes and stuff is a pretty good bargain. I love that.
This is
Yeah.
all we're doing this for Levi.
And then for as far as their sides, like you talk about onion rings and stuff like that, to me a Sonic onion ring is pretty damn delicious. And their burgers are pretty basic, but they're pretty good.
I
I
think
mean,
the burgers are great. I think
and
they're fine
to
burgers.
me, I think of it as like a solid. And when I say this, I don't mean a disrespect to it, but a concession stand kind of burger, like it's like a stadium burger, like it's a
got
good
that taste.
stadium.
I
burger.
agree with that. Yeah.
And their fries kind of the same thing. It's
you
very
can
much
mix
like
it up
that.
a little bit more, like because I typically will order my burgers with on a toast instead of regular bun.
Right.
I'll change it up a lot. Here's my least favorite things about Sonic. Least favorite things are when I order for a big family. There's so much customization involved. That's a
Oh, it's
positive
too
thing
much,
if you're on the
yeah.
receiving side of your order. But as I'm ordering for the whole family, there's no other restaurant that I customize more orders for, and I have to try to remember.
And it would be so much easier if you weren't talking to a box. If you're
Yeah.
talking to a person.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm doing that. That's challenging. And I don't fucking like eating in my car. I never like eating in a car. I hate eating in a car. So I'll get out. If the weather's even remotely decent, I'm sitting at the little picnic tables. I
Oh.
never like to eat in my car.
I get it and just go home. I mean, I look at it just
I don't
the
like
same
to
way
take
as drive
food. I don't like to take fast food home, and I don't like to eat in my car. I never do. Like if
Yeah.
I can avoid it, I never enjoy.
You
eating
don't
in my
take
car.
fast food to the house, like grab it on the
Hardly
way.
ever. I don't enjoy doing that.
Because it almost always seems like it's fucked up by the
It's
time
a
you get home.
shittier. It's a less.
Well,
it's a subpar version.
I guess for me it's not that way anymore because I live so close in town.
Sure.
So I mean I'm
Yeah,
less
I
than
gotta
2
drive
minutes
a
from the
little ways.
house, so it's different. So I mean it's fresh when I get to my house.
Fair enough.
So I
Fair enough.
that's a.
I gotta say, like
difference in
Sonic
opinion.
is almost like a B or an A in some regards, and then like a D and an F in like other regards.
Right.
Like it's a weird,
Now their chili cheese tots.
are pretty fucking good. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like a lot of their food is like really fucking good, but then at the same time, it kind of fucks up. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn between a C or a B.
I'm giving them a B.
for
B
Sonic
B
for
for me.
Well, then it doesn't matter then. All right. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
think
may
it's-
have
so
to
I think
B
it's
or
too.
B is-
I think
it's
it's
too
too
good.
delicious.
B is what it is then.
It's a solid option. It is.
Uh,
Now their toys suck for their wacky packs or whatever you want to fucking
Wacky
call it.
pack.
It's so ridiculous.
all right. Well, then I'm not gonna let's just jump ship here. Dunkin' Donuts. Where we at on Dunkin' Donuts?
Shit.
Yeah, they're garbage.
The coffee though, their coffee's good.
The coffee.
Coffee's garbage. Their goddamn donuts are garbage.
Garbage.
There's nothing that Dunkin' Donuts does well.
Yeah.
Nothing that they do well.
We agree, son. Now,
I disagree about their coffee.
I want to talk about the
Munchkins is the only thing
Now
I need
listen.
from there.
Munchkins.
They're donut holes.
Their croissant sandwiches. Okay. Their coffee, to me, third best.
Oh, it's not even.
I
It
like
depends
their
on, it depends
coffee.
on
I
what you
don't.
order. Now they're just a
I'm,
regular
I'm
coffee.
with y'all on their donuts and their breakfast food.
Yeah.
That shit's all garbage.
Yeah.
Straight
and their
garbage.
service is garbage.
Oh yeah.
Generally, their service is pretty garbage too. But I've always like fairly liked their coffee, especially for the price. I mean, when you're comparing the price of like coffee,
Yeah, but when I go to McDonald's and order a sausage biscuit and a coffee, I'm happier. When
How
I
do you
leave.
order your Dunkin' Donuts coffee?
well, back before I was like trying to eat better, I would get whatever, a caramel mocha,
Okay.
whatever, and I always
Okay.
thought it was great. And I
Okay.
stopped doing
I
that.
don't think I've had that coffee from there. I've had their coffee with cream in it. It's what it is. What it is. It's
Okay,
fine.
now I did do that recently since I'm trying to do better, and it was pretty shitty. But I thought maybe I need to order it
Yeah,
different.
I haven't had their stuff with caramel and all that business, but to me, Levi's right about it. coffee at a fast food place. There's not a lot of places that I would even have it, but McDonald's to me is the best.
That's the
fast food
thing.
coffee.
Levi said, like, when I go to McDonald's, I'm happier, and I'm like, McDonald's coffee is pretty
good.
fucking
Yeah,
good. So
it is.
All right, so where we at on Dunkin' Donuts?
F.
A?
I
Or
give it F.
a D? I mean,
I'll give
F?
it D for Duncan.
I'm going F for failure.
Man, I think
Yeah, is somebody stomping their feet?
That is me.
Okay.
I think I'm going D just because I think their coffee is still worth.
And I've been there recently. Like I went there.
Actually,
like,
no, fucking F. Their other shit is so bad. Their coffee doesn't fix it.
Okay.
Their coffee doesn't
Okay.
fix it.
I'm okay with that. Now I did eat there like last week or whatever, but I mean, to me, it's just a change up because I go to McDonald's quite a bit to get coffee in the morning,
Yeah.
Okay,
especially on a cold day.
I'm going to skip around because
Okay,
I think
skip
this
around.
is what we need to do next. Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Overrated in my opinion.
Overrated.
So I think their coffee is terrible, but I think the
I have
donuts.
I've never had
delicious.
Krispy Kreme
Yeah,
coffee,
their coffee's terrible.
but a Krispy Kreme donut.
No,
There's nothing better. than that
Jesus
to me.
Christ!
I disagree. I disagree with
They're
their
airy,
donuts.
They're light and airy, and
They're not the
and
best donut.
warm. I mean,
Oh.
I think a Shipley's donut tastes delicious.
Yeah.
And I think some of these independent chains taste delicious.
Now I will
There's
say,
not a- there's
Shipley,
not a-
I will say,
Shipley's is my.
you could
yeah.
Pepsi challenge me, Krispy Kreme and Shipley's, and I couldn't tell you the difference.
I don't know
But,
tell the
Oh,
difference.
you could definitely tell a difference. I
The
can tell a difference
Shipley's
easy.
is more bready,
but
less airy.
I haven't had that many fresh donuts though.
No,
I've
well,
had donuts out of their boxes,
Well, listen.
but I don't think that's fair to the. Now I can tell you, Dunkin'
here's
Donuts
the
fucking
problem.
bullshit donut.
Yeah.
Here's the problem: is like Krispy Kreme donuts, regular glazed donuts, hot and fresh, whatever the fucking sign
Yeah.
says or whatever. Yeah, it's hard to beat.
That's heaven in your fucking mouth.
It
dude.
is, but most of the time when you have a Krispy Kreme donut, it is not going to be that way. Is not unless you
depends.
just specifically go at that time.
Yeah.
Now most of the time
Well,
you
I
get it
feel
in
like
a box.
that's more on you
I'm-
then. Now, how much
Yeah.
is that on Krispy Kreme? And how much is that on you? If you're buying Krispy Kremes from
Gas
Matco,
station, yeah, that's not the same.
then that's not the same as
Well,
the rest.
They're still good, though.
But I'm saying no.
They're still-
Like just say
still
you grab
good.
let's say
Krispy
you grab
Kreme from
two-
the next day is still
if you
pretty
grab
fucking
2
good.
dozen donuts for a work
Krispy
for a
Kreme the
work
day
function,
after
or
is
somebody
better
goes,
than Dunkin' Donuts fresh.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
100%.
Yeah,
But
okay.
not
All right,
better
I'm
than
glad we're agreement on
but
that.
not better than Shipley's, and not better than Best Donuts. Best Donuts in White House or
Well, and
Portland
that's
is
an
better than them.
independent. That's an independent. And there's independents that are great for sure.
Yeah.
But
I haven't
still
had enough
think,
of any of those to
I
compare.
still think.
But
Krispy Kreme's
I
better
think
than that.
because they have a store bought option that is subpar, that is a reflection of their restaurant, and I count that against them.
Well, it's hard for me to rank this against other fast food, but if I'm ranking it against Dunkin', it's miles ahead of that.
No.
But I'll still give it a B overall.
No, I'm giving Krispy Kreme an A because Krispy Kreme does. They're about doing one thing,
Yeah.
making fucking awesome donuts, and they fucking do that.
I don't like their coffee.
I'm
though,
not
so I'll
going
give
to.
them a
I'm
B.
not going to Krispy Kreme to get a chicken sandwich. I'm not going to Krispy
C.
Kreme to get a dinner.
It's
I'm
a-
going to Krispy Kreme to get a fucking awesome ass
Donut.
donut, and
You're
I
gonna
get it.
that. You're gonna
It's
get
a
that.
C for me.
See, really?
I'll
Yeah.
tell you my experience. I ordered a iced coffee there one
Hey.
time. And this might have been just the one person being an idiot, but they
Oh,
put
you
ice,
told me.
they put
Yeah.
ice in a cup and then poured hot coffee on top of it and gave it to me. And it was just watered down hot coffees all
Yeah,
over.
that's pretty bad.
But
I'm giving Krispy Kreme an A. Levi's
I go
giving it a
B.
C. All
I
right,
said getting
then
B.
B is what it is. Then
I can't believe you're giving it an A.
hey, dude,
No,
they make donuts. That's what they're
They do.
about, and they make the best donuts.
No, they don't.
Well, compared to who? Compared to who else? You're comparing it to independent people, and I don't.
I
don't know-
No, Shipley's not independent. I like Shipley's. I'll take a Shipley's every
there's
day.
not a lot of Shipley's around though, so I don't eat that often enough. But
I've never had a
well.
fresh hot donut from Shipley's.
I don't.
I've
well,
had a
but you
donut in a box
Now you're
from
comparing two
Shipley's.
different things. To me, I don't prefer the fresh hot donuts. That's my opinion. I don't. I could because that to me is not like if
Hey, boy.
I don't even know where you're going with this.
If
here.
if you have a box Krispy Kreme donut or whatever, just say you got it
Yeah.
and you brought it home with you. It's no longer hot. Do you throw that bitch in the microwave and eat it, or
Nope.
do you actually just eat it at room temperature?
Eat that motherfucker the way it is.
And guess what? It's not as good.
No, it's not as good.
I sometimes
that's
throw
the
them in
reason it's
my
not an
microwave.
A.
I do it over both.
Well, because nothing is good. Like a steak isn't as good the next day than
And
it
he
is when
wants to
it's
talk about
fresh.
eating in his car or whatever. If you're gonna eat a fresh hot Krispy Kreme, you're eating in a fucking car.
I
and
don't
it's a
know.
mess.
I don't know what you're saying here. Like where the thing is never going to be as good the next day as it is the day you get it.
I'm talking about same day you took it home. But like 20 minutes later, it's not near as good as it was when it was fresh hot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, you're saying Shipley's is just as good?
I'm
20
saying the
minutes
fact
later?
that you have a time frame on when you're supposed to eat it in order. I mean, it's like saying French fries. Like you were talking about, like
French fries are that way. You got to eat
I-
them like.
Exactly.
Okay.
But when are you going to eat it? When you get home or in the car?
Wait, French fries or donuts?
French fries.
I'm not going to take mine home, so I'm eating it probably in the car.
Okay.
I think that's the difference.
I'm not going to eat the donuts in the
home.
car. Yeah.
What? Yeah, I'm eating donuts in the car too. I'm eating everything when I get it.
And I don't prefer donut to be hot. So,
But that's
Krispy
fine.
Kreme
That's why we're talking about this. That's why I
Damn.
think it's
Shit's getting real.
important to have these different things. But I mean,
again,
if something is good 20 minutes later or good fresh, like that's
it's not the best of its craft, so it's not an A for me.
okay. Well, it got to be a Whiskey Bros B. So
Okay, I'm all right with that.
I feel like I shouldn't go in order now. Well, let's just go McDonald's
For being second best. That's what a B deserves.
Where's McDonald's at?
Ooh.
McDonald's, I feel like does some decent breakfast, and they generally have really good customer service. Like you can fucking say or do whatever you want, and they're pretty fucking okay with it. But their food is kind of not so great.
Yeah.
But they got a good place,
Yeah.
and they have a fairly good breakfast. And so,
To me, their breakfast is what is their breakfast is better than the rest of their menu.
I will tell you though, I've worked in at least 3 McDonald's, and they're all pretty fucking clean, man. Like
My first job was at McDonald's. and they are
McDonald's fucking cleans their shit, man.
Yeah.
It's surprisingly how clean they are.
So I'll say coffee. They have coffee that would rival a lot of.
Are you getting
coffee
Do you want
places,
cappuccino? Because his machine's not working.
Fair enough. But if you're getting,
I've been to Dunkin'
lattes-
and I asked them for a fucking latte.
Same thing.
And
Same thing.
they said, we haven't made any espresso yet. That's half your fucking menu is built off espresso. What do you mean you don't have espresso?
Hey, look, Dunkin' is at an F. We can't mark
I
it any
know.
lower.
I'm hating on it some more.
It's as low as it can get.
but McDonald's has good lattes. They have good regular coffee. They do that. They do that well.
McDonald's does do coffee well.
They do iced coffee well. They do.
Their iced coffee is shit to me. It's too damn sweet. They add so much shit to it. It's like drinking sugar water.
Well, I don't get any sweetener to it. I get iced
No,
coffee
ice
with
no flavor. I want just
with
coffee.
a little bit of
But
cream.
my daughter got a chicken biscuit from there the other day, and because she loves McDonald's. And I'm like, all right, I'll get you a McDonald's thing, and she ate like a third of it, and I'm like, all right, so being the dad, that's your job, right?
Yeah,
To like
clean
finish
up.
the thing. I took like 2 bites of it, and because I was working on other shit, and it wasn't like 5 minutes later, I could just like feel that rumble.
Okay.
And I was like regretting it. Like, I wish I
Oh,
hadn't took
no.
those bites. Like, there's something about McDonald's food that is not health. Like, it's
Yeah.
less than food. Like, it is
Yeah.
bad for you.
Now, I would say from a value standpoint, it's hard to beat. But two, like I'm gonna
value if you talk about quantity of food. not
I
quality.
we have quality. I mean, it's
I disagree.
okay food.
How do you put a value on shit? Like, how much shit do you need to sell somebody for $3? Like, that's my problem with McDonald's.
Does
Like,
it fill your belly? Are you okay afterwards? And did I pay a lot for it? No.
I,
I'm
see,
okay.
I'm
I'm
not okay.
I was
afterwards.
making my point
That's
here.
my
Of, I
problem.
think their coffee's great. I think their breakfast
is
to
good.
me is pretty damn solid. And every once in a while, I want a Big Mac. And French fries are good, but really, other than that, I'm
a Big Mac. There's something about a Big Mac where every time I eat a Big Mac, I'm like, this is the best. Like, this is so amazing. And I eat it, and I'm like, I wish I had another Big Mac right now.
Yeah,
But because I'm not like
full.
a fucking ridiculous like fat piece of shit, I'm like, you should not go order 2 Big Macs.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
You should just fucking move on your way. And so I don't. And then like 30 minutes later, I feel crazy full, like
Right.
way too
it
full.
catches up to you.
And then like 30 minutes later, I'm like starving to death. Like, there is something not right about their food.
Yeah.
To be fair, for me, I view I agree with what you said. To me, I view McDonald's as a breakfast place. When it comes to getting a meal in the afternoon, I never go to McDonald's ever. I don't.
About once a year, I want a Big Mac though. For some reason, once a year, I'll get a Big Mac.
And once in every 3 years or something like that. Like, was a McRib good? I don't remember if a McRib was good or not. Let's try it again. Or something. I mean, but it's not.
Looks terrible, but I kind of want to try one because of the exclusivity of it. You can only have it for
During the
short
fall
minute,
time,
But I've
yeah.
never had one. So.
But
I'm gonna give I would give McDonald's a C.
I'm giving McDonald's a D.
I'm giving it a B.
B.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. McDonald's gets a C.
I mean,
That's what we're at
there
then.
are a few places that if you were poor and you had to go feed your freaking family, that you could feed everybody and not break the bank, and that's one of them.
Yeah, but you're feeding them. You can feed them poison for cheaper than that, but you don't do it.
They wouldn't be full from the poison.
You could eat. You could go to the grocery store though and
get
make
rice.
spaghetti or something.
Yeah,
It'd be
just get
cheaper.
it. Just get a thing of
Oh,
spaghetti and rice.
I agree with you, but I'm just talking about as far as meal ready to go, and you don't have to cook it or anything like that. It's not a bad
All right.
option. And based on their breakfast alone and their coffee alone,
the
I
breakfast
I
coffee's
give them a
great.
B
I'm going to stick with these normal fast food places
because their
then.
breakfast is absolutely, in my opinion, honestly, almost A level.
Them and Hardee's is right there.
Yeah. Which is our next place, Hardee's. Which Hardee's beats the shit out of McDonald's in breakfast.
I agree,
And
I
I
agree.
think Hardee's is only second to Chick-fil-A in breakfast.
but their coffee is shit. I mean,
I mean,
they've got
serviceable. It's nothing special
they,
about it, but
Yeah.
they've gotten better, but
Their
it's
coffee
it's
doesn't
still
beat
not.
McDonald's coffee, but they have decent burgers. They have pretty good fries.
Their chicken dinners are okay.
Yeah.
They used to have those commercials. With
I don't
the,
care about their milkshakes in comparison to like a
they were pretty
McFlurry.
sexy.
I never had a no wait, but Hardee's has like legit milkshakes though, right?
Not
Hand-
really.
Like Arby's.
Didn't they say hand?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
hand done, like real
whatever they call it,
milkshakes.
hand scoop.
I
or
feel like
something?
their milkshake is the same thing as like a McDonald's. It's just kind of like a run of the mill.
No,
just
it's
coming
not the
straight-
same as McDonald's. McDonald's not even a milkshake. It's a shake because they don't have milk in it. Hardee's is at least a
I don't know.
milkshake.
They both taste shitty to me. And
Man.
one tastes like a Yoo-hoo,
I
the
wanna
other
give-
one tastes
I wanna
like
give
a
Hardee's a
like a.
I want to
like-
give Hardee's a C,
step
but
up
then
from
when I
me.
see Burger King and McDonald's and this other bullshit y'all picked, I'm like, dude, Hardee's is way better than this.
I give Hardee's a C.
I give Hardee's a B because their breakfast is the best, in my opinion.
Their breakfast is the best.
What do you
Yeah,
giving?
I'm giving it a B too.
Okay.
He's right.
So be it.
No, it's not the best. It's not as good as Chick-fil-A, but Chick-fil-A's an A. So
No, I disagree.
Chick-fil-A,
Well,
dude.
he's not giving it because you don't have a sausage option. You know.
No, you don't have a sausage option, but
Yeah. If you want a good fucking sausage biscuit, or if you want a cinnamon raisin biscuit, or you want a loaded omelet biscuit, Hardee's is the place to go.
all right. I'm still sticking with our normal fast food places. Wendy's.
To me,
My first job, Levi told his first job was McDonald's. Mine was Wendy's.
to me, that's my favorite burger fast food
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And I
And
mean,
the spicy chicken sandwich is fucking killer.
fuck yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's
They
the
have
best
a
thing on
really
the
good
fucking
fucking
menu.
chicken sandwich. I mean,
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A is a good chicken sandwich, but Wendy's has fucking burgers,
And
and,
it's
they have good fries.
And it's an unfavorable opinion. I think their fries is one of the best, in my opinion.
I really like
Now,
Wendy's
they-
fries. You're right.
they
A lot of people
switched.
disagree.
They switched not that long ago to the home style. They
And
had
I
the
like that
skins
better.
You
it.
say
like it
not that
better?
long ago. That shit was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Probably.
at
I think that's
least.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
At least 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
But to me, that's the best burger and I mean the best burger restaurant for sure.
Yeah. Well, here's what I'll say, man.
And the people are fairly friendly
They
every
do-
time I've went there.
They do
And they're fast.
baked potatoes that are actually really good. They have a baked potato
Yeah.
option at a fast food restaurant, and it's a good baked potato.
It is a good baked
They
potato.
have chili,
Chili.
that's actually really good chili.
Now, if they just grind up hamburger and put it
Sure.
in there, I'm okay with that. It's still good.
yeah,
It's still good for fucking $3
their
or whatever it is.
Their burgers are delicious.
Their
Their
frosties.
chicken is
delicious.
delicious. Their
They're
frost is
frosty,
delicious.
and that shit's like $1.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cheap.
Like,
Yeah.
is it as good as a Blizzard? No,
No,
it's a fucking
but
dollar,
it's
man.
It's good.
serviceable. Yeah.
It's $1. Like,
Yeah.
just get it and enjoy it.
yeah.
So to me, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's an A for me.
And I went to
A for me.
I went to I worked at this meat like where they killed cows, they made ground beef plant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And this guy that was in the ground beef side of that, he oversaw the ground beef side. So not the steaks and all that, just the ground beef. He said that Wendy's put them through the most quality testing of any restaurant or grocery store that they dealt with. And they served Kroger, they served In-N-Out Burger, they served all these type places. And he said Wendy's put them through the strictest quality testing. So that's got to count for something too.
Yeah, I agree.
Except the
I say
piston-
A also.
Piston and chili
All right,
story.
we're 3 A's in
Yeah.
this motherfucker. Oh wait, hold on. I gotta
So the A's are Chick-fil-A
and Wendy's. That's it.
Wendy's.
That's
it.
the only. That's
think
the
it
only
should
2
3
A's
at
we've
first.
given.
I got you.
All right. I'm trying to stick with these sort of same
Or
style.
the chains.
Yeah, these kind of more burger or whatever. Your normal things. So Taco Bell. Now I
Oh.
know where Levi's at on Taco Bell. Taco Bell, Levi's just giving Taco Bell an A because that's his fucking place.
It is. Now, to be fair, I've been out west now and had Del Taco, Taco Bell still does as far as
you
taco
know,
fast
White
food.
House is going to get a Taco John. The town near us is going to get a Taco John.
I hope it
coming up
enjoys
soon.
I don't even
going
know
out of
what the
business
fuck
just
is-
as much as it
Have
goes.
you ever had a
Let's
Taco
going into
John's?
business.
You ever had Taco John's?
No, but I just
I think
I
I've had it
don't. I
once.
can't. I can't give.
you can't
But
compete
you know where
against
it's going though? It's going into where the IHOP was in that truck stop. So I think
Oh,
it'll do
the IHOP's
okay
gone?
right there. The
That makes-
IHOP's
that
shut
makes
down
sense.
already.
That makes
Fuck
sense.
IHOP. IHOP. Hold on. No, IHOP's not on here. Fuck IHOP.
Yeah. And well, this is
IHOP
an
sucks
IHOP
balls,
Express, so it
Alright,
wasn't even
so-
a full-fledged IHOP.
so-
It was a
Nah.
shittier version
So-
of IHOP.
I'll go more.
Every time I've been in IHOP, only time I was like, I wish Waffle House wasn't so busy.
Yeah,
so
I
I'd
know,
have to sit
I
in this
know.
fucking
That's
IHOP.
right.
All right, I want to talk about why I love Taco Bell.
Do
Talk
it.
about it.
Okay,
Do it.
so all right, so Taco Bell, as greasy as their seasoned beef is, it is damn delicious.
I feel like we
um,
should be playing some patriotic music
oh,
while
you
he's
sure?
telling this.
America. Now, one thing I love about Taco Bell is
Come on, son.
That was actually about McDonald's, isn't it?
but the thing, one thing that's very underrated about the restaurant is
least I know I'm free.
almost monthly
And I won't
they come up with something brand new on the menu that breaks the boundaries of food for tacos.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's rearranging ingredients in the same in a different format. But
Sure.
there's something that there's something new. They like people love new shit. And when you say like, hey, we got a double, triple meat fucking nacho, and then people are like, yeah, and then they're like, and guess what? It's in a $5 box meal. You're just like, hell yeah, value plus it's fucking delicious.
It is good.
Taco Bell does do their menu like you got an idea board and you shoot it with a shotgun. It's like pick the things that get hit the most by the shot and stick that
Oh.
all together into one
When-
food.
Now, one critique I'll give Taco Bell, and go back to Wendy's and talk about them for a minute. The people who do the Coca-Cola freestyle drink option is fucking brilliant.
Oh,
The
yeah.
people who do
Oh,
the thing I hate about Taco Bell
Is the
Taco Bell
Pepsi
is the
options.
Pepsi options, and it being Mountain Dew or Pepsi. And Pepsi to me is garbage. I don't like Pepsi.
Pepsi's not garbage. I don't know. Pepsi's all right.
Give me your man card.
My man card for Pepsi?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not man card.
That's
though.
not man
No,
card.
it is for me. I like Pepsi. Is the way I look
We
at
used
it.
to do Pepsi points back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my
like the
Yeah, we got
God,
some
y'all
good
were
shit
the
for Pepsi points.
You
I
got
didn't get
man
a
cards. I got some cool
I didn't
free
get a
shit
fighter
from
jet.
that. I got a duffel bag and a hat.
Where's it
Amount-
at? Where's it
Yeah.
now?
I don't have
A
it now.
landfill. It's worthless.
I
But
probably still
what
have my
clothes that I had then do I still have now of any kind though? I mean,
do
they're
you, do you think
not
about
running.
this fondly?
It's
These
like
things you got
middle
from Pepsi
I
points?
do think about
I
it
did.
finally.
I
It was
got a
fun.
hat and a perfect bill shaper. So I'd put the hat in this perfect bill shaper and put a band across it.
Yeah.
And it would shape the bill.
I
It was
also had
fucking
that bill
amazing.
shaper. I like the bill shaper more than I like the
I
hat.
probably still have that somewhere. If I
Yeah.
look.
A bill shaver.
Well, because
Shaper.
back
Shape.
then you wanted your hat to have a good curve.
Yeah. Now
And
you don't
you-
do that much.
You had to try to find something like we used to kind of like rig up shit like
I
with
got you.
rubber
Rubber
bands to try
bands
to
and
make
stuff.
it curve.
So- Well, I don't know. To me, Taco Bell does no wrong. They've done wrong things on the menu that aren't great. To me, I hate the new menu. We had talked about this on podcast a little while back, but the grilled stuffed burrito's gone, and that makes me really sad inside. And they got all these vegan options where I'm just like, why?
All right. I'm gonna devil's advocate to Levi then.
Okay,
All right.
let's hear it so I can shut that shit down.
All right. Taco Bell, while I agree with the points that you made, half the time when I order the shit that I'm ordering from Taco Bell, it's fucking all smeared all over the goddamn plate. And it's not even in any kind of concisive burrito shape. Everything's on one side or the other side.
All right.
Whenever I want the fucking green onions on my thing, they're always out of them. They don't have any of that shit. Half the time when I'm trying to take a leak while I'm ordering, there's a crackhead fucking locked himself up in the bathroom.
Okay.
There's when I go to get a spork, they're all scattered all over the fucking floor, and they don't have any around
Now
there.
that's a pro for Taco Bell though. Offering sporks instead of forks and spoons.
Yes.
That is a pro
Yeah.
if you can get one.
Yeah.
Space age
But
technology.
the thing is, like, you go to their little area, and it's always shit fucking smeared everywhere. Like
hey,
Taco Bell, like, come on, like,
here-
get your
here's a
shit
question.
together. You want to get like a Nacho Bel Grande. Well, I would like some meat on my Nacho Bel Grande, but there's not. They just throw a bunch of shit on there and like try to cover up the fact that they don't want to really put any meat on
That's
there.
right. But you can't spend all your time marketing to stoners and not expect a bunch of stoner shit to happen there.
No, I agree. I'm just saying, in a perfect world, Taco Bell is an A. But the thing is, it's not perfect. Most times I go there.
Dude,
Most of the time I go there.
Then they came out with a Doritos Los Tacos.
No, that Doritos taco.
See, that's
was
that new
the
menu
fucking-
stuff that I
Was
was
the
talking
fucking
about.
shit? Because how you fuck that up? You throw meat on it, you throw lettuce on it, you throw cheese on it, and then if you want the
Yeah.
supreme, then you get some other stuff on that. The thing is, like, they just generally fuck up. That they don't fuck it up. They're just not giving me what I want.
Right.
Okay.
They have messed it up. And in concept, and when you got somebody back there that's competent, you're getting a really extremely good value and a really good dish. You just generally don't get that.
Right.
I do most of the time, but it's because I know the people on a first name basis. But
Because you go to Taco Bell so much.
not as much as I used to. But one thing is like very seldomly am I disappointed, even despite those facts that you just named off. And to me, the smearing thing that you talk about, when you chew up your food, how is it? Is it the same thing?
Wait, smearing thing.
You said like the shit smeared all in your taco.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I'm saying like when I get a burrito, like
Sour cream being on one end. and not the other?
I get a mouthful of sour cream
You
while
want
the
it to
rest of the
blend.
burrito doesn't have fucking anything on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not Chipotle.
No, it is not. That's
good.
why
That's
But
Chipotle.
it's better than Chipotle because
Right, which is why I can't give Taco Bell a B because we gave Chipotle a B, and Taco Bell is way
But
the
they're
fuck worse than
different, though.
Chipotle.
They're different.
They are
You
different.
Compare those two.
It's true,
Yeah.
they are different.
They're not trying to be the same
well,
thing.
I mean, because that's like
That's fair
comparing
enough.
like a Red Robin burger or like a gourmet burger from like a sit down restaurant or like a Five Guys to like a McDonald's burger. I mean, it's two totally very different things. One's fast food meant to be cheap. It is cheap quality. It's known to be cheap quality. They're selling it for $1.
I'm still
Taco
giving.
Bell is unique to me. There's a few people that are trying to be Taco Bell, Taco John's, and Baja Tacos in these places, but it's still a unique thing, and 'cause no one else is able to capture that magic. I think they do what they do well. There's some room for improvement with the employees for sure, and that's could be said with almost any fast food restaurant, with the exception
What sets it up
Wendy's
above the rest, Chad, is
Chick-fil-A.
it's right next door to the liquor store. It's fantastic
our
placement.
local one.
It's right off the interstate, right next to the liquor store. It's fantastic.
Our local one is. Yeah.
I am still going to give Taco Bell a B. I am.
It's an A.
Yeah.
just because of
You can't
Just
beat the
all the
value.
things
and
they
it's
do
so
right.
fucking good.
I go B on it as well.
Oh,
I go B
y'all
on it
are
as well.
B
Such-
B for
No,
Taco Bell.
that's not a hating thing. B's a fucking good rating. I love it.
B is a good rating. There's only two A's.
It's
There
not
you go.
it's
You can
not
see what we
Wendy's
got.
and Chick-fil-A, but it's damn really close.
I kind of hate that we give Jack in the Box a D. I feel like Jack in the Box should still be a
F.
fucking F. We give Checkers and Dunkin' Donuts Fs, and we give Jack's a
Yeah,
D.
Jack in the Box probably deserves.
I still
it.
think Taco Bell for the values an A.
Well, that's why it's
So
the Whiskey
good.
Bros ranking and not the Levi ranking. You can make your own ranking.
Shit, son.
Yeah. Well, y'all are reflecting on me bad right now.
All right. All right, hold on. Let's something we
I'm
can hate on.
embarrassed by y'all.
You're
Fuck
getting-
y'all.
A ton more of these.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. White Castle. There's no crystal on here.
It's not
believe it or
crystals,
not.
so
Yeah.
fuck that place.
I don't know. I hadn't eaten a White Castle since I was. I
It's-
don't
it's-
remember what it
it's
tastes like.
D.
So.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm kind
not
of
ranking it.
with you. It's like White Castle is just kind of bleh. Like you're getting a bunch of bread that doesn't taste as good.
It's
as
like
Crystal.
Mrs. Winters. Like, huh? What?
Mrs. Wynn.
Yeah, I told y'all this could take a while. So like, all right,
D. Well,
right.
we'll speed through
I
the
say
bullshit
D.
ones like that.
TJ doesn't even know.
I abstain.
Hold on. Let me get to some that we have less of an opinion about. Shit, we probably gonna which.
I've never ate there.
I go C.
No, see, really?
Yeah.
I really
I don't
like.
think
I
that-
really enjoy some
I
which.
don't think there's anything.
I hate their ordering system. I've never been
I would
there.
rather have Jimmy
Really?
John. I would rather have Jersey Mike's. I would rather have Firehouse. They're on par with Subway to me. They're C.
Oh, they're so much better than Subway.
I don't think so. I think they're similar.
Ah, dude, they're
Okay.
that's hard for me to get past.
And I've been there a bunch.
I've been thinking about the sub thing. Firehouse is number 3 on my list. Actually, we'll get to who's ahead of it.
Well,
in
hold
my
on.
opinion.
Lampies.
I say. Well, hold on.
No,
I
it'd be a surprise for
I
you.
think which is. I would give Witch Witch an A, honestly. Like, I
Okay.
really like me some
Really?
Witch
Do you
Witch.
have a ranking at all on them?
I think they're
He's never eaten Witch Witch, so he
just
doesn't.
based on that alone,
Have you
and
ever
not
eaten
have the
them?
quality if it's
Have you
similar.
ever eaten them though?
No,
No,
Oh,
so
that's
he
what I said,
doesn't.
I don't have
He
opinion.
doesn't count.
but based on the ordering system, I'd be like, I hate that. So.
All right, so I say A, you say C,
Yeah.
so they get a B, which is our.
Anything where you're making me do something I don't like.
Fair enough.
It's a why
Yeah,
am
but
I, why,
I
why am I
think it's
paying
kinda
you?
But I like it because first off, like there's nothing because it's highly customizable. There's no room for error. You mark down everything you want.
Yeah.
And then secondly, they put it up on a thing so as you're waiting for your order, you can see exactly where you are in the line. So they're
Yeah.
running it down the line so you can see when they make
I like
your
the
sandwich.
transparency. That's nice.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's that bad because like Sonic I mentioned is highly customizable and I have to remember it all. On here you just mark it and hand it to them. So it's
I got-
nothing to
I got you.
remember.
Okay, well let's go through Jersey Mike's then. Let's go through some sandwiches.
Yeah, I think Jersey
Dude.
Mike's is a good sandwich.
Dude.
Jersey Mike's is a good sandwich, but they're so goddamn expensive. Like they're not like I'm not
Well,
$10 for a sandwich
I don't
was
remember what
way
it
too
costs.
fucking
To
much
me,
money.
you want to argue the Chipotle thing? Jersey Mike's is the Chipotle of
Jersey
of
Mike's cost
subs.
more than Chipotle. You're not getting out of Jersey
don't
Mike's for less than
remember
$10.
I can eat
Even
on
with
it
a
for
tiny
I
ass
can eat on
sandwich.
it 2 days in a row versus Chipotle. I'm done in one sitting.
I think Jersey Mike's is better than Jimmy John's and better than Witch Witch and better than Subway.
I agree, but it's so fucking expensive.
But
that's the
But I
problem.
would put it still. Under
Yeah, there's a
Firehouse.
motherfucker back there slicing your meat
Yeah,
and puts it on your sandwich.
I
You
would-
can't beat
I
that.
would still put it under.
But it's
under Firehouse, though.
$12 for a fucking tiny sandwich.
And they don't have hot sandwiches, do they? Aren't they only cold cuts?
I've
Jersey
only had a
Mike's?
cold sandwich from
That-
there.
Yeah, it's only cold cuts.
Yeah.
So I mean that definitely limits the capacity. But where you feel you're so strong about Firehouse, I feel like Firehouse is strictly hot sandwiches for me, and I don't care about their cold cuts.
Yeah.
Even though they offer it to me, they might as well not.
Well,
I'm honestly, I'm
just
going
pointing
Jersey
that out.
Mike's a C just because of how fucking expensive they are.
Well, but still the same thing as Chipotle. I feel like the quality is one of the best you will get in a sub sandwich. To me, it's a B.
Yeah, but $8 versus I don't know. I feel like we're talking about a $4 difference. here.
Quiznos is fucking high too, but I mean,
Well, I
but
don't think Quiznos is as good as Jersey Mike's.
it's not. But
No,
I mean,
Quiznos is not even close to it.
but
Yeah.
to me,
I'll go B with the Jersey Mike's.
All right, yeah, I go B then. Y'all brought me up.
So 3 B's.
B for Jersey Mike's then. All right, because I know we've done this a long time, so I'm trying to like move through. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Quiznos. Quiznos is on here too.
C.
C.
It's just okay. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I don't care for their cold cut sandwiches. Their hot sandwiches,
Yeah,
they
the
have
hot
they have a good Philly
They have good
cheesesteak,
toast- They were the first
Toasted.
people to do toasted
Toasted.
sandwiches.
and
Yeah,
I
I
give them
agree.
credit for that. But it's a C.
It's still, don't you think it's a little high for what it is?
It is. And to me, it's obnoxious to say, "Oh, well, you get an 11-inch sandwich."
I'm
It's
going
fucking
D.
foot
I'm
long,
going
man.
D on Quiznos. Really, like it's not a bad sandwich, but it's like, what am I paying for here?
I've
Like
never-
I could go to Firehouse, I could go to Witch Witch, I could go so many other places and get something better than what you make for the same price.
but to me, it's sometimes it's convenience because they're in a lot of fucking like.
They
truck
are in a
stops
lot
and
of
stuff.
places.
So
I think Quiznos has a better meat than Subway, but Subway has better bread than Quiznos.
I get I get
and
that.
and I give them really both C's, but I'll go C on
Yeah, go
this.
see. It's just middle of the road for me.
I'm going on the record D on Quiznos, but yeah, I'll say all right. Then Subway.
Subway I go C as well,
Yeah,
but I think
I'm
they're
okay with
strong
that.
in the bread. I think they're
I'm going
You-
D on Subway as well. They are strong on the bread, but it's fucking too expensive for what it is.
It depends
You're,
on when you go.
you're,
It
you're
depends
just
on when-
getting a shitty sandwich.
It depends on when you go.
It's like I want to eat better than McDonald's and Burger King.
Yeah.
I want to be more healthy, and you're fucking sticking it up my ass with price because you know that I'm going to choose you over these other places.
I
Yeah.
think it's moderately priced. I mean, it depends on what you order and what you get. I mean, to me, if you go get Subway Club and you go like the 2 or 3 days of the week where it's like $5 for a foot long, then or $6 for a foot long, it's not that bad of a price, and I'll eat on it for 2 fucking days.
Yeah, I can find a $5 foot long, get a water and no chips, and I'm very happy.
Yeah, that's why it's
a
a
good
C.
meal.
It's just middle of the
It's a
road. It's
C.
not. It's
All
not. It doesn't wow me. It's just okay.
All right, see, I'm a D on it, but we'll give it a C. Zaxby's. I'm trying to do the ones that
Yeah,
people are more
yeah.
think.
Zaxby's has great salads.
I'll
And
give it that.
Great service. They always have good service.
Yeah,
I don't care for the crinkle fries. I'm gonna go ahead and say that on record. I don't like the crinkle fries.
I think chicken wise, they're still trailing behind both Popeyes and Chick-fil-A. But I
Yeah.
think
I agree with
think
that.
overall experience they're high on, and salads they're pretty high on. So I give them a B.
I'm somewhere in the camp. I'll tell you one thing that they need to improve on. I love that they have styrofoam cups because it retains the temperature of everything and it makes the drink better. To me, I hate the paper of the plastic cups they give, and that's a small little dig there.
But that's valid.
It's a nice feature. Another thing I like about them is this is the thing I don't like about them is their crinkle fries. The reason why I don't like the crinkle fries is because they use styrofoam containers for their stuff, so it sweats really bad. So by the time you get your fries and eat them, if you are taking it back home, or even if you're there, it's in there long enough, just enough where they get drenched and it's soggy.
That is a problem with Zaxby's.
Absolutely.
I never take them home, so I don't experience that.
But even if you're if you're not sitting in the restaurant, if you grab them and you're gonna take them to the park, even just down the fucking road, they're terrible by the time you eat them.
But I still say I don't think
it's still
their
B for
food
me,
and their
though.
service is as good as Chick-fil-A. But I
still
think
B.
their variety of food is so good.
Yeah.
I still give
a B.
Zaxby's an A.
Really?
Yeah, I would. Like they're a nice place. Their service is always nice. Their restaurant's always nice. Whatever you choose on their menu is going to be good.
Yeah. I love their salads.
But see,
their salads are really good.
But see, if you're comparing Chick-fil-A to Zaxby's, there's no comparison to me.
Chick-fil-A is much better.
Chick-fil-A is much better, and that's why it's a B. If I'm being just brutally honest, that's why.
Especially if you're
It
going
sets
to
the
grill
standard
chicken.
for what
if
an
you're
A
going to grill
for chicken.
Zaxby's really takes a dive on that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Y'all convinced me. Yeah. B.
Because now that we've established the A chicken place and the A burger place, that's what your standard that you're setting for that.
Okay. All right. Moving on. Chicken places. Popeyes. I've never ate Popeyes.
I love Popeyes.
So
But
y'all give me on this one.
Popeyes is really good.
there's pros and cons.
So I'll tell you, number one pro, if you ever had their biscuit, God,
It's the best biscuit you can get.
damn, it's like
the
that
best
biscuit
yeah.
was born in a tub of butter. It's like it swam through a tub of butter just to be born.
But between Bojangles and
deliciously
KFC,
buttery.
it's the best biscuit hands down. Now for the chicken,
I've had Bojangles biscuit.
It's a bit
Bojangles
too.
pretty
I
fucking
like
good biscuit.
the crispiness of the chicken, but I tell you the problem I have with the chicken sometimes. Sometimes the chicken is tough, and I don't know if it's just because it seems almost like processed in a way. It's not processed, but it just seems like it's like been a frozen chicken tender, and it just didn't. It's got a rubberiness to it that I don't like, almost to the point where I've started to prefer Bojangles over Popeyes.
Popeyes.
And you want to know something else about
shit.
something else about Popeyes too is when you order mashed potatoes and gravy, they come mixed
they had
together
that.
in the same fucking container, and
I
I
didn't
have
know
a
they-
problem with
I didn't
that.
know they even had that.
How you go to a chicken place and not order mashed potatoes and gravy? What the fuck's wrong with
The
you?
only place I order mashed potatoes is fucking KFC. I don't order it from any other place.
It's the same fucking restaurant, just a different name.
All right, KFC's next. So
So I'll say
Okay.
Popeyes has their batter is delicious flavored.
Yep.
And they got spicy and non-spicy, and they're both a little bit spicy, so they're both really good.
Right.
The buttery biscuits are great. I haven't had this chicken sandwich, but I think they're a solid place. They're hood adjacent always. You can't go to a
how much
Popeyes.
different can their chicken sandwich be from their chicken with bread on it?
Yeah, I don't know. You can't go to Popeyes without being hood adjacent, though. You're not going to go into the suburbs and get you a Popeyes. You got to
Right.
go a little bit close to the rough part of town always. But I still give them a B.
See, I'm kind of torn. I'm right there between a B and a C, and I'm gonna honestly the same place with Bojangles because I'm not thrilled with a lot of their stuff too. They're about the same level for me. They do things really well, and they do things that are really shitty. But
To me,
I think
Bojangles
you're picking a C, and y'all need to roll for it.
Yeah.
how long you been to? How many times you been to Bojangles? And have you had their breakfast?
I don't remember. I've been there three times probably. Bojangles probably.
I like that their thing comes in a
All right.
big ass cardboard lunchbox.
All right, let's roll for it.
I got 3. What you got?
No, hold on. You got on the thing. Hold on. It's got to not. All right, hold on. Yeah, now roll. 5. 19.
You win. See?
C.
Okay.
All right. C is where Popeyes is then.
God
All right.
damn.
KFC.
You know what? I'll compromise. I'm gonna say it's a B.
Jeez, we just rolled for it.
I
Okay.
rolled 19. I get to make the decisions, bitch.
All right.
Just roll with it.
All right. B.
Oh, man.
B it is then.
KFC's
We're at our third row of B's now.
Hey,
Okay.
Now this one, I have a strong opinion. I'll let
Now
y'all speak y'all's
KFC.
piece.
Here's what I'm going to say about KFC.
go for it.
KFC like feels like you're fucking just getting some like just some government chicken, like just some government. But then you get it and you eat it, and you're like, this is some of the best fucking chicken I've ever ate in my life. But the thing is, you had to step over some opioid addicted motherfucker just passed out in the fucking lobby to get to the KFC to get it going here. So I'm not sure where I want to put KFC.
Okay.
Like when I eat their chicken, I'm like, this is some of the best shit. Like this is not even fast food. Like this is legit like food. But then like their sides, I think are kind of garbage. Yeah. But maybe I'm comparing them to like homemade sides. I think they're all kind of shit.
No, you're
but
right.
the chicken itself,
they invite themselves to be compared to homemade sides because that's what they're doing.
Yeah. And it's not that great.
No.
But the chicken itself is so fucking good. Yeah, but the establishment itself is so fucking garbage.
You're exactly hitting where I stand. So I think their chicken, they're just traditional original recipe chicken
shit melts in your mouth.
Goddamn delicious. But I think their sides, every one of them is garbage. I like their biscuits.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Their mashed potatoes I can eat.
No, mashed potatoes. It's instant potatoes, and I hate instant potatoes.
But it's not even as good as instant potatoes made at home. Like it's still below instant potatoes made at home.
I think you should have to put that on your menu. Instant potatoes versus real potatoes. I hate instant potatoes.
But I think instant potatoes
are good. On it too much.
But a lot of people like them, and that's fine if you like them.
Instant potatoes, but I don't even
think
they're
somebody needs to let me know.
Potatoes.
Like, what are you getting here? You getting instant potatoes? You getting real potatoes? I need to know.
I think their green beans are terrible. I think their slaws. Not that
the green beans is probably the best side they have.
I think the green beans taste terrible.
I don't think they're great, but I think they're better than anything else they have.
Yeah. So I would go C just because I like their chicken so much, but everything else is pretty.
I don't like their chicken.
Abysmal.
Really?
No, it's an F for me.
God, see,
I know that, but I had their I had a customer service problem with them. 3 separate occasions.
I'm not surprised by that.
To the point where I quit going there. I will not go there. So I went there and asked about because at one point they had grilled chicken options, grilled chicken tenders, and stuff like that.
So
I asked him about that. I said, "Y'all don't have it on there," and he said, "That hadn't been on there for fucking 6 months." And I mean, he didn't say fucking, but he was just like, "Man, not on for 6 months." Well, dude, I haven't been
what
here
if he
in
did
fucking.
Say fucking.
No, I didn't say fucking to him.
We ain't had that shit for 6 months, bitch.
That's basically what he said. I said, "Well, I haven't been here in a year because y'all suck." And he's just like, "Well, you suck." And then I was just like, I drove up to that window and I was like, "Where's the manager? Where's the manager?"
I am the manager, motherfucker.
And at that point, I was
whose
like,
ass do I gotta beat?
So I go.
No,
C,
it was just some kid.
You go
F all the way, 100%. And their chicken's fucking salty.
I'm trying to decide
crazy.
how to do it. If it was chicken alone,
oh yeah, it's way higher.
it would be A.
Yeah.
Oh,
but like I said,
y'all are fucking.
No, hold on. I'm doing just on chicken.
You don't
alone.
like their chicken?
No, it's salty as
but
fuck.
I'm
man.
saying the establishment and the sides and everything else is so fucking bad. Like I'm more torn on how to rate this restaurant than any of the rest of them on this menu.
I can see that.
Like there's such a range between excellent and fucking terrible. And so I think I've got to give them. I think I got to give them a B.
Okay.
I think
a C's the average then.
F, C, and a B. I don't know how you average that.
No, hold on. So what would it be if an F was 1? Hold on. Somebody got a calculator? Let's just do it. If an F is 1,
we don't need a calculator for this, but yeah.
Okay.
No, hold on. What did you give, Levi?
An F.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 and you gave a C.
Yeah.
Plus 2 plus 3 divided by 3.
It'd be 6 divided by 3. That means it's 2.
2. So that's a D.
D.
Yeah.
So Chick-fil-A or KFC gets a D.
I can't believe y'all love their chicken so much.
I
don't get that one bit. I've had their chicken so fucking dry and disgusting.
Dude, I hadn't had it for years, and we started like picking that shit when we were going to the lake. We would pick that up on the way and take it and eat it, and it was fucking amazing. Maybe it's just something about being on the lake that makes greasy food taste better.
In South Park, you take that skin off of it, it's garbage.
Well, these were tenders. These were tenders. These weren't
but
bone-in
to be fair, the time I had it, I felt like the last time I had it, the chicken was sitting in its little deep, tray, just sitting there waiting for the next customer because it was dead in fucking White House. And then I was the only ghost person who went over there and then got the food that they'd been setting out for 4 fucking hours. It was terrible.
We're getting on the lower tier here. So the lower.
I know. Quick,
so let's get there. Yeah, because we've done this for a while. Long John Silver's.
Fuck that place.
F.
D.
F.
Okay.
I fucking hate
I've only had it once. And it
I
was
feel like
okay.
Long John Silver's. Every time I've ate it, I'm like, I could heat this shit. I could buy this
Yeah.
at the grocery store and heat this
Yeah.
up for
Gordon's
just as good.
Gordon's
It's like
fish sticks
working
are better
fish
than
sticks,
this.
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're all in agreement on that.
Okay.
Now, no, hold on.
Where's Captain D's? I'll go ahead and do that one.
Let's no, it's not on here.
How's
Now,
Long John Silver's on there, not Captain D's?
I don't know. So now we're getting into like the more different ones. Panda Express.
Oh shit.
See.
I give Panda Express a kind of a D. I mean, it's like, to me, it's like it's good, but I feel like I could go to any of your
Run-of-the-mill Chinese
run of the mill.
I go
China-
see.
and
I
get
go
something
see with
better.
Levi. It's pretty across the board. So
It's not bad. I'm just, like I said, all these like independently owned Chinese restaurants always taste better to me.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
all your Hong Kong,
But there's
whatever.
nothing wrong.
You're
with
happy,
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
whatever.
with it. So it's just very basic.
I'm good with this.
Yeah. See.
Okay, see then. All right, see it is then. All right, we're down to the last 5. And these are all kind of separate. And I've never eaten this place, Panera Bread.
Oh,
Oh,
to me, best sub. That was the place that may surprise you, but if you go get a sub, as far as quality and stuff like that, it is way better. Like when you talk about like going into like a Publix kind of deal, Panera's subs and stuff like sandwiches you can get are much better than I ever anticipated. And their soup is fucking good.
Their soup is good.
I like bagels are
I like
fucking good.
Panera Bread. They do a lot of
Cookies.
things well. We've considered value in here. I think you pay a bit more than the food's worth
It's a B.
sometimes.
To me,
But we also consider the establishment, and the establishment is
Yeah.
always a nice. Everybody that works there is always nice. Now, and I mean, I'll say this saying I've never ate there, but I've worked in several Panera
Yeah.
Breads around here. I will say what's odd to me is they don't have like a legitimate kitchen. Everything is heated up.
Really, I didn't know that.
Like
well,
no-
outside the bread.
they make their bread, but I mean, you don't need an oven or a stove
Yeah.
for a bread. They have this huge fucking bread thing that they make their bread, but their soup just comes in a bag and they
That's
heat
funny,
it
I
up.
didn't know
All
that.
their
It
stuff
is
comes.
delicious.
So I've
No, it's not. That's wrong. I
I've
just think
got,
that's worth noting.
it's good. Like if I have a customer I'm going to bring breakfast to, I get their bagels.
Their bagels
and
are
they're
so good.
really
Their
a
cream cheese
killer
spread.
bagel.
Yeah.
Their desserts are really good. Too.
And everybody that works there is
they have a
nice as
ton of
shit,
different
and their
tea-
place is nice.
Teas. I think you pay too much for it, but I do love that I can work in that establishment too.
Right.
I
You,
I
got a
can-
nice place. You can just sit and chill.
I
Nobody's
can
going
throw
to
on
fuck
my
with
laptop and nobody's running me out.
you. You can stay there for
good
6
place.
hours. Nobody's going to give you shit about it.
And it's the cost that really takes me off an A. And for me,
It is a bit high for what
it is a bit high for what it is. But I tell you, it's a damn good restaurant.
I would go there for lunch. I would never dream of going there for
neither.
dinner.
So are y'all
I-
unanimously going to beat? You're like,
Sorry.
going,
I go B.
Yeah, B. It's a strong B to me.
Okay. Okay. Now we're going into. Okay.
You
steak.
never ate there though.
No.
You've
I-
done yourself a disservice. I
I,
really
kn-
feel
I
like.
know I should, but it's like you're choosing where to eat. Like, how many times have you seen a Panera Bread and you didn't see something else around there you would rather eat at?
Well, it's right next to Chick-fil-A, so that's the thing.
The
But
one near
but
us,
if you're
yeah.
if
But I mean,
yeah.
Panera Bread is in the middle of every like big area with all the your everything we've named.
Yeah, you're
There-
not going to catch a Panera Bread in a town where there's nothing else.
Right.
Yeah. that's
Right.
true. But go there for lunch one time. It's worth it.
Okay. Here's one that we're going to talk about, and after that, we're probably going to be pretty quick about this. This will probably be our next like big discussion.
Okay.
Steak and Shake.
You're not going to get more food for a cheaper price. That's for sure.
Then Steak and Shake.
is extremely
Generous in
value
their portions.
conscious.
Yeah.
Right.
On there. Their burgers taste really great. Their fries are
For the price,
Yeah,
too.
I don't like
Yeah,
the
they're
You're
fries.
paying like $6 for a pretty good burger.
Yeah, no doubt. Their fries are kind of like love them or hate them. They're unique.
They're those shoestring fries.
Yeah, they're shoestring. They're
But-
kind of unique.
But
I
if
like
you don't like them, you can pay an extra 50 cents to get cheese all over them motherfuckers.
No, that's not.
And like, who's not
Yeah.
going to be happy with that?
Yeah, you're not going to get more food for your dollar. from
Once
their
again, like I
value-wise.
said, there's probably going to be some drunk motherfucker puking in the booth next to you if you're
Sure.
there at night.
Sure.
And if you're there in the day, it's going to be some opioid addicted motherfucker
their,
passed out
their
next
chili
to you.
tastes well too. You know,
Chili's
as far
good.
as they're on par with Wendy's when it comes to chili.
Chili's good. Their milkshakes are fucking
Milkshakes
fantastic.
are- yeah, very good.
Well, hold on.
No,
Don't be
I
cheating.
know. I'm trying to see where we had
Don't
Sonic.
be cheating. Sonic. We got
Well,
Sonic.
Sonic was a B, wasn't it? Surely it was.
Yeah, Sonic's a B. Sonic's a B.
I'm squarely on a C for Steak and Shake
I
for me.
put Steak and Shake B.
I'm kind of at B on a Steak and Shake too, just because of like the ability to. You're almost kind of at like at a burger or Waffle House.
My problem and the reason I put it down to a C is the service. I've been in there when it's crowded, and I've been waiting for someone to take my drink order, and it's
I'm going to go on either side of the service. The service is kind of shitty, but at the same time, they'll fucking give you anything for like nothing. You'd be like, well, hey, I want some cheese. I'll be like, here's just some cheese. Like, I want some of this. I'll be like, here you go. Like,
also, you're getting served at your table. You're comparing it to Sonic, which you have to order through a box, and they
I'm not. No,
roller skate it out to you.
Right.
Right.
Besides, like, wait, hold on.
But the timeliness of the food coming out is still an issue for me.
Yeah, fair enough.
But hold on. Out of all the things that we've talked about, who
it's
gives
not
you
technically
service
fast food.
at your table? Does Panera Bread give you service at your table?
Nope.
So
it depends.
No,
Steak and Shake is the only person that gives you service at your table.
Yeah.
Which I think
I think
goes up on
Steak
that.
and Shake, you order and then they call your number, they call your name out, and you go back and pick it up.
Yeah, I feel like Steak and Shake's a strong B, man. I do.
No, you're right about Panera. You go pick it up at the bar.
Yeah, Panera, you pick it up. Yeah, they don't come to your table.
Steak and Shake, I was feeling like they came to the table.
Yeah, they do.
But regardless of that, I've had Steak and Shake a couple times where I've waited so long that I was just like, hey, should we get up and leave?
Yeah, that's definitely happened. That's definitely happened for me too.
And that's why it's a C for me.
I'm just saying the overall experience. Yeah, B for me too. All right. So all right, now we're into burger things. Whataburger.
Never had it.
It's a B for me.
You never had Whataburger?
What about now? You want to talk about Inside and Out and In-N-Out Burger and stuff like that? To me, like Whataburger was the comparison for me, and I absolutely love a Whataburger.
In-N-Out's on here, so
okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me say that then. In-N-Out. I've not had In-N-Out, so let's do In-N-Out next. Y'all two, give me y'all's thing on In-N-Out.
I've eaten In-N-Out a bunch.
It's a B for me,
and it's to me In-N-Out is Chick-fil-A for burgers. I mean, it's the same level of service, same quality, same smallness of the menu. But I think it's delicious, and I give it an A.
It's a B for me.
An A?
It wasn't worth the hype. I'd rather have Whataburger. Whataburger would be an A for me if it's that.
All right, y'all got to roll off for it then. Y'all say B and A. So where are we at? 4. TJ, you're rolling like shit tonight. 18. All right, so B. Whataburger.
All right, now let's do Whataburger.
No, wait, hold on. Sorry, In-N-Out.
Oh, you can't. Oh, you've never had it.
No, I've had Whataburger. I think Whataburger is the best burger that I've had. That is a general just fast food burger.
I agree with you on that.
I am
now because to me, like Wendy's does so many other things well. That's what kind of separates it apart.
Right.
So it's hard to put Whataburger in that same camp. But from just a straight up burger standpoint, it's hard to top for me.
I only had Whataburger once, but I would give a Whataburger a B.
We hit it in Florida every time we go.
It's
been
fine,
a staple of my family for a long time.
I'm not going to be excited to go back. But if everybody's like, let's go to Whataburger, I'm going to be happy with that. Yeah. That's going to be fine with me. I say B. What do you say?
I said A.
You say A?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go then. I don't think Whataburger is an A value. 10. I'm right in the middle, son. 19. Jesus. All right, Whataburger gets an A.
If Chick-fil-A can get an A, Whataburger can too. Because In-N-Out would, I think a lot of people would say In-N-Out would be an A, and I'm not totally off that Bandcamp. I like that they have a secret menu. That's a cool thing about it.
To a B and then move it to an A.
Put In-N-Out Burger at an A.
Wait, In-N-Out and an A?
Yeah.
Levi just talked himself into it.
Yeah,
I said A. Right?
I thought about animal fries and animal burger, and I like that.
All right, last one, and this is one that I'm kind of divided on. Five Guys. Now, I think Five Guys is the best burger of everything that we've named off here.
It's a delicious burger.
Now, I think they are expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're very expensive.
And I think their fries are the best fries.
Their fries are, I don't think they're.
See, people are very divided on their fries. I think their fries are the best fries of anything on this menu.
I don't hate their fries, but I'm not putting them above a freaking. I don't even think I'm putting them above a Wendy's fry.
I'm definitely putting them above a Wendy's fries. I think I don't know, something about their fries. They're just like right at the money. And I think it's something about Five Guys.
Think of them being like a Burger King fry.
When you can just walk up and be like, I want onions. Which kind of onions do you want? I want raw onions. Okay. We got caramelized onions. Yeah, put those on there too. And I want mushrooms on there. And I want like you can just pick whatever the fuck you want, and they'll put it on there.
I'm gonna tell you the thing that did me in on Five Guys.
Did me in as far as anti.
Okay. Like it's a good burger. It's a really good burger. But when I got my check at the end, I was just like,
it's fucking high.
Yeah.
I was like, it was not worth it.
It's so fucking high. You're right.
And that's what did me in. Now,
but they give you
because of that. I will give it, like, for me, I'm in the B camp. Like, it's such a good quality burger, but the price is, I just can't get past that.
They give you fucking peanuts
and
that you can just eat all the fuck you want.
Right. And the fries, they give you so many fucking fries, like, you can eat for days.
We order one fry for the entire family. Yeah.
And so, I mean, you're getting a lot for your
what
money
fries
on that
do you want? We
thing.
want one small fry for 4 people. That's what we want.
Yeah. So, it's a B for me.
So what I love about them is I like a thin patty that's crispy around the edges, and that's what they give me, and it's really flavorful. I've only eaten it at Five Guys probably 3 times ever, but I'm twice. I've been very satisfied with it every time.
I've probably been a dozen times to Five Guys. I've eaten a lot.
I'm very satisfied with it. I go B also,
really?
just because of that value factor.
I think I'm an A on Five Guys. But I respect that. The only thing that cuts Five Guys down for me is the price. Yeah, it does sting the wallet a little bit.
Yeah.
It's like,
if the fries were a little better, it might be worth it. But I think it's.
Yeah, are y'all not giving any credit to like the fucking peanuts?
No, I don't. I like the peanuts.
I mean, Texas Roadhouse got peanuts in it. It don't mean shit.
Well, listen, I like the peanuts, but
and if you got somebody who's got peanut allergy, like your nephew or something like that, bring him in a place.
My
like
daughter,
that. Or your daughter,
she's got a peanut allergy
really?
now. Yeah.
Which one?
My oldest one.
Really?
Yeah. It just came up like we didn't realize it till we were anyhow, different story. But anyhow,
to me,
you know, allergies, they don't come along till like
further on.
You don't get an allergy like the first time. It takes a little bit. So
the peanuts though are good, but their food comes out quick enough where the peanuts don't factor into me.
Yeah, me too. I don't like stepping on that shit. That's
God, but the cheese is all melting so good. Okay, I'm gonna say like Five Guys has by bar none the best burger of anything on this list.
It's a good burger.
Like it is not even a comparison.
Well, to me, like the Whataburger
In-N-Out's good too.
Burger for the price.
Well,
now, that's the best value.
I haven't had In-N-Out, so
one of the best values you can get.
I can't say that.
I put In-N-Out right and Culver's and
not Culver's.
Mm-mm.
Not Culver's.
Culver's is a C burger to me.
I would rather have Wendy's way over Culver's.
Me too.
Fair enough.
Or Whataburger, but I don't know about.
And
In-N-Out.
In-N-Out is so similar to
the
Whataburger
others.
to me. To me, it's a very minimal difference between the two.
I don't know that I would choose Sonic or Hardee's over Culver's burgers. Maybe.
I would choose Culver's over Sonic and Hardee's both.
Boys.
But anyhow,
I'm with you on that.
I'm respecting the Whiskey Bros,
All
even though I disagree with you guys, and I'm putting Five Guys into the B category. So we're done. We got through all this. So.
Is there like a results thing you hit? Like,
well, no, I mean we can I feel like we could save it in like maybe in a week or two, like post this up on our thing and be like, how
we got a lot of B options.
Yeah,
our
we
A's
got a lot
are
of B's.
Chick-fil-A, Wendy's, Whataburger, and In-N-Out.
Yeah.
There you go. We got a bunch of B's. We got several C's. There you go. That's good. That's good fun, boys. I'm glad I learned about y'all.
We moved this through the while. I told y'all earlier, I'm like, this will be a lot of fun, but it's gonna take
and guess what? We broke the record for our podcast time. I'm pretty sure.
Oh shit!
We're at over 3 hours now.
Goodness gracious! I don't think it's broken the record yet. Is it? We've had some over 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
There is something. I'm not gonna do a full Tales of the Guano, but there is something I wanted to talk about. One before we close.
That's fine.
I've got a piece of that. I think
I have a whole list of Tales of the Guano, but we're not gonna hit it. But I want to tell about one.
Okay.
Because the rest can carry over, but this is holiday related. So I'll play the music. It's time for the Tales of the Guano. And it's not even the best one, but it's interesting.
I think it's okay if these run a little long because we only put out one episode a month.
Yeah.
So, like, from the people that I talk to that listen to this, it's like they're not listening to it all in one sitting, anyways.
Yeah, right.
They're pretty well breaking it up. So,
and they're probably going to fast forward through all of our ratings of fast food restaurants.
Well, the thing is, yeah. I mean, if they get tired of that shit, they'll fast forward through it. But I mean, I think the point is like we could bust this shit up into 2 weeks, or we could do it all right now, and they're going to listen to it just the same.
That's true. Yeah. That's true because they break it up anyways. Is the point?
Yeah.
So So I had about 4 of these, but one particular one. Did you guys hear about the lady that got in trouble, or not in trouble? She caught a lot of flack from her neighborhood because she took her Christmas lights and made them in the shape of a penis on her house.
No.
What?
No, I did not.
Let me show you this lady.
Wait, say that statement one more time.
She on purpose did this?
Yeah. She felt
Just to fuck with people?
She felt her neighborhood was getting a little too uptight, and
God, I gotta pee so bad.
Don't
I've already
pee.
peed
Don't
once.
pee. Stay here. She felt her neighborhood was getting too uptight, and she wanted to make her Christmas lights in the shape of a penis.
Oh, she just legitimately made a dick out of there.
On
Yeah,
a-
that's a
on a
straight
roof.
dick and
Oh,
balls.
she made a dick and balls on a roof, and it stayed up there.
That's
for,
a roof?
Yeah, it was on a roof for 4 days. Woo.
That's hilarious.
And here's the lady right here.
She does not look like a lady that would make a dick and balls on her thing. I was expecting some haggard ass looking old woman.
Yeah, that's what I was
This
thinking.
is a young woman that just like looks like she really thinks that's funny.
Her name is Shelby Gash, and I'll just tell you that this week I've been in communication with Shelby Gash, and she was
What the fuck?
she was
Really?
very open to calling into our podcast and talking to us about this, but
Are you
the
calling her?
timing didn't work out. And
Oh,
she's not
my
able to.
God. Oh, we
she's
have
not
to
able to
talk about
join
this.
us. But she messaged me back and said she was open to the idea, wanted to know what time. She felt really bad that this time that we were doing it was coinciding when she was traveling and she wasn't able to do it. But Shelby Gash put a penis on her roof and got her neighbors all pissed at her. And
I think she's awesome.
no,
The fact that she reached back out to you is awesome.
Yeah,
too.
and she was-
No, not just because of that. I think she's awesome just for just fucking doing it. Just
And
put a
she thought it was
dick on her.
funny, and and she got all this flack, and she started trying to really defend herself, saying that like, hey, a lot of these people that you guys are saying were mad at me. They were text messaging me telling me how funny it was before the media reached out.
Oh yeah, so it's
Right.
like, well, I need to get on the news, so let me get all mad about it.
Yeah. So she
Ah.
kind of defended herself in that
Yeah.
spot. So I thought that was
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's
Yeah. Now,
That's how that goes.
did this make local news or anything like that?
It was in
Where that?
Kansas.
Kansas?
Yeah, so it made.
I mean,
It
local
made national
news where it
news.
was at. It made national news.
Well, David Spade made a joke about it on his new show.
Really?
He said he just joked. He said a 24-year-old's got her own house. He said, I think she's doing something right. Like,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fair enough.
Yeah,
I absolutely didn't have a house at
Yeah.
24 years
yeah.
old.
So
No, yeah, you
I
did.
moved out of my parents' house when I was 23.
I'm actually gonna run
I had
through
Mo
another
now.
one.
I had Mo now. At
Hold on,
24.
can y'all talk about like sports or something? Well, I take a
No,
look.
keep going, TJ. Let's talk about
Please talk about something I don't care about.
No, you're
No
gonna you want to
promises.
care about this. This is hilarious.
Talk about something else. I'll
No,
care
this
about
is
it when I come back.
hilarious.
Well, you
Jesus.
care about holding that piss in, bro.
Oh my God, y'all are
Listen,
killing me.
You've already
Essentially-
pissed once.
I know, and I got.
So
pee
there was
again.
this guy that sits down and get a caricature artist to draw his picture.
Oh, is this like that Jamie Kennedy?
Dude, I don't know
thing?
what that is, but he gets the drawing. He robs the artist of his money and runs, but he leaves the
Leaves the
goddamn
drawing?
drawing behind. And here's the drawing that the police have to try to track it.
That's great, man. That's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Woo! We'll save the rest. Let's go ahead and wrap the show, man.
All
Let's
right,
wrap
for
the
sure.
show.
Yeah, let's
Okay,
wrap
we
the
gotta
show.
wrap
Any
the
wrap.
show. This is
Need
good.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna drink a lot more whiskey. We're gonna talk a lot more shit
Yeah,
after
for
we
sure.
end.
Okay.
But we love everybody. 2019's been great. We're planning on keeping this going all through 2020. We don't have a schedule yet, but we're going to keep it rolling. We plan on
Right.
doing it
I'm planning
at
on it.
least 12 more episodes. Maybe we'll do some.
I'm counting on
new
you.
shit,
I'm
Some
counting on
short-
you. to
Maybe
do the
some
schedule.
like short little tidbit
I was
episodes.
planning
you
on
know.
it, but I got a lot of shit going on in my life too, so I
Right.
haven't got around to it yet. But we'll get it done real
Yeah,
quick.
yeah.
And
No worries.
boys, I love y'all. 2019's been great. 2020's
Merry
gonna be
Christmas
fucking even better.
and a happy
boys.
New
Yeah, it
Year
is.
to all you folks out there listening to this.
So let's end with our theme music one more time.
Let's hit it.
Let's
Hit
get
it.
let's get some of these A-list
Hit it.
fast food restaurants. If we get done with this,
Oh fuck yeah!
I'm hungry as shit.
Yeah! Chris Rebello, we went to his concert the other night. It was goddamn
yes.
amazing.
Fuck yeah!
I went to his Christmas party last weekend. Got on guitar here. Fuck yeah!
What is podcast?
Podcast Through the Never. Through the Never, wherever you get your podcast.
Peace.